process of helping somebody get better at a fighting game. I mean, it's hard to like. Where do you find that anymore?
Yeah, I think the simple joy of like, for us, there's like the little details.
Thanks for the
like,
smash right when I started the stream up. That's crazy. All right,
like
so what's going on to everybody that's going to see this live on YouTube? And what's going on, guys? My name is Spooky, and I'm about to start things up. Time Rift, thank you for the prime, my friend. We're about to start things up with the big Sajam Slam event. It's literally starting any minute. I'm going to, for the sake of Twitch, everybody has information already there in the chat. But for the sake of YouTube, I'm going to copy paste at least the main streams. You can find that if you want to know the main source of what we're watching, as well as some of the liquid Wikipedia info, but you can also find it, I think, in the description too. So just check it out there if you like to. And here you go. Here's the info. I'm gonna actually try to pin this. What's up, Underdog? Thanks, man. That's kind of you, bro. That's very kind to you. They literally wrote Spooky is my hero. That was the first comment of the YouTube stream. That makes me feel good. Thanks, homie. Welcome to the party, Underdog Plays. You came at the right time. I've been trying to slowly but surely get better at these YouTube streams and bring them to you, in a way that makes sense, with at least little thumbnails so you know what's popping, and, at least give you an idea what's going on. So thanks to everybody that was here early, and all the guys that liked the pre-stream thing that was there waiting for you all. I appreciate that. Anyway, the matches are going to start very soon, so stick around. This is all kind of pre-show area of it. Right now, Sajam on his stream is introducing everything. And if you want to see the main thing, okay, just so nobody comes here confused, like, why the heck is Spooky talking over everything when where's the real thing? It's on twitch.tv/Sajam. You can see the whole thing. He's also going to upload to his YouTube. This is what we call SpookyVision, and that means that you're going to see it kind of my take. Sometimes I'm just going to watch. Sometimes I'm going to talk some smack. I'm pretty much treating it like the typical watch party. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Stick around if you want to see it, and if you want to see it without my commentary one more time, the main stream is twitch.tv/Sajam. It's also in the chat right now. You can find
playing in that spot. It's really cool to see the improvements at every single level of skill, and you just feel like, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot that I put the little SpookyVision icon in there. I wish that icon I could somehow make it the top of the Twitch icon too, because that would be cool.
Oh, when I do a button, I should do.
Anyway, the focus is Street Fighter 6. For anybody wondering what's going on, Street Fighter 6 is the main focus of this event, and there's a lot of different cool creators. Let me show you some of them while the guys talk. But you got here's a lot of the players that are in it. There's some real famous ones in this. To be honest, like Scarra, this guy's super famous on Twitch. Let me think who else. Eskay, they're really big in the shooter game and Overwatch community. Sykkuno, this guy's huge. Some of these are some of the biggest creators on Twitch, period. Like, for real, no joke. And there's also some FGC heads and some young bloods. But you notice that there's only a certain concentration of Street Fighter players, and that's mostly the better players here are Street Fighter guys, and then some guys are the coaches. Obviously, the coaches are mostly people that are well known specifically for being strong at Street Fighter.
I've been thinking about that for that top seed slot. I don't know who the favorite is, but I think
anyway, it should be extremely hype. Thanks everybody for being here.
Probably the strongest.
Oh, you cheering for Mogu? Okay, word, Kato. Let me know who else you guys want to cheer for. I've been saying it before, but my two favorite teams that I want to go for are the Shine team, the Shine X VTubers team. I didn't realize that I was going to cheer for VTubers this tournament, but I guess I am. So the Shine team and the ElChakotay team. Those are the two teams I'm going to cheer for the most. But I want to see the best competition. It's not that I want to knock any other team down or that I don't want to see them win. Those are the two that I'm picking.
As Shamal's former coach, I can tell you that
it's all for fun at the end of the day, and for a trip to Japan. Technically, that's not just for fun. Trip to Japan, that's life or death. You don't understand. You gotta go to Japan. Japan is a shit.
Yeah.
And they have the godlike exchange rate right now.
Some of these competitors have millions and millions of followers, so performing under pressure, and not to say it's one-to-one to fighting games, but they're used to being in a position of, like, because a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a better term for it, but what you said is right. Ton of clubs. They said it's kind of like the red zone, the NFL red zone, or whatever else you want to call it. I don't have a specific name for it, but that's what I want to do. They had the jump off at Evo at one point, and that was a big deal. And this is cool too. What's good about this also is that we might be able to go look at some of the streams at one point and get some background on what's happening with some of the channels and that type of thing. So I'm gonna keep an eye out, and if there's anything interesting that we can see on some of the other channels while the event is going on, then obviously I'm gonna go take a peek with y'all. We're gonna go scout, so that way we're not locked into just the mainstream. We can go watch everything that's related to the event. And if you guys see anything interesting going on, don't be afraid to let me know.
I'm just hearing Serentina, just getting flashbacks of her saying, "I'm gonna throw up. I gotta go. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna take a walk."
Lazy Madman told me he threw up before every slam.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to it going.
He got second and first, right? His team in the Tekken slam. He told me he threw up before like every day. He just vomited.
Nerves? Yeah, the nerves are real.
Special
It's extra funny for some reason because the Ken stage. Hello.
She is so cute.
Did she just wink to the stream?
She just popped out of
That's
nowhere.
too cute.
She's, like literally activated in the background through the third strike stage. She came off the subway,
Cuteness
and I was like,
overload.
what the heck?
I can't take it.
She's a third strike enjoyer. That's where she was enjoying.
Yeah, she was born. She literally appeared from the third strike head
I
stage.
don't have a child.
She was birthed from third strike.
That's my fourth commentator contribution for the day.
She's trying to eat the mic, or she's trying to talk.
To the mic. Okay, I'll be a moment, please. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
She's
I
gotta
will
go.
boot up the game again. I'll do the admin work.
Oh,
for
now
you.
they've disappeared into the Kent stage. Whoop, they're gone.
The
Auto
cat said
Mattock
none.
returning to third
He's
strike.
wearing a bow tie, though.
He was
dressed
born
up
in the
for the
third strike,
occasion.
and now he's returned to third
I'm
strike.
just saying, caught emoji. He is ready for the occasion. He's like ready in his finest bow tie, ready for work. Yeah, I'm gonna boot up Street Fighter real quick, and then we're gonna set up the lobby. Things are gonna start very soon. I see a lot of people saying, "Did I miss any matches? What's going on?" If you're worried you missed any matches, you can just do exclamation point bracket or exclamation point score. Score has a big spreadsheet, right? And you can see the results between every single player and every single team.
Oh, there you go.
So
But let's get
unless
this
you
too. This
haven't
little
seen
challenge bracket. This is the little score bracket
updated at all,
that he's been
yeah,
showing. I'm glad we got that.
Matches are gonna start in about 10 minutes.
Let's get
And
that in
everything's
there
gonna
for
be
you too.
simultaneous.
What's
So
up,
there's
Andrew?
5 rounds happening.
Yeah,
and
thank
each
you,
round has
man.
3
I'm
minutes
happy
to
to
go.
just
So
see
it's
people
just
here and chill, man. I'm pretty excited to see some good ass matches today, bro. That's where I'm
we'll
at.
be watching all 6 teams in the beginning. So the way it's gonna work is the first 3 matches are going to be all 6 of the teams in the tournament. We'll split it up so that we can watch.
The cuteness overload. I wasn't ready for that. I was over here in that mode, like, all right, we're about to have some good ass matches. It's almost time. And then she came out and she like
Your
winked to
father
the
did.
camera, tried to eat the
Right.
microphone, and then
You
she just
walked
left.
into the subway station.
I'm always in the background. I'm like Q. There's a way to unlock me through arcade mode. You gotta win with super a few times, and then some unk comes by and gives you advice.
Mm-hmm. Did you see there is a team Unk this time in the slam? Except I don't think they're even that old. I think they might be posers. They're go ahead.
Was that? Well, I was just gonna.
Damn,
throw
shit's
Shine under
hype.
the bus for
They
getting
already
most
have. They have not done a single match. Look how many
He
viewers they
is,
have.
and
You know
not
that's
only
just
that,
like
but like they made fun of him.
4K
for being
viewers. You
30.
can't even get that
That's,
for a
like, where he's
CPT
at.
event
They're
half
like,
the
"Oh
time.
my
4K
God,
viewers.
Shine
This shit is
so
fire.
old, he's 30 now. Like these young VTubers just beating his ass in the quote retweets. It's just a bad time for him, I think.
No cap, I'm with you, GGB. Exactly, I
Yeah,
agree.
against
This is what
Shine.
GGB said they want to say. They said earlier they want to see.
No, he just turned 30. He's a fresh 30, and they're like flaming him, and I was like, guys, you don't even know what's about to happen. Brian F's
did my
youngest team
chatting
member
break?
is 29, and I think the rest of them are mid to late 30s. Yeah, that's the rest of they're definitely the Unk squad.
Oh, okay, I see. I broke it. I
Like I
broke
found
it. That was
something to root
spooky
for.
swole. I was like, wait a minute.
And everybody
it's not
was
showing me
just,
all the chats.
all of the teams. I think it's not a secret. I can just tell you, all of the teams were just like, we're gonna DI these guys. Like that. All we gotta do is drive. This is team drive impact. Like all of the.
Oh, there you go.
coach notes are,
Anyway,
like,
so
drive
GGB's
impact
comment, they said,
games
I'm looking for
from
some
Brian F.
fierce
It's
silver
cool.
rank head-to-heads. I said something similar
not
earlier,
real, I
but I want to
swear, my
see,
reactions are
you know how it is. Fighting games, part of why we like fighting
still
games
have
is not just
amazing
that it's a
reactions.
button
That
game, right?
I-
But
Sometimes
also
I'm
that it's like a
appalled by
thinking
the
game
decisions
a
that
little
are
bit.
made
You gotta
that make
outthink
you
the other guy,
yourself.
right?
So you
And
can
you're
yourself.
outthinking them based on your knowledge of the game versus like their knowledge of the game, right? And that can be anything. That could be like, you know, maybe one guy's a Blanca, all he knows how to do is do Blanca balls, drive impact, and jump in over and over, and that's his tactic. And the other person's got a Chun-Li, and they know like 2 combos, but they know they can wake up, you know, spinning bird kicks sometimes to get out of situation. That's what they know, right? And just seeing the two of them pit each other, like what they know, and trying to outthink each other's little game plan and whatnot is really fun. You know what I mean?
I heard Shine's computer. It's like really, really old. You gotta like shovel coal in it.
Yeah,
and
of
you gotta
course.
pull it
But with
backwards
fighting
so it
games
can go
too,
forward, so
you know,
that's why you don't really see 'em
just because you
shoveling
play a fighting game for a little while and then
Man,
you
I
stop
hate
playing
to
to play
see
the
it.
next fighting game or the next Marvel Rivals or whatever the
Not
fuck
the
comes
old
out,
beat-up
that doesn't mean that
PC
you
that
weren't like
can't
a
even
fighting game
handle it. I
player
do see him,
necessarily, right?
though,
You know,
what's it called?
so a
He
lot
was
of people play
playing.
fighting
I think
games
a lot
like
of
that.
people have been messing
See,
around
Jam
with
said
these
something
games,
similar
so
a while ago. A lot of people play fighting games like that. They play for like 6 months and then they move on to the next game. They play that game for like 6 months and then maybe they like it, they keep playing,
yeah,
maybe they
this
don't
is
like it,
like
they
the
move on to the
slam
next
squad.
fight. And that's a
You
fighting
guys
game
are
journey.
booted up.
Maybe you find a
Yeah, we
perfect
got
fighting
on
game for
Discord
you and you
too.
become a Street Fighter god and play
Yeah,
only that for 20
boot
years,
up, get
maybe.
some gaming in.
Or
I
maybe
think
you play
that,
Street Fighter for 2
what's it
years,
called?
decide you hate it,
That's
and then
one
you
of
go
the
play
coolest
Guilty
things
Gear
about the
Strive.
slam
You
is,
know,
like,
there's
how many of
so
them
many people
are
like that.
just like hanging out after the event's over. And then the other thing is what's it called? How many of them like are interested in coming to fighting game events or checking them out? Like last year, a ton of people came out to Evo.
Yeah,
I think
well,
a lot of them are interested
so the
in
same
Evo.
skills as far as technical
Yeah, I intend
skills
to
probably don't
take those
translate
skills to one of
when
the
it comes to
local
a shooting game to a
It was
fighting game.
basically down the
But the
street from me,
concept
though.
of learning,
yeah.
right,
I
and
see the
improving
locals around
yourself
here.
and
That-
getting
that-
better
this
and
is
all
not
those
technical, but
things,
there's some street fighters as
you
well
know,
that
those
have
concepts are there.
boats.
And SK is someone
Pretty
that.
cool.
I don't really know how big they are in Overwatch World, but I've watched them
ever go
play
from,
Marvel Rivals at the highest
like,
level. I've
basically
watched them
being
play
new to the
Overwatch
last
at the
one to
highest
the
level.
highest
Not
seed.
even
The
searching
highest
for
seed
them, just
for,
happens to be watching a
which
tournament. Oh,
she
there's
got a lot
SK
better.
in
I
the
don't know if
top
you saw,
4
but
or
she
the
had
top 8
desync
or whatever
on,
it is, right?
and then
So I
she
have to
turned
assume
off
they're
desync,
at least
and then
kind of
she was
fucking
like,
good, right?
"This game is so
They gotta be at
easy.
least
I
kind of
can
good at
react to
Overwatch, but I
everything."
assume they're
I was
more than
like,
kind of
"Fuck,
good
you know?"
if their teams are consistently getting top
Possible
8s.
that's
I have to assume they're
a
really
bit of
good.
placebo because if you have the
Input delay.
G-Sync, if you have a monitor that can cooperate with it, then it doesn't have that much of an impact. But if it works, it works, you know?
Yeah, I think optimizing that kind of stuff is something you think about so late in the game usually too. It's like anti-airing someone is like a whole other thing. You know, it's funny.
Hey, even among fighting game players, only certain people you could look at them and be like, okay, this is an exceptional fighting game player that just breaks the mold, right? Most people are just playing fighting games, and sometimes you get pretty good by practice, but you know, it's just like a hobby, right? You're playing it for fun and to see your friends at a tournament and whatever else, right? And the same thing goes with like, I guess it's different because so many people see League as like the end game is to be good at League. A lot of people see League that way, but League really, if you use it right, it's a pastime, right? You go up in the game, you spend an hour, you play a match. Hey, let's do another match, all right? There's another hour, great.
So
that was fun. See you guys later. That is Jibble, Automat Talk. That is 100% Jibble, Law man. They are the same person, confirmed. You're not
Yep.
just thinking that
is
in your head.
something that you have to troubleshoot quite a bit.
He changed his
because
name a while
you don't
back.
Understand, like, how come I'm missing
When he started
anti-airs?
streaming
But you
more
have to look
often.
at what happens before the anti-air to see what the problem may
He's
have
one of the
been.
coaches,
Specifically, it's
Law
something
man,
like
for this event.
They were walking backwards, so they weren't prepared to do the input to go forward and then do the uppercut to anti-air them. Or maybe they're walking backwards for a different reason. So then you troubleshoot what is the reason they're walking backwards in the first place? Why they're not prepared to anti-air?
Yeah, and like there's so many like little things too. Like if you start to put the anti-air in your brains and getting it to go from your brain to your hands is hard.
Yeah, he changed his tag. I forget. It's been like 5 years now, maybe longer than that. A while back, when he really got into streaming, he changed his tag. He was just like, this tag is easier to remember.
It's too much.
But for some reason, I find Jibble easier to remember than Automat Talk. Automat Talk, it's like I know it's Jibble, but still in my brain, it's like my brain automatically translates his new name to just that's Jibble, but he calls himself this.
Yeah, that's.
It's hard to change your name in the FGC. Like once you have a name that people know, people are just like, isn't their name such and such? And like, no, they changed the name. Like, what do you mean they changed the name? You can't just change your name. You need like a legal form for that.
Like, yeah. Somebody in my chat says the answer to this is
be changing
modern,
your name out of
modern
nowhere.
players not anti-air things still.
Imagine if y'all know me as Spooky. One day I just rolled up and I was like, yo, my name is Penguin now. Like, what the fuck you mean your name is Penguin? Like the Batman villain? Yeah, my name is Penguin now. You gotta call me Penguin. The whole stream be like, Spooky, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? That's what it's like trying to change your name in the FGC. You can't. That doesn't work.
Some players will make it a point.
Can't change your name.
I'm gonna hit you with this DI, even though you're playing modern.
I've seen Punk.
Christy will forever be EMP Fire Mage.
Exactly who I'm referring to.
Modern players and be like, you can't react with one button, and then he says a bunch of bad things that I can't say after.
Can't just change your name.
You know, like that's what he does. But yeah, I mean, it happens to everybody. And I'm in the lobby. Are you in the lobby?
What if I was Spooky Penguin? Okay, maybe that would kind of work. That's a little weird.
We're 5 minutes
I'm a Spooky
early,
Penguin.
As you know,
I
the way we
guess.
do things here, we just go fast.
How would that
try
work?
To get through everything as fast as possible, so everybody can.
I think
play
I
as much
just
as
would
they
be
can,
perfect
get
to
all the
play the
matches done.
Penguin.
You can like cram everything. into
Okay,
a nice
that's
3.5
why I make that
hours,
joke.
and
All
then
right, just
you're good
if
to
you
go.
put me as the Penguin in a Batman movie, I would fucking kill that
Dance
shit.
floor is empty, nobody's
I'd be
feeling
like, give me that
froggy,
fucking
all you
gun.
gotta do is click on it.
Waddle waddle.
And I think the fun thing about
They used to
this-
joke and
this
say
kind
that
of
whenever I
format
was
too,
nervous, I would do the
you don't
Spooky
have
shuffle.
that much downtime
It's
between
like the
your
Penguin
matches,
waddle.
right? You play pretty snappy. Like you're like kind
Yeah,
of
sometimes you
going,
just gotta
but when you're not
rebrand.
playing, your teammates going. So you like you're kind of checking things out. So it's pretty fast, and you get 5 matches in 3 hours or so, and then you get lots to like.
Just know
digest
the
and improve
Kingpin.
on.
Y'all
And
know
those
the
people
Kingpin
that
from
night,
Marvel?
they're like, guys, like. I
Just
gotta
know the
get this
Kingpin
person.
took time
they
out of
lose
selling
someone,
drugs
they're
to
like,
learn how to
"I gotta-
program
we gotta
AI and
prep for this
robots.
person tonight. Like I want to beat this person tonight.
You think I'm
usually
making
see
that
people
up?
get in
Anybody that
in
knows
their
real
calls,
real
like, even
Kingpin
after
lore knows
round
real
robins to, like,
Kingpin is
prep
actually really
something
good
right
at
in their
robotics and
brains.
AI.
It's fun,
That's no joke.
Yep, it can.
I'm not making none of that shit up.
It's almost like you have to prevent yourself from overplaying because the drive is so heavy where you want to help people and they want to grind themselves. And then
that's why when you play the Punisher, you know, the Punisher beat 'em up game, you know, 2 of the stages have robots on them. You're like, why do you fight a random robot? No, the Punisher, the Kingpin made those robots. Those are his robots.
But they just kind of grinded on their own. But the amount of time that I spent working with Serotina and Catlink is just like it was literally like a full-time job, and I don't regret nothing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I told the same, like, you know, I was talking to the coaches and stuff about this is why we have additional coaches.
That one's true too. That is true. He looks like he's fat, but actually he's pure muscle.
It's like the
2 superheroes found it out the hard way. Who knows the 2 superheroes that the first time they fought Kingpin, they got fucked up because they thought he was fat. It might be more than 2, but there's 2 immediately that comes to my mind that y'all might know. Who's 2 superheroes that took on the Kingpin thinking he was a fat ass and got fucked up? One's obvious. Spider-Man, yes. Spider-Man is the second. That's not even the obvious one I was thinking about. But yeah, Spider-Man thought the Kingpin was just a fat ass and got destroyed. The bracket's literally at the top. GW Vow. If you look at the very top of the pins, it's also. I'm not sure. Can you see the stream chat history already? But here, I'll copy paste it again. But if you look at the very top, it's just the same thing there. Actually, I might have to take this part.
I can coach you to make it more like a. It can sway in your favor.
Is there an easier way? Let's see.
A couple of things that we can work on. This other player, you won this match every time, so you'll be all right, right? Anything? Let's just review it real quick. Okay, you're good. And then they lose that matchup. So there's
so also a challenge that he just recently put out that has some of the info, so you can check here too if you want to see what's going on.
And min-max as much as possible, but at the end of the day, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's definitely tough because you just never know sometimes, you know.
Yeah, Kingpin got hit by a car. The result was the guy in the car died. Kingpin lived.
Like this shouldn't be a problem. It's gonna be good. And then you're just like, oh god.
That was a plot point.
Yep.
So,
and
some rival gang tried to take out Kingpin with a car. They tried to run him over. Yeah, it didn't work. The guy in the car died. He was in the hospital for a little while, but he recovered.
Maybe preparing.
The Kingpin's mega strong.
That might have helped
I wish they had put him in a fighting game. They never did. They never put the Kingpin or the Punisher in a fighting game. All they ever gave us was the one good arcade beat 'em up, and that game is really good. It's a good beat 'em up.
Yeah, you're good.
But I wanted to see them in like a Marvel game. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Where was the Punisher? That would have been awesome.
You have to think about yourself in the mix too, because like, what if it comes down to you versus instead of them needing to win or whatever?
He's for real made of muscle. That's no joke.
I think this event is really hard to prep for in general. Like, it's not an easy task.
It's really fun. I can tell you that. I enjoyed it so much. And it did.
Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, Waifu. Waifu said the other person, Daredevil. Daredevil was definitely the one that the first time he came across the Kingpin, he thought to himself, "This guy is just a random. This guy is just a random. You know, he's just a random crook.
I think this.
He's a random drug dealer crook. I'm just gonna beat him up. He's fat. Yeah, no, that didn't go well for Daredevil.
Thinks he's pretty whack right now. So Brian's like, I don't think I'm that good.
I'm pretty sure that Kingpin beat him up so bad that Daredevil considered whether it was a good idea for him to be a superhero or not. I think he beat him that bad. He had like a crisis of conscience. He was like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be a superhero.
Like Nephew, I assume
villains are really strong.
You know what I mean? I assume Nephew's like, I'm Nephew, I'll be fine. You know, like it's such a different approach to it. And your team last time, I think amongst the players alone, I think your team had the best record.
Man, I'm so hyped, man. Please, I want these matches to be so dope, for real. I want to yell and scream today.
Yeah, Rokiato was undefeated up until the Sajam Slam finals, and Awesome Noel crushed it.
Yeah.
Serotina, she came through at the end. Catlink, oh man, she was probably the MVP in terms of progress. She crushed it. It was so awesome.
I was really impressed, and like the fun thing is seeing everybody improve.
Oh, there we go. Let's go, guys. The matches are underway.
The slam kicking things off. Mimi versus Fairlight, and I've seen both of them doing quite a bit of grinding. So I know you've probably all seen Mimi. Is a very,
so we got Fairlight, Excalibur, player 1 versus Shumimi, player 2. I'm gonna tell you which teams. Oh, and never mind, has the teams on the screen. That's cool. It's Team ElChakotay versus Team Shaman.
I'm like interested in playing the game and getting in there. And Fairlight,
I'm gonna move where I am because I realized that where I'm kind of blocks what's going on a little bit. That way you guys can see the most amount of information. So give me a moment.
I like the offense that we saw so far.
How about right about here?
She's a big like amnesia. She
block
really
as little info as possible for y'all.
You're gonna see it all the time. And what's it called? It's on whether the coaches can even get them to start. Oh, I like.
Yeah, I mean this is a real match. This is even a real match up.
To like bait the amnesia out.
So one thing that immediately I noticed, by the way, is that even the lowest level players, which is the first players they're putting on each person's squad, are platinum. It's pretty good.
All right, I like it.
Decent enough
I
that
like
they
what
can
we're
beat
seeing
some
so
people.
Oh my.
Oh, the impact.
Nice.
Okay,
Solid
nice little
damage.
combo. The sound is it just me bugging or is the
Oh
audio
my
sound a
God,
little
please
bit weird?
help.
It's not a big deal.
Oh my God, please help.
It could be an echo. Is that what it is? Because he's got another
Having some real
commentator with him.
problems
That
here.
makes sense.
That
Let's try,
zoning is gonna come up a lot.
I think I can
a lot of
alleviate
people
that
are
some
gonna
on my
struggle
end.
dealing
Hold
with the JP zoning, in general from what's it called? As like a new player. I mean, you all know, right? Like, even as an experienced player, it's hard.
Okay, that should help a little bit. I still hear it a little, but rising uppercut.
We'll see how she deals with that too. I think like the offense from most people is gonna be a hard thing to handle. So I'm curious to see. Yeah.
I'm about to go
curious
check
to see how
Shine's
people handle the
stream.
zoning, too.
Twitch.tv.
When you're playing somebody for the
Shine.
first time, it's hard to know exactly what you're looking for in terms of
'Cause he's
what
definitely live,
they
right?
want
He's
to do
gotta
and what
be.
you want to do and how those two things
Shine
clash. So, like,
NYC,
this
he's
first
live.
meetup is really where you gather all the data.
There you
and
go.
find out what you need to work on next. And I am currently working on getting back into the
close.
lobby.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
close
also-
game. Oh, but he's
I'll
in
figure out. Oh my-
burnout.
It didn't reach.
No, it didn't reach. What the hell?
Oh, this actually is.
That wasn't a
yeah,
bad idea, but it
checkmate.
didn't
I don't know if
reach.
there's a good way
That's
for Luke to get out
crazy.
of there. I do like the idea we just saw with the zoning. I'll figure out what's going on with the double audio and get that fixed for you guys. But game one for Shumimi.
Okay, cool. So he's gonna figure it out. While that's happening here, I want to give you guys the background look. So this is the same match that we're watching on the Sajam Slam, but this is Shine's point of view.
Whoops.
So this is game
There
2.
you go. Yep.
Sling
Set
them
up.
out.
GG. One more round.
Nice, nice.
It's- For real, this is the lamest JP just tossed up. I respect this.
Nice.
Yeah, Fairlight is getting bopped right now. He's got the modern. That should help a little bit, right? Like, shouldn't modern help? See, the problem is that modern would help more if they were the type of person that just jumped in like a maniac, or they would just blanca and dive, kick over and over. Oh, got them cornered. Oh, nice reversal. Could have got a small combo, but that's okay. We take it. Nice jump. Let's go. Why am I cheering for JP? See, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. Why am I cheering for JP? I hate
for
this
me.
character.
Fancy's
Nice.
a menace.
Queen, let's go.
I like, my favorites are Jamie and Manon. If you have to ask me
Oh,
which ones
so
I like
good.
Soul. So
That
let's go.
was
Who's my
so
favorites?
good.
Jamie and
It was
Manon.
so
Those are
good.
my
I was
two.
like, yo.
Nice. That was a good match. All right. All right. So first match goes to Shine's team.
So she tends to DI a lot, as most new players do. And as you like hit them out of the air a lot on accident, and it works on airborne hit and grounded hit. So her combo like covers air DI and ground DI, and
But the
she
comment
like does
stayed way
not
too
blow.
long.
She, like,
Usually, oh, there we
always-
go. Disappeared. I
It's
could
a
probably lower the
great
time that it
approach,
stays,
and
but
maybe
that's fine.
she figured this out on her own. But when you can cover various options without the player really understanding that they're sort of doing an option select with the combo choice,
First match was
it's
hype.
a great way to establish a foundation. So
Because
they
that
can
was the
build upon
two
that. And
lowest
maybe you
end
can come
players
back
on
to it
each
later
team.
and
That
talk
was
about
pretty good.
before beginning
Although
and
you know how it
starting
is,
off,
JP's
you
tough to
want
beat.
things that
You
are
gotta
good on
really
block,
practice against that
good on
character. He's
hit,
tricky.
A combo that's very unlikely.
So
to
many good
drop.
zoning tricks that he got.
And it has you give them the knockdowns that they get the setup they can do after that, and then you just let them work on that, and then maybe you can start to optimize and then pinpoint the things that are happening in the match.
Yeah, I think
Because it's a team event, you can really tailor your strategies for just the 5 other players that they gotta play against.
Yeah, they were pretty good
Yes,
about
and I
pressing
think
DI
that
in
one thing that's
situations
gonna
that was
happen
gonna
for today
pressure.
for sure,
Also,
that
the
JP
wake
zoning
up
is gonna
reversal in the
crush,
corner
like,
was pretty
every
good
player,
and
right?
did it
I
at
mean,
the
it
right
crushes good
time.
players. It's,
It
like, the
doesn't
hard
really
thing to
matter
do,
what
like, no
meaty
matter
Luke
what
did.
level
I know they
skill
did a
you're at.
meaty uppercut, which was
But,
kind of awkward. What
like,
matters is
JP
that,
zoning
you know,
is something I
they
think
guessed that Luke was gonna
basically
go for a
every
strike, and you know they
in
went
this
for a
division
reversal and it worked,
will
right?
have
So
to,
that's
like,
good.
go over. You know what I
Generally,
mean?
that
It's
game was
gonna be
strong
one of
for
those things
them.
where I cannot imagine
Good job,
any
Sean.
person
Game
in
number
the
one.
day with, like, playing
You know how it is.
Shumimi
You start
against
considering,
something
as a
like
coach,
that
you
and
start
be like,
considering
"Oh,
that your
what do I
victory.
do?" And
Yeah,
then
I
to
took
go
my
over, like,
player just right.
the very
Told them
basic
what they
way of
need to do
dealing
to
with
get the
JP
dub.
zoning, which I think is gonna come
So
up
the second
probably from
match
the
should be. I
It
should try to have
reminds
the
me
teams loaded.
of
That way we have a good idea
Guile,
of what
but
match comes
way
what.
worse.
We
how
know
the
it's
Guile
Shine's
matchup,
team
you're
versus
you just gotta
Chakotay's
walk,
team,
you gotta
right?
Parry, walk up, be patient, maybe jump, maybe DX sometimes.
We got
But
the team
against
list
JP
here.
is
Hold
like,
on.
all right, you got to perfect parry this drive
Oh,
rush,
they're
use a
back.
5-frame normal.
lied, they're
It's
back.
not.
Yeah.
Good luck out there, champ.
Yeah, good luck, sport. And then like, it happens.
Yeah,
that
they
you
didn't
get
really,
fired
they
from
didn't
the
really
team.
have Okay, so this is the second match. Now we
it's just how
have
it is
Amor
sometimes, I think,
versus
yeah.
Mogu.
One thing I really
One of
like
the people in
about
the chat was really
watching,
cheering for this
Mogu
player
play,
Mogu,
Brandon
right?
Slam,
Are they
never
still
been
here?
here, Smile.
Somebody wanted to see Mogu do
Is
well.
that she has a really good use
dead
of,
time.
I think, flicker and like
Wow,
understanding,
nice tick
like, the
throws.
basic
Okay.
offense that Ed wants to run afterwards.
Trying
she
to
has a really
anti-air
solid
just in case
basic,
they jump. Wow,
strong
I see
options
them.
that she just commits to.
Wow, Shine. What are you
DP
teaching
on
them?
the headbutt was
Shine.
clean.
That was
Hey,
sick.
Jen, yes, did you see that? Sure, you can go on Twitter and say, but it's modern.
Nice
But
impact. That was good.
It still requires reactions to see the headbutt and to.
Yo.
that kind of thing, but-
That was
The
free.
offense too. She's really good at just meaty flicker, basic pressure after.
Yeah, that was really good. I like the
everything.
jab strength. I like the
She's really
throws.
solid. I'm
Like
very
if I
impressed
was
with her
playing
play. I
only
think playing a
2 weeks
character
of
like
Street
this
Fighter,
is
it
not
probably would
easy,
look
and that right
something
there
like
is the
this. You know
heavy
what I mean?
auto
I just
combo
keep
in
it real
modern.
basic.
It's
Just
heavy
punish
punch
all
into
this
kill
stupid
rush
shit
upper,
and
and
just
it's
kill them.
perfect kill rush upper. So I'm sure if you've messed with Ed, you know like doing kill rush upper is missable. Not on modern. If you do the heavy auto combo, it just does it,
Okay.
which is really
was
nice.
good.
It's very
Nice
strong.
wake up.
I think maybe the strongest
Okay,
thing about
don't
modern
score.
Ed besides the
Just
one
going
button
for
DP,
it.
to be honest.
Wow.
I think Mogu is one of the players that, if they really spent
Good
time
back
in this
throw, too.
game,
Now they have
would be
corner
master
control.
rank,
Just got to be
16,
afraid of all that
1700
meter that
MR.
Amor has
Their
now.
ability
That's what
to
they got to
just
be
pick
worried
up this
about.
game and
Just worry
solve
about that drive
problems
and just play it chill.
maybe even just
I like
follow
the jabs
directions
too.
is superb.
Instead of whiffing with
I
big
actually
buttons,
did
they're always
play with,
whiffing with like shorts and jabs. So
Mogu
when they
in a
whiff, it's
different
hard to
event
whip
when I
punish
was
them.
with Valorant.
That would be annoying.
And
Even
I
I was
had to
fighting them. Like,
change-
man,
I
that's
had to
annoying. They never
train
whiff anything
Emerald
big.
within like
Oh,
5 minutes
good
to
answer. Good answer. Good
establish
answer.
something. It just
Man, that was a
wasn't
hell of a
Mogu
round.
is just really good at fighting games.
What's good,
She's
Casanova?
super solid. And I think she has all the right ideas. I think the same thing of Amor, by the way, who is a beast on this modern Honda. She swapped
good,
with it
little
at the end
creepy?
of the last slam. She was
Yeah,
playing
the
10 before
sumo.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty
And I think
much.
she's also someone who just like.
But
gets
now
how to
with this
play
one, he's got
fighting
shorts
games
on.
and knows
It's
how
not
to,
the
like,
same
do
effect
strong
as when he has
options.
the fundoshi.
And this time, one thing I like is that her
True
approach
sumo
changed a
power.
bit. Instead of just grinding relentlessly, which
It's
is
how
kind
many
of what she's
calories
done
I ate in
before,
the
she was
past
like,
month.
I'm gonna spend more
That's
time
the true sumo power.
studying and like thinking about what to do and like trying to approach it like this instead of just
You
like
can't even tell what my
play
center
for
of gravity
10,000 hours,
is.
you know?
No longer the
Nice.
queen of rage queuing. Now she is
That's true sumo power.
observer.
He's
and
looking for it. Look, with the work.
laboratory
He's
enjoyer.
working the
Like,
gut. Where's
what
it
is
at? I
he
can't
turning him
find
into
it.
with Amor?
Where's
She
the
was
center
just,
of
like, posted
gravity?
up and just watching
Mogu's doing a
replays,
good
like,
job.
I'm gonna just, like,
I like
check
that they're
these out
hanging
and
back
let me
too
see how
because
this
it's
is
very
working, et
dangerous.
cetera,
You want
et
them
cetera.
no.
I think that's
You
like a
want
good
them to
way to
overcommit.
approach it.
Nice. Nice.
Just pure
Oh,
enjoyment
man, I like what they
and
do
just
with the
paying attention,
uppercuts.
looking
Whenever
at
they
the
whiff
front
and they're
of
not really sure what's going on, they go for the.
But
I mean, obviously that's
actually grinded
dangerous,
Honda to
but
master today,
still also
and I
it
did
works.
see, like, where the character
What is the
does have
Sajam
problems.
Slam? It's
The way this
Casanova
game
wants to
tends to
know.
be played,
So I actually made a
people
video
kinda
on the
just back
channel
up, wait for the
Casanova
drive feature
about
to
this to
recover,
tell you
and
more
then
about
they'll
it,
buffer a
and I
bunch
feel like that would
of
inform you a little bit better.
Honda
But your best
has a
bet
hard
is if you
time
go here to
catching
the
up to
Liquid
his
Pedia
opponents. As
article,
soon as
it
you
talks
walk
about it
forward,
a
you
little
no
bit.
longer have a head
And
fake.
this is a round robin
and his
tournament
rolls,
that features
they seem like
a
they
bunch
have
of really
good
strong
range and they
players
do,
and
but
a bunch of
sometimes not enough to, like,
quality,
there's no low forward
you know,
driver.
and high level
Yeah, I think
content
he's like a-
creators and
he's like a
VTubers
character
and people
where
that are pretty
when your
famous.
opponent doesn't
And the
answer
idea
the
is that
problems you're putting
the
in front of
players
them,
that
he
don't know
feels
much
like
about
the
Street
best,
Fighter get
but
taught by actual Street
when
Fighter
they
players
do,
like,
it
you
feels
know,
like
Jay Wong
it's
is
kind of out
there,
of your hands.
Shine,
You know what I mean?
Chakotay,
Like, it feels
you know,
like,
Punk is
well,
one of the
I'm
coaches.
doing Honda's best stuff,
Jay
and
Wong.
like I sort of did that, and like it didn't work, and I don't.
So you're gonna
know
have a
what
bunch
else
of
I'm gonna
players
do,
that
right?
normally
Like, that's
you
kind of
wouldn't
the
see them
feeling
play
I have
Street
when I
Fighter. You
play
see
them.
them play Counter
how
Strike or
Mogu
League of Legends, Overwatch, SK's known for, you know, stuff like that. But in this one, they play Street Fighter, which is pretty cool. It's more what we like to see, right? So it's not about seeing necessarily the best or the craziest combo. It's about, you know, seeing plays that you normally wouldn't see play Street Fighter actually play and learn from a coach and improve their game as they go, shit like that. Nah, no Tokido here. This is all USA heads. There's a Japanese equivalent. They got a different name.
Jump in from more. She's starting
They
to,
go to
starting
they go to
solve it.
Japan at the
You can
end
see
for the
some
finals,
shades
but I'm
of,
not sure what happens. I
maybe
mean,
some
they
shades
might
of
just be
hope.
for
Like,
show.
I have a feeling her coaches were telling her, all right, you have the life.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
For a little bit. Let them come to you.
Yeah,
This is the
I'm
fourth
sure,
one now
definitely,
that they're
because I
doing
think playing
Shams
it slow
Tron
on
and
Honda and
Casanova.
kind
So
of
this
thing
is
when you have a lead
technically
is a good idea.
Sajam
Those
Slam number
fireballs don't really
4.
matter that much in this
One
game
was,
because of
but
no
one
jet.
were 2 Tekken or only one? One was
and
Tekken,
the fireballs
and
can
at
matter
least
if you're
2
able
was
to
Street
use it
Fighter.
to
Maybe the other one was
manipulate
Street
the
Fighter
drive
also.
gauge, to chip away the
What's good,
drive gauge,
Octozed?
Let the recovery of yours, play out. But in this sort of situation, it's more of a scramble.
All right.
and it's
Anyway,
not
hopefully
gonna be
that
as
makes
effective.
things sense for everybody.
And just waiting it out, going for parries and stuff. Oh, that's big. Just DI when you're hitting them like that is always so hard to deal with. It's like it jump scares your
Anyway,
hands
now
a
that
lot
we've
of times.
explained that, we're underway with the match number 2. So
Ooh,
far,
long
Mogu
distance headbutt
in the
gives you
first
too much time
game,
to react
she
with
was
the
very
modern
good about
uppercut.
using her quick buttons
Yeah, both on
and her
modern here,
uppercuts
too,
to kind of
so,
really
like,
stop Amor
they have
from
access to that
too
kind of
much
stuff.
of his Honda game plan. And in this
That
round, we
could've
see a
been
little bit
double
more of
driver
that. It's
kill from
close.
Mogu there, almost.
But
She
a
might
lot of,
actually
I
end up
like
being
the
able
what
to
they're
kill
doing
with
too
no
with
meter
the
here
strings
because
at
of
the
the
throw
driving
because that would be
practice.
tricky.
Scary
You
times.
will
I mean,
probably
you know
have
it's just
trouble
thinking
throw
about it.
breaking that as a noob, right?
Nice.
Even as a platinum, you have some trouble throw breaking that. You know what I
There's a
mean?
Conversation in your chat about how good the players seem to be and how
You always expect
maybe
them to
compared last
pressure
time, I
after
do
they
think
hit
the
the little
player pool
combo
is
string.
much better. But it's always surprising how quickly some players just adapt and get good at the game.
Yeah, and one thing that's like, you have to remember these players. Maybe some of them are similar skills.
Yeah,
to, like,
true. The
you or
jump-ins
other
are
new
getting
people when they
her in
started,
trouble a little
and,
bit.
like,
That's
how
how
did
it
they get to
goes.
this level so fast?
With
I mean,
Honda,
they have a
you don't really
dedicated
understand
coach,
how to fight him
and
on the
this is, like,
ground.
what they're
You know what I
doing,
mean?
you know,
You
for
start
the time
when the
being,
jump
so
because his
having
ground
a coach,
coverage is
nice.
pretty
I
good
love
when he's
that.
played well.
That
Got
was
the
so
frame
But you can
trap
out
off of the
footsie Honda. It's not like you
+2
can't out
punch.
footsie him. It's just you
See
fight him a little bit
more?
different than the other
Hit
guys.
confirm off of the target
Yeah, this is
combo.
great. This is a
That's
very
one
good.
of
I
those
like how they're
things,
both
too, that,
adjusting
like,
to each
that
other. That's what you
sequence,
want to
you
see.
should
You
really
don't
just
want to
put
see
in your
all
phones,
2
'cause
zeros.
it's good
You
on
want to see
hits, good
each
on
player
block,
outthink
you
the
should
other
just do it,
player. You know what I
It's
mean?
like,
They're going for a lot of
you will
jumps.
take those.
You're right about that. It's getting them a little bit of
I need to
trouble.
learn some of these modern combos with Honda. My combo, I got
The
to
thing is,
master today
just
with
saying
no combo
don't jump
Honda.
doesn't help them. Like
Yeah,
you can't be like,
that's
well,
what
Mogu,
I
don't
do
jump
with
because
Honda,
then
too.
what do
And
they
then
do?
there's
So you
one
gotta teach
guy
them.
who
Okay,
was
look, get in on the
really loved Honda,
ground.
so he came to my
You know,
chat,
use
so it's
use your
tons
drive
of sick
rush.
tech, and it
Use
was
your big
awesome.
long
I
range
felt like the only
buttons.
Honda with cool tech.
You know, walk in, walk
was
back,
like,
and try
oh,
to get them
man,
to
what's a
miss. Things like
They
that.
Buttons are
are.
hitting.
His
Oh,
head-
you can see the hesitation from Amor. You can see
Obviously, you
that
got to be
I'm
more
not gonna do a
specific than
headbutt
that in this
they're
case
ready
because
to-
they're getting
But then
coached,
they
you know,
do
for
it
weeks,
at
right?
a
So they're gonna be
late
like,
time
watch
where
out
you
for the
expect
sweep,
that.
or when you do this,
see
look
the
out.
adaptation
Try
in
going
real
for your
time. I
throws
love
more
that.
after you go for your target
love that
string.
Amor's
Stuff like
big
that
chill
is
in
probably
this
the
lead,
general
too.
advice
She
that
doesn't
Sean
feel
would give.
super pressed. She's just sitting
I'm
on
not
full
getting too
screen,
particular with it, but
parrying
you know what I mean.
fireballs, big chilling, not feeling pressed to go in and do anything too scary. Just light pressure, back it up.
Are they what?
Not even like a jump heavy punch over the fireball to conserve meter. Nah, we don't need none of that. Just
You
keep
mean
it
like an option
solid.
select or something? No, I don't.
Keep it simple, stupid, right? That's the acronym. You just gotta keep it simple, like nothing too fancy.
I'm not saying that you
really
won't see
solid,
someone
and
do
what a
something like
good
that here,
adjustment
but this
from
is more
Wong.
like. No,
Sounds
an
like
option
one of
select
those
is something
yearbook
totally different, bro. An option
quotes,
select
but-
is like when you do a series of inputs to
Oh.
get something
Be
that
cool,
you want.
kid, and stay
It's like you
sexy.
knock them down and then you option
See
select
you next
because they
summer,
do
or
such and
whatever it
such.
is. See you
I guess you could
next
apply it
every
to a lot of
single
other
time.
things, but
I love that whip punish heavy punch though from Mogu. That was
okay,
really
get
solid.
off. Bad jump. Oh, but it worked
Amor's
out. It
starting
worked
to run
out.
away
Did an
with it. This
anti-air
target
well.
combo from Ed is starting to do a lot of
I'm
work.
telling
He
you, the
hasn't
target
really
combo
been
it's a grab
aggressive
is like
with
free
Amor
money.
Oh, walk up, gets the
Nice combo.
completion, doesn't spend the
Okay.
level 3. I love saving the meter, by the way.
That's
Very
true.
smart.
If they have another
with
round left,
this
so don't
far ahead,
spend
I
everything.
think
They could have spent
saving the lead is good.
level 1,
Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe a kill rush upper and a level 1 would have been good, but
Yes.
like that's a
Yeah.
little optimization that you can figure out later.
Oh, how's Moore's on the offense now? Neutral, she's starting to move forward.
Nice jump.
I like
Oh
it.
my god.
Okay.
this
The
is-
jumps
game
transform
final
from
round
being
between
bad
these two,
jumps into
just
good
like
jumps.
that.
So it looks like they're figuring out the
Holy
timing.
stocks,
Headbutt.
fool, take a guess.
Nice
Who's
counter
gonna
hit.
Spin it. Where are we going?
Catching up
And
for
that
the
Honda
minus.
modern auto combo for the heavy is the heavy kick, which she's been confirming into quite a bit. Wow, crushing medium punch drive rush, and I love that she's.
But they
just
finally broke the
light,
throw,
light, light,
but
take
that was
the
too
throw, mix
close.
up afterwards.
They tried to go for the throw again. Uh-oh.
This is-
In
I
the
gotta
last
research
round, the
what is
boy
it?
started
What is
catching
this
on
advantage
finally
after
to the
that
target combo with the
So I'm pretty
throws.
sure he's plus.
Yeah, I think it's +2, which is why the
Okay.
throw mix-up has been so common there.
We're gonna
And,
find
I'm
out. They
more
haven't played on
adapting a
stream
bit,
yet.
trying to,
This
like,
is the
you know,
first
throw
series
break,
of
go for
matches.
crush jabs.
They're the third player on the
Yeah,
squad,
this
so they
is
must know
very good
something. If
against
they're the third
Honda.
player on
Honda
the
is
squad,
not
they're
against
pretty
those.
good.
Maybe a super
King.
with the DI is gonna seal it. He just pulls out this combo level 3. That's it.
Nice, really good match.
Nicely
All
done,
right.
so Mogu
That's what I wanna
putting
see.
It up 2-0 for Team Shine already. I'm honestly very impressed. I thought Amor might have the best record in this group. Her or Asa maybe, but Mogu.
I love the mind game that was going on from both sides there. It started with
Mogu
Mogu in control first game, and then the second game they started getting nervous on the ground, doing some terrible jumps, just getting smacked up by Honda stand HP.
To manipulate that and help them.
That target combo is
And
going
then
to
finally
be
the last game,
that should be
she
a
brought it
topic of
back. That was
discussion.
good.
And
Final
really
round even.
studying what you can do after that. I'm going to actually look it up right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like the answer is going to be sometimes you got to do a level 1 super. Sometimes
Maybe you might
wanna
have to,
backdash.
yeah.
Sometimes you
And that's the
might
thing
have
that they're
do
not
like
going to be
that.
as good at
And
as
it's
like
gonna
those
force
reversals
that
and crazy stuff like that.
situation
Oh man, that
Super
one's
6
so
is well
bright.
known for.
Yeah, I love already your suggestion about
So
level one
Joy,
super
and
is
then the
already
last
something
person on
that,
the squad
like,
is
could've changed
Huntress.
this match
So
a
Huntress
lot.
is
You know what I
the
mean?
anchor
Like, you
of
can
the
just
squad.
imagine if Amor
On
knew to do
the
that there to
Chakotay
threaten,
squad, the
a
anchor
little
is
bit
gonna
more, that
be
this match could be a could
Probably
be a little
coefficient.
bit like more scrappy
Aki
already,
player.
which is cool.
So it's gonna be like Aki
The light kick
versus.
target
I forgot
combo,
how Huntress
and
plays
it looks like
Cammy.
the second hit is +1.
And then the third hit, I think is.
I forgot.
is
Oh, Chun, there you
+2.
go. I'm thinking of was Sykkuno the one that played Cammy?
But the other thing is Amor did punish it when she blocked the last hit because it is unsafe on the third hit, which is important. The second hit is safe. We got our next match. Robbie Rotten. Many of you may know him as Justin Briner, the voice of Deku from My Hero Academia. He's a
Oh,
pretty
that's
well-known voice actor.
Wow.
And is master rank. He's low master rank on.
Is he
Manon.
really?
Very
Damn.
solid. And the other side, we have Curious Joy,
Okay.
who's I'm
That's
sure a lot of you
crazy.
have seen her. She's a Capcom creator. She's really awesome. She's done some hosting for things like the Game Awards, and she's really solid. She's really good at this game. I think very likely to hit master with a little bit more work. Like I think if she just keeps playing ranked, she's gonna hit master.
Yeah, but then she might be a little
Absolutely.
outmatched.
I
Just
was
like a
watching
tough
her
opponent.
Gameplay at some point. I was looking at her VOD.
Damn,
and trying to help out a little
Chakotay.
bit.
Chakotay had two.
Basically, yeah, there is a
He
lot
had
of-
two landmines
she
waiting
just
at the
needs to
end
be
of
more
his
OP
squad,
driver,
huh?
to be honest. Like, that's really the
He
main
got
thing.
two master rank
Yeah,
players
I
on his
think her
squad.
cameo
That's
is
crazy.
Really solid. She's very impressive. When I was watching her play, I thought she would be one of the strongest players in this division for sure. Like, she's really solid, really clean, and I think one of those players that like with a little bit of work, she's master and climbing pretty quickly.
Yeah, SF4.
Oh, I love
I
the
still
delayed
think
dive kick
SF4
idea,
looks
too.
prettier than SF5. I know that's weird.
Interestingly,
I'm talking about era, right? Because
the
SF4 has
Cammy
newer
flips
graphics,
against
right?
Manon,
But if I
and-
compare the
and this
SF4
sort of
era
level
and
of
how
play,
that game
it
looked
can
to
seem
how
like Manon has
SF5
better
looked in its
buttons,
own
because
era,
heavy kick has
SF4
so
looked
much
better.
range,
But if you
more
look at
further down
SF4 now, it's
medium
kind of
punch, and
ugly.
If you don't know how to address it as Cammy,
That was
it might
early.
seem like- it might seem
That
like
was
Manon wins this
early,
matchup in the neutral.
like
Yeah,
CG
the
on
mid-range, I
3D
think, especially
style,
against Manon,
right?
like
And
the
a lot of people were
mid-range with
trying to
that
do
heavy
that,
kick is
but nobody
really
was really super
obnoxious
successful
until
with
you
it
have,
yet.
like, a good
So
plan for
SF4
it.
came kind of
Oh,
close
this is
with
high
that
metal
CG on
Manon.
3D look,
Command
but it
grab
wasn't
is
perfect.
death
It was
here.
like only
Oh,
okay.
Yep.
The spacing on that was brutal. I love the.
But yeah, if you look at
back heavy
SF4
punch
when it
beat.
first came out for a fighting game, it was pretty nice. It looked good. The
Absolutely.
intro was
Man,
great.
that was devastating.
No,
for
there should be a
Curious
few other
Joy here.
ones. Like
The spacing, like,
on
just being
Chakotay's
familiar
team,
with
you got
where you're at
Coefficient, and
after
that guy
you watch
is known for
something,
making
what
nothing but like I'm pretty sure all he makes is like
these
FGC
dive kicks are
videos.
a
I don't think he
bit-
does anything else.
bit high. It's gonna be harder to get the advantage.
I see him posting on YouTube all the time, and it's
One
always
thing
some
I really
FGC
like so
related
far
thing.
is that she's clearly playing a pretty reactionary game. Nice air to air. Last,
Yeah, I
last
think
time
they
too,
did good in
she
6.
tried to
With
DP the way
6,
she lost
it's
last
like the
round, she
same
tried to
effect,
DP anti-air,
but they added
a
like
jump,
color
and then it got
splotches, right?
blocked,
I
and
thought that
then
was a
she
very good
lost, right?
continuation
So, like,
to SF4. It made me
that
feel
kind of,
like
like,
this was
snowballed
more
the
of a
whole
sequence of
round,
4
but
than a
she's
sequence of 5.
React blocked like every
Jay Wong is one of the
overhead from
coaches,
Manon so
passing
far,
over.
which has been very impressive.
He's
And
one of the
she
side
is trying to
coaches.
play- yeah, look
And
at
I think
that.
he's
mean,
commentary
and
also.
she is trying to play reactionary and like anti-air these jumps. So I think she's got the right idea. She's pretty close to like the right solution, I think, in this matchup.
Oh, maybe we see some offense.
Word,
from
Fado
Curious
Kato.
Joy.
I didn't
He's
even know.
driving
I only
looking
ever
pretty
see
healthy.
them posting FGC stuff. I didn't even know
Wait,
that
punish,
the
punish
VTuber
counter
community
crouch
does that.
jab, stand heavy punch. That was really good.
Got the moves. The patience in the neutral.
Man, Joy is really solid, and she has good reactions. It's not easy to block that kind of stuff. Although burnout here is very scary.
Oh yeah, when I first started watching her VODs, the first
Yeah,
thing
but I compare
noticed
the
is how
era.
good she
That's
is
the
at
way I like to
confirming
see it
light
as. I
attacks.
think 5
It's
in
specials
its
and
era was
capitalizing
not
on
as
knockouts.
pretty
Such a
as 4
staple,
for the era that I
skill
had.
to
But
have
I
in
still
all,
think
like,
if you
pretty
put
much
4
all
and
fighting
5
games
next
I
to
can
each
think
other,
of.
I guess
Yeah,
5 looks a little bit
her
better. You
fundamentals,
notice
I
it the
think,
most in the
are
later seasons. The
extremely
later
good.
season
She's
characters
definitely
actually
one
look
of
kind of
the most,
good.
like, sound players.
The
It's
early
just- it's one
seasons
of
you
those
had
things where
like
she
Ken's
needs-
hair,
it's
the
almost like the
banana
thing you have
hair,
to teach
they
her is
never
how to be
fixed.
more scrappy. You know what I mean? Like how to be
Yeah.
like a little bit more belligerent, even. Like this is almost time over.
Oh my goodness.
That gets everybody. Don't worry. That hits literally everybody on the planet. There's no escaping it. That's
That
what I
might be
needed to
one of
see.
those-
But they spent the level 3.
One of those moves where you're like, keep
So that's
doing it
good for
until they
Robbie
figure out how to
Ryan.
deal with it.
They spent the level 3.
Yeah. Just keep hitting him with it over.
Still,
and
that
over
was a
and
nice
over.
trick. Good way to seal the round.
Because Manon, she has the invincible like quarter circle back kick that can deal with anti-air as well, but just as like a reactionary thing, it's
Yeah, that's
tough
hard.
to have on the brain.
That is
if you're
hard.
thinking about that, it might open up some more opportunities in neutral.
Good
Yeah,
punish.
exactly.
They could have
And-
done a little more.
You know, people talk
Wow,
about
Joy's doing a
Candy
good job.
Hooligan like it's
All
not
right,
good,
Joy.
but it's definitely a pretty solid move in a lot, especially the EX one. But it's definitely not a bad
She's doing
thing to
very
keep in
good
your
against
arsenal.
a very strong opponent.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's a lot of tricks you can do
Almost.
with it. You don't often.
They kept
see
it safe,
because
though,
just
with
her
the drive
ground
rush. I
game
like
is
that.
So oppressive, you don't really need it.
Nice air throw. Wow.
Oh, she was ready for that.
That's what I'm saying. That was good.
That shut me up real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
That
my
was
bad, my
amazing.
fault. If you're not, why DP anti-air when you could just air throw?
Yeah, when you
Wow.
just jump and
Dude,
grab
her
their ass.
neutral,
No, that's
I feel
good.
like I would lose.
Also, don't
this
try to grab
neutral.
Manon's ass. She'll kill
Watching
you.
Joy play, I'm like, I don't know if I can hit her. She looks so
Both
solid.
players. Lots of drive gauge. Oh, here comes the corner.
combo.
Robbie Rotten. Oh,
Mixed
the
time.
uppercut,
Bad uppercut.
not
Bad
good.
uppercut. Now
Not
you
a
got
huge
to
punish,
nice.
though.
Nice. No. But it kills. Yeah. Of course, look back. Meteor kick does mad damage.
Who is this Robbie?
It doesn't matter what combo you do it in, unless the combo
Very
has
solid,
Omega
for sure.
scaling.
Oh, I
you're
love
gonna
the
get
idea
grabbed.
Joy just tried to anti-air back
trades,
medium
that's that's
I
scary.
think the jump-ins have been a big problem in this matchup for Joy.
Yeah,
so
Manon
far.
don't really got a
Like,
good
if
way
I
to
was-
stop
if I
Cammy's
was
jump
thinking
ins.
about
Like,
this
you got to be
for-
really on
as a
point.
coach, that
Whenever
seems
I
like the
see
problem,
I don't play
is,
this match
dealing
and
with the
anti-air
Manon jumps.
Cammy,
Her
I don't know
jump
how
heavy
the fuck he
kick is
does. It's really
Very
hard.
good, right? So
She got
Yeah,
so
the
many
Manon
jump
jumps. There was one
angles that are
there was
annoying
a
for
moment
Manon.
where
good
Curious Joy
punish.
back medium punch to anti-air.
Joy,
Robbie Rotten
super,
did an
right?
empty jump in the
Oh my
command.
God!
Is this how it's going? Is this what we're doing? And
Oh,
that's
she was
huge.
ready.
Turnout,
She was
too.
ready. Or Robbie was ready.
Is there a bait on the
Wake
DP?
up?
That's the real
No.
question. Yeah, bait on the level 1 or level 2 or level 3 or something, and Joy's playing it. You can see the buffer, though. She's thinking about it. Oh, my, not enough.
Got me choking. This is crazy.
wow.
Got a frog in my throat over the smack the
I've
throw.
been doing jump in light attacks so often.
Oh my God, give me some water. I'm
Sometimes
dying.
The throw is unreactable. You have to guess.
Yeah, you gotta play that game, man. Joy
Oh,
is
man.
so solid. Oh man,
That was
she's a really
crazy.
solid player.
Holy
I'm
shit.
very impressed watching her play.
Got me
And, like,
tearing up.
Yeah, I initially thought Robbie Rotten would definitely run away with it, but Curious Joy.
No,
got
no, that was
dog.
sick.
She's
That was
fighting.
good.
There was a moment with the dive
So it's
kicks
1-1,
where I felt
right?
like
It's not
maybe
over?
She's trying to do the early dive kicks. And
Yeah.
She's just ramping it up to get the pressure.
Yeah, a lot of good throw
Possibly
pressure
she's
from her,
trying to
but she
bait
needed that
anti-air.
because you
She
know
gets
how
them
it
to
is. So
do
when
down
that block's
heavy
really
punch,
good, you gotta
yeah,
grab
then
them.
it whiffs and the dive
Because
kick
otherwise,
hits.
they're just gonna block
So
everything.
There
You won't win.
might be some special tactics there.
I think
Cammy
that's
and
the
exactly
idea
known as
of that.
overhead
You're
queen,
right. Like,
you know
the
what I mean?
idea is
She's
to try to,
striker
like,
throw.
bait something out, but unless you see it, I think you just do the regular dive kick and call it a day almost. You know what I mean? That's like kind of the approach.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll dig into your drive gauge a bit too much if you overdo it.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those things that can come up sometimes, and you're like, well,
Well, there's a light confirms looking for it. Heavy kick anti.
Nice.
I know. Yeah, I don't. You know, sometimes you
Are you
see
seeing what I'm seeing?
back heavy
Nobody
kick,
does that.
back heavy kick, or standing heavy kick in a drill even. Like what? Huh?
I've never. Maybe I'm being biased.
This stage
but
really
I've
grew
never
on me.
seen
When
that
I first
kick
saw it, I was
to
like,
the
this is like the most
Yeah,
boring
I
stage in
don't
the
know.
whole
You know,
game.
it's cool to
But
see,
then
like,
it grew
I
on
love
me
watching
because
new players
it's
play
got like
fighting
that
games. I
vibe,
almost
that
always see
feel.
things
It's
I've
like a
never seen in my
natural,
life. I'm
like a
what?
stage.
Oh, nice punish too. Awareness right there from Robbie. I love that Robbie on offense like defaults to like dash block. You know what I mean? Like doesn't commit to big offense, because if you give your opponent space and then they give it away, it's a lot easier to win that way than like having to commit yourself. You know?
Yeah, and impressive, and as impressive Curious Joy's gameplay has been, Robbie Rotten looks like they're about to run away with it.
Yeah, this is a good match. These two are pretty evenly matched. It looks like.
Oh, that you can, man. I love, man. You ever like have no health and then you play out of your mind? Like you play better when you have no health.
Yeah, but
That's
you
what
gotta
proves,
try
like,
to
these
do that all the
matches where the
time.
rounds are
If you
about,
can
like,
play like you
this is
have
set
only a
point for
pixel
Robbie
left
Rotten,
when
and you
you're
can
always
see the
playing,
change
then
in
that's what makes you truly godlike.
temperature. In the
You just gotta
overall
always
match.
play like you only
Yeah,
have a pixel
definitely
left.
feeling
Always
like
looking for
you-
every little
okay,
fireball,
this
every
is
little
it. This is the
jump,
time,
every
right?
little whiff.
I mean, it always feels like if you could play that way all the time, you'd be like the greatest player ever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at the patience.
Yeah, she is so patient. I think I don't know. I have to look at the rest of the field, but I think some of the players in this field might struggle with how patient Joy is. You know, like this is.
Ooh, that's a pretty high value level 3. This is gonna put the drive gauge very low, maybe like a bar and some change. But Curious Joe, she has all of the drive gauge, so this is the time to start working the low for a driver. Start punishing their drive gauge.
Yeah, this is where I think like she needs to turn on the offense a little bit, but I don't know if it's in her report. Right, she might just slow it down.
Yeah, that's another. You
Yeah,
bring
pretty
about a
much.
great point. Just play.
No,
with
it
what
is.
you're
We all think
comfortable
about the
with.
same
Is
stuff
Robbie
as
Rotten comfortable with
commentators
getting
too.
the combo? No.
Just like how players think about a lot of the same things.
That's a huge drop. That
was a pretty big
my-
drop.
that-
The nerves are kicking in.
You
Oh, the
can
overhead
see
stall.
the wheels
Oh, they didn't
turning,
have
the
life for the
wheels are
trade.
big,
They
and
didn't
their
have life for the
brains.
trade. That was so
You see
good.
Curious Joy do the hooligan to try
Damn,
to
that was
pull
another
it
good
out. It was a
match.
Mild gimmick that worked earlier, and then it just didn't work. Created a scramble, and Robbie Rotten comes out on top. That was a great match.
Yeah, that was really close. I
Shit,
think
all right.
those
I'm gonna
two are
try to
be
see
fun
is
watch.
ElChakotay also streaming
Evolve in
because
that
I would like
exact
to see the
matchup, 'cause
first
that one felt
game
winnable for both
of that
them.
next set from his
So I'm
standpoint, if
definitely curious
possible.
about
So I'm gonna go
how
check
their
if he's
next
live right now.
scrap will go, especially because Joy.
ElChakotay
I think the biggest thing for her.
is
There's a
live.
few people in the slam. It's a good feeling when this happens. I think.
All right.
Where their weaknesses is that they're too solid. Almost, like they need to learn how to
Alright, so
like
here's
be a
ElChakotay's
little
stream.
scrappier.
Let's go check him
We'll
out.
see him later. I don't know if you've watched or played with Karku yet. Karku's Honda. He's like a Honda that doesn't do headbutts or butt slams.
Yep.
Like
I one of the maybe the second or third players that I did.
Yeah, it's been very hyped so far. I agree.
yeah, it's like he's
Did
such
that
an
not work?
odd player because you almost never have to tell a Honda player, hey,
Shout
can
out
you just
command.
like
Why
go
didn't it
ham?
work?
But like he just won't go ham. Like he's just so like solid. You're just like, dude,
That was weird.
what's going on here?
I need a chat room to just type unga bunga constantly just to give him a little nudge in the right direction.
All right, when I
Yeah.
see the match started, we're gonna switch
I
over.
was like talking with
I
him
got his
about it,
stream
and I
here
was
ready
like,
to
I
go.
feel like you shouldn't play Hondo almost if you're this solid. Like not
So
to
it
say
should
that
be the
you have
last
to go
match
ham, but,
of the
like,
set,
I
right?
feel like the way he likes to play on a character that is like better suited to play that way, I think would almost be good. But he's really, really, really good. He's also in the same division that we just watched. So
Ooh, nice.
yeah. he's
Yeah,
really solid.
part of the reason why I picked up Honda was because I was seeing Moore and CarQ playing Honda.
What's up,
and
Ralph?
Honda is such, in my opinion, an underdeveloped character for whatever reason. Like, I
What's
play
going
against
on? You
Alter
came
David,
right
he
in the
plays
middle
modern Honda, and he
of
does
match
stuff that
1 in
no other
progress on
Honda
the
I've never
stream.
seen them use ever.
It's the ElChakotay team
I think that
versus
actually, like,
the Shine
quite a
team.
few
My two
solid
favorite
Honda
teams had to
players out
fight
there
each
that
other
are
first
real
round,
good
but
that,
you know
like,
they would have to
believe
fight
in
each
the
other
character
regardless
or,
because
like,
round
don't think he's
robin.
terrible, like a lot of people said for a long time. But you just rarely see it. He's not a
6
character
teams
picked
of
up by a lot
round
like,
robin.
super,
That means
like, top
5
players
rounds
to,
of
like,
Swiss,
develop him.
basically,
But
right?
there's plenty of
And they
good
do
players
2
who
days
can
of it,
develop
so
him, and
maybe
he has
they'll
some
only
cool
do like
stuff
2
out there,
rounds today
especially
and
in
then
each patch
3
he gets a
rounds
little bit more into each
on
different, so.
Friday, something like that. I'm not really sure
Yeah,
how they'll
the
break
modern
it down.
Honda, you can do level 2 without losing your charge, so it's actually really like not only can you do it faster,
Yeah.
you don't release the back direction, so you can level
Oh,
2
looks like they're going in.
against fireballs all over the place. And my PC just crashed again, so I'll just be commentating like a
Okay, so we're gonna watch it. This is from the ElChakotay viewpoint. We're gonna see what's going on in this match.
Clean throw.
Huge throw. Love this.
Automatic, I like that Thor, so I'm leaving again.
His PC's crashing.
Bro.
His PC crashed.
So Aki Chun-Li, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Very nice.
Ooh, hey.
So player 1 Huntress, she was one of the ones that made it to the finals, right?
Oh.
And I believe the finals, the story of the finals is basically the laggy TV. All right. That's what all I have to do. I don't have to say no more. She made it to the finals and there was a laggy TV, and I'll say no more after that.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, sit down.
Yeah, that finals
Sit
needs
down.
like I hope the finals this time doesn't have that problem. That way the people that win can confidently say, yeah, I won on the best possible hardware, and the people that lost can be like, yeah, I lost, but I didn't drop my combos. You know what I mean? You know how it is. That always puts a little damper on it at the end where people are like, man, I couldn't even do my combos. I tried to low forward level 3 and just got low forward into nothing until my level 3 came out. You blocked and I died.
Oh.
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 Okay,
damn.
okay.
It's okay.
That's my bad. That's my
No,
bad.
you're good. Sorry, whatever. You got 1 drive bar left after this.
Yeah, this
level
guy's
3?
Aki coefficient. So player 2 side, I believe is coefficient. Coefficient's Aki is one of the better ones. Yeah, no more TwitchCon finals. Fuck all of that. Okay. Yeah, I heard it was really bad for Eskay and also for Sykkuno. That's what I was saying. You know what I mean? You
Nice.
either have them
Nice.
lose.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a
yeah,
reset.
Yeah, go on. Here, here,
right.
here, and there. Here.
I just like to poke them.
I would go so far as to say that was your magnum opus.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was.
So they got the first game.
I'll
That was
never
nice.
forget. I told my girlfriend I was playing this.
I feel like I cut off at the perfect moment before he was about to say something that was gonna embarrass all of us. I think I literally changed streams at the perfect moment, guys. You gotta give me a thumbs up for that one. I stopped
Yes,
him from
I think she
embarrassing
beat
himself.
Ko
He
on
was
the
about to say
first day
something
and
dumb.
lost to him on the second is my memory.
Yeah, let me stop.
But I could be wrong. I think they were 1-1 because I think her only loss on the first day was Infernaciu.
Oh
All of the
man.
anchors in the previous slam were so tough. It was hard to know how things were going to go one way or the other. And I imagine it's going to be.
What's up,
exactly the same
YouTube
thing.
guys? You guys good over
Yeah,
there?
this is a
Y'all
rough
been
spot,
mad
though.
quiet.
Cornered already. She
Is
tried to
this
wiggle out of
the
there because she didn't wanna
vibe,
lose
the
her drive
background
gauge.
stream?
Oh, that's big though. Out of the
ASMR for
corner,
you?
has a
Because if
bar,
so, that's
drive gauge,
fine.
baits
I
a
just want to make
drive
sure y'all are
reversal.
cool.
She's looking good here.
I think I'm noticing from Huntress from the last slam is she's more willing to maybe get out of her comfort zone and start pressing buttons when you're minus, when you're plus, and neutral hit toward medium punch.
Losing first
drive rush
lurkers,
with
yeah,
it.
exactly. I don't
You
even
gotta
mind if
make
they're
some-
lurking.
you
I just
gotta
want to make sure
force
they're all
plays to
good.
prevent
If they're all
them
good
from
and they're
making
happy and the
plays
stream is
Mhm.
not breaking
Yeah,
on them
I
or
think
anything
she's
like
been a
that,
little
then
bit more
great. Enjoy the
scrappy,
stream.
which
Yeah,
I think is important, right? You sometimes need to be that scrappy.
I like that name,
kind of
Lucifer's
decision maker
Lurkers.
on
That sounds
offense where
good
you
for like a
make things
teen
happen.
spooky, right?
And even when you're minus and stuff, oh wow, that drive
Welcome
rush
to
overhead
hell.
pushed Ko onto the fireball. And Chun in this version got some nice changes, right? She has she lost some stuff in the patch before, but she has.
What's
the
up, Lone
spinning bird
Vanny?
for
How
extra
are you?
damage on a lot of her confirms.
They
which
just
is
roll
really
high in the
nice.
chat. How's it going? Did you just get here or you been chilling the whole time? Star
Hornets
German
gonna
said
be
we're
the
chilling.
end of
Okay, good. If
Coefficient.
y'all are chilling, then great.
Bro.
Just making sure you guys are all
Oh,
good.
what a walk
I'm not
off
sure how
medium.
long the delay is between when I
Amazing.
talk and when you guys hear it.
Yeah,
It
her
might be
offense
more
in the
on
corner
YouTube
has
than on
looked
Twitch. I'm not really sure.
Way
how that
better than
works.
I even remember it being in the
But
last
if you guys are
one,
good,
know?
then great.
She-
I just want to
she
make sure y'all are
looks
happy and
really
enjoying the
comfortable.
show. It's gonna be a long day today, so it's all day
And
Street
so does
Fighter.
Ko. I really
See
think
different
that
players
he's
and
someone
different
who,
things. Right now we have
is like a
Huntress
really
versus
solid player
Coefficient.
who can
She
do all
needs
kinds of
a
tricky,
pretty
nasty stuff
solid
to you if he
round
gets
in this
a
one to
chance.
keep it
I
going,
like
but the
perfect
parry's gonna
parry
help.
there.
It's not a good time to level 3 because
Reminded
the
of the
scaling was
previous
up,
match
but
where
it's a good
like
time
the
to push to
Huntress
the
is
corner.
playing really-
And Coefficient
it's
jumped
really
the hell out of the
impressive,
A side.
The amount of change that they made to their gameplay. But Coefficient is technically in the driver's seat. They're up 1 match, and this round is heavily in their favor currently.
Mm-hmm. And sitting on
Yeah,
all
there
that
was
meter,
like
it's a one-hit kill here now
Andrew
for
said.
Coefficient, so
Andrew's
you have to be
correct. There was
very
2
careful
Tekken
about what you
slams,
do.
and now there's 2 Street Fighter
Goes low,
slams.
finds the hit, immediate level 3.
This one I think is on Capcom Fighters and everything. He was saying it was going to be on
Hey,
Capcom
yo.
Fighters.
See what the opportunity is going to be here.
Yeah,
Code
Coefficient
low
is one
on
of the
life here. Ooh, that
the
crouch
better
medium kick hit, but
Akis.
no drive rush on it.
And
Oh
Huntress
my
won
God.
the whole thing
Oh
last
my-
time, right?
I'm so scared. Any hit could do it, and the confirmed
Oof.
Huntress tying things up. 1 apiece just like that.
Eesh, I'm glad I get to see the rest of this
Spins on,
match.
baby. Oof.
I can
The
maybe
fan
I'll just
service.
live stream with you. That might make it easy.
Was that Street Fighter or was that Zenless?
Let me turn it on. Let me turn on the TV.
Thanks. I'll adjust the antennas.
Mm-hmm.
Good punish.
Countering.
Okay, Coefficient starting off strong.
These drive reversals from
Oh,
Huntress,
for Mark
I
of the
like
Wolves,
ideas.
maybe.
That she's trying to drive reversal after.
I guess it depends on which
blocking
game. You know how it
BX,
is. It's got to be a
Full
game
Faith
that
is stabbing
Sajam really cares about too,
And
right? Because who the hell
It's a
wants
good
to
idea.
throw
I
a tournament
think,
for a
but her
game and be
timing
like,
on it
man,
is
I
a
don't even
little
think
late, so has
give a
been
rat's
blocked and
ass
punished
about
a
that
few times
game.
now.
Not when you go in depth like this. But yeah, if he likes the
Gets out
game,
of
that would be great.
poison.
Sam shows y'all just want everything to be a
Hey,
slam.
I
It's
don't
not
mind
that
to
easy,
jump in there.
okay?
Wow, what a wild choice from Coefficient.
Half
This
these guys are
worked out
famous, all
perfectly.
right? They got
You
better
know,
things
as
to
a
do with their
professional
time than just
commentator,
be
we call
playing
that
any random old
wild.
fighting
As a
game.
normal human, I say that
Just
was
saying.
random. That was
You gotta come
quite
at
a
them with the big
random
stuff, or they're gonna go back to
decision, and,
Overwatch.
sometimes you gotta take that gamble.
Stage
Marvel
getting out of his
Rivals.
comfort zone a little bit, huh?
It's like
Random.
Majin Obama says, when I call things interesting, I mean that they're stupid. When I'm like, what an interesting.
Yeah, there was a lot of
choice, like,
Unreal 4 at that time. You're correct. I
refer
kind of
to
forgot
them
that
as
that was the
wild and
Unreal
crazy
4
kids, but
little
you gotta
era.
be above the
But
age
then a
of
lot of the
30
fighting
to
game
even
devs
understand that,
either
right?
started making their own engine or just improved on their process. So now you have
Confirmed.
Arxis with
Yeah,
their beautiful
I'm just
3D anime
qualified.
engine
I
that
was
works for
just
like
the right
fucking
height to ride
anything.
this
Dragon Ball, Guilty Gear, whatever their
Wild
heart
and crazy
desires.
kids. It's a Nickelodeon show back in the day.
Capcom's got their RE.
I always say that when I say
Rise
people
for the
make
Moon
Courage the Cowardly
engine.
Dog noises, and I'm like,
Resident
I don't know who remembers
Evil
that
works for
show.
Monster Hunter. Now it works for Street Fighter. Works
Look
pretty good.
at the
Pretty good at
change
keeping your frame
in
rate solid.
demeanor from both players. When the chips are stacked, your opponent is 1 round ahead. I better start zoning.
Yeah, what's up with
let's
that?
take
The
cautious
Cristiano
approach.
Ronaldo thing. I don't really know
I
anything
love that
about
she
it. I
threw
just
EX
know that they've been
fireball
hyping
there,
up
too.
something about
Nice and
Ronaldo,
fast.
and
She doesn't
even
level
he
2 there,
posted
actually.
it.
I thought
It
she
said something
might.
about the game, right?
Hold on to the meter. Wants to try to win
I don't
this
even
round
know how
without
that
spending
works.
it,
I
and
don't even
think
mind
you're-
it. I just don't even know how
you're
that works.
Huntress
How would
here,
are they gonna just
so
put him in the
less is
game?
more, right? Your drive gauge is so low that doing less is really good here. Double
Beat
driver
Jenny
should be
versus
the
Ronaldo?
confirm. I think level 2 for the kill. Level 1?
Yeah. Oh, level 1 is it enough? It's not enough.
Baits the throw. Okay, so
Oh.
she was greedy for the
I'm all
bar,
for
but
it,
that
by
means
the
she's
way.
got
I'm not even
extra
saying
meter
like
for
what the
this
hell.
last
I'm just
round.
confused. Like how is that
If
gonna
I
work?
were Huntress's coach right now, I would have my hands in my head like, oh.
They're gonna make him play like did y'all ever play
That's what I'm
Rage of the
saying.
Dragons?
It's scary.
You know,
Overhead.
there's the characters Pepe and Poopa. They're gonna
over
make
the
him play
head.
like one of those two probably.
Huge.
I'm not even joking. Because wasn't
Nice
their whole
anti-air.
gimmick
Her
that they were
anti-airs
like they were
are
also soccer
excellent,
players?
By the way. Oh, and the confirmed.
What
Really nice stuff. Should be the level 3 for the finish. Huntress clutches
My
it out,
goodness.
showing why she was that first seed with the most wins in the last slam, just
Wow.
like that.
Incredible. Maybe
That was
it's
a
me,
good.
but
That
I
was a
felt there
very
was
good
little
dub.
bit too
She
much
beat
time spent
probably
with
one of the best players in the
Jinxing
whole
her on
tournament just now.
Fireball.
That was a
My
very good
opponent has
dub.
level 2.
And
How
that means
do I
that Team
approach?
Shine
And
is
that,
gonna
I
lock
think,
it
is
down
what
3 to
opened up
1.
window
So I
of
don't think it's gonna
opportunity
come
for
down to the
Huntress run away
coaches.
with it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's interesting to me.
Yeah, there was
because
Pepe and
it
and
really
Poopa, I
felt
think was her
like,
name. They were brother and sister,
Coefficient
and
had
they were
so much
mechanics.
momentum. And as you say, I feel like she
Who are
kinda
also
lulled
well
him
known
into
for
that
like their
fireball
football
game. She was
skills
like, "Oh,
and
don't
their
these
fight
fireball
style.
games, doesn't
I
this
think
look
I
like
think their
fun and
fight
games? We
style
should do
was
this
like
for a while."
derived
So
a little bit from like
And I think you're
football, and
right.
so
He
they
just
had like
kinda got
flips
caught up
and
playing
like
the
soccer
same
kicks in
game
their
with her, and
moveset
that's
and
like a
stuff
rookie
like that.
mistake, right? He stopped playing his game and started engaging with
Yep.
her and what she wanted to do, and she
They're
was
not
like,
popular characters. Nobody really picks them,
And it's a
but
favorable
sometimes
game to
people pick
Chun-Li
Pepe.
anyway.
Sometimes,
We're gonna
sometimes you
have
see him on
Chakotay
team.
coming up next. I've been looking forward to this. How is Lily
Yeah,
gonna
Pepe and
persevere
Poopa.
through
Those
the
were the
Sajam
characters.
slam?
They
Don't
were
you feel the
teammates
same
that
way,
game,
though,
Rage of
in
the
that
Dragons.
Lily,
Fun game, I
obviously
like
we
that
know
one.
Lily's not one of the strongest.
Not really
characters in the
that
game.
good
She can
competitive,
get it
I don't
done, right?
think,
But I
but
have no idea what his
Fun to mashing.
head-to-head is with all the coaches in the slam. Like,
Maybe I'm wrong.
obviously,
Maybe it's
he
a good
almost
competitive
qualified
game.
for
I never
Capcom
really
Cup.
seen
He
a
got,
big
like,
Rage of
third
the
in his
Dragons
World Warrior
tournament.
finals.
So I'm assuming there's
Combo
something So I'm assuming there's
Breaker
something
champ.
annoying
He's a
about
really
running
solid
it
player.
competitively.
So I don't know that I've seen him directly head-to-head with all of the coaches in the Slam, so I'm really excited to see his matches.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as Lily as a character, it feels like the friend that you have that you don't want to compliment too much because they're gonna feel themselves way too hard. Like, yeah, I'm nice, ain't I? Yeah, but like, bro, you're just doing Condor Spire and mixing people, bro.
You're hitting crouching heavy punch, bro.
Sucks, but
You're
I mean,
you're
this
literally
is
hitting
really
one
cheap
button.
part.
You're hitting crouching heavy punch. It's a poke. It's an anti-air. It's a buffer. It's a driver's button. Like, bro, you're not gonna impress me.
Let me get some buffs, please. No.
Oh, there you go. Here's she man. I forgot how
That's
cute
what
this
I'm
character
saying.
is. Here you go.
But
This
yeah,
is
she's,
the character.
she's a
I'll tell you
real, like,
afterwards.
I think she's like pretty
'Cause
good.
the match coming
She's gotten
in.
a lot of like pretty reasonable buffs. I think her big problem is actually not.
Oh, the coaches
her as
have
a
to play.
character,
Oh
but
shit!
it's strong
The coaches
characters
gotta
in the
play
game
each
that are
other.
good
Never
against
mind.
her. You know, like matchups like JP, matchups like Dawson.
Yeah.
When does the
There are
actual
matchups
fighting
that
start?
are
I mean,
just
it's been
really
going
hard
for a
her,
little bit,
particularly in this
Bugs.
version where I think JP is a contender for top 5.
But no, I
JP
know, so
versus
I don't know the
Lily,
recent
I
update.
mean,
Sorry, bro.
yeah. Pretty
And
tough.
of course, you
I
got
haven't been doing too much
ElChakotay
Street
as
Fighter
the
story
pilot, an
lately.
incredible player. Combo breaker.
Or War Tour mode.
One combo breaker with this
As fun as
character
it
when the new
is.
patch just came out. A lot of promise coming from ElChakotay. But we'll see. Shine is no stranger to danger. He's got the edge.
Come here.
Yeah, and I
He's got
think
the-
Nice combo.
this is a good
He's
patch
30
for
now, so
him.
he's got the
Wow,
boom
the one
maneuvers.
drive
He's
cost
got- it's a
combo.
good
That's
patch
cheap.
for Shine though, because you know Chun-Li is better, right? Ed's worse, which is the character he's been playing a lot, but not too bad. Chun-Li's better, and Kimberly's better, and he plays a lot of Kim, right? So I think the characters that he likes to play in this game are pretty solid in this version, and I think when you burn out against Lily, you just automatically lose. The
Oh,
round,
good
I'm gonna be
Bugs.
honest with
You're
you.
fine. Don't
I think
worry.
it's
What a frame kill. Did
You've
you
only
see-
missed. This
you
is the
could do
first
something
set that we're seeing on the stream. So you missed 1, 2,
Oh
3, 4. You missed 4
my-
matches. You didn't miss much.
he's a
I'm
This is
cheater.
gonna
little
be
ahead, so
probably
it's
an
actually
all-day
better if I
event
watch
today,
your
I
stream,
think.
so
He's a
you
cheater,
can
bro.
see
I
it.
didn't even that. I've never seen that. This
I'm not
guy's
even
a
sure how
cheater.
long it takes
My
to
bad.
do all these matches. There's a good amount that we're
One
gonna
of the
see.
things when you
Ooh,
play
he's
a
got
lesser
3
used
stocks.
character and you do your own research and you have these setups nobody has really experienced before, it's going to catch them off guard.
Yeah, I think
Oh, it was-
that's
it
the
was a
biggest
cutoff
thing
for
about
you when you
Chakotay
saw it
is
day one
He has a
pool?
really,
No.
really good chance to perform exceptionally.
No, just Shire.
Against the other coaches.
There's no pool
especially in
here.
the first
Was
and
that you're
second day
talking
of the round,
about
right?
when
'Cause,
you
like,
see it
the
on
less is
Twitter or
more with him,
whatever?
you know?
Yeah, and then the data might come through. But you know, you always got the option to select with a character like Lily. Like, man, Lily, I couldn't do it. She's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for
I
coming
expect
through,
his coach's
Cheshire.
record to be one of the best today. To be honest with you, I think he's someone I expect to perform very well.
Got me
because
thinking about Alice in
he's,
Wonderland
like,
now.
Obviously, up to that level, he can win in a major event like Combo Breaker, and he's on an underused character where people don't know the matchup as well, and he's just really good. He's just real good at the game.
And forcing the drive reversal, I was like, it never feels good to
Chest.
spend 2 bars when they spent nothing.
Ooh, the setup.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of mileage out of this level
Oh,
too.
and
This
there's
is
still
one
more.
thing that
That's
Shine does
grimy.
more than I think
There
most
was
Ed
more
players,
left.
to be honest. The level
Wasn't
2
over.
neutral.
Yep, it helped him reestablish the drive gauge dominance. Now he's way ahead. And
Look
throwing
at
his
the
fireballs is
patient
gonna be
stuff.
even further
Look
ahead.
at the
Especially
patience.
that Lily
He
doesn't have a
knows
charged
the
combo
second
fire.
he
She
jumps, he
cannot go
dies.
through these easily.
Yeah, until she has
He
a
cannot
stock.
jump.
Oh
He can
my,
only-
that's huge,
nice,
though. Level
dude.
3
This
NSCA
guy
in the
knows.
yellow, it just barely made
He
it.
knows what it
might
takes to
go.
win. That was sick.
There's no way.
If he
kills.
jumped, the match
You
was
know,
over.
right?
For real.
Oh my
Hey.
god. That was huge damage. And what a
He
read.
knows.
He needed to make something happen. He had no win stocks, as you mentioned,
Or
right?
not
And
the
Lily
match, but the
without
round was
stocks,
over. That was sick.
it's pretty brutal, I think, to play her normal game plan without it. And we're seeing what we talked about here. I think a lot of people, these other coaches, are really going to struggle in this matchup. I think Chakotay is really, really solid. He's on an
Chakotay is
underused
coming from the
character,
most
and
unique
he's
angle
not
of
someone who
everybody
plays
as the
in
Lily
as many
player.
tournaments,
But that
I think,
doesn't
as
mean
some
that
other
he
people,
can't take
so-
L's. They call it low tier for a reason.
And the corner pressure from Shine coming in.
446
Lily,
legend.
Her options are
That shit
whack
doesn't
with the
matter if I
back
just
pass.
get in your face and
It's
knock you the
better when you're in
fuck out.
corner. You either have an advantage or you're able to punish
Legend this.
their
Man, I
throw
love seeing
attempt.
Blue Mary. I wish Blue Mary was a character in this game. That'd be fucking nuts.
Yeah,
What would
and
she
also,
play like?
if you're a grappler, backdash command grab, you know, is
She
such
play
a big
like
threat.
command
that it
grab
forces
can
them to
be.
hold
You'd
up,
be
so
extra
sometimes
scared.
backdash button is better if you're a grappler. There's a lot of scary things about situations like that.
Right. And I believe Lily is.
You see
just
Joe
like
Higashi
every
throw the
most
elbow?
other characters where her
He was getting
backdash
hype.
Has the same speed. There are some exceptions like Honda, Zangief, Manon, and even Rashid. They have slower backdashes, but
Knock
Lily
him
does
out.
not, and she has a command grab.
Yeah, which makes it very, very scary. And I like what we're seeing here from Shine. The adjustment is good. He wants more offense in mid-range. I think holding space like this, which he just did, gives her the stocks. I think if you can get in and make stuff happen, it's a lot better. The dream combo time
Got
for
him.
Shine here.
Hey.
Not quite, but
Hey.
for sure he's gonna get the corner,
Hey.
get the pressure.
Damn, and the
impressive
mix.
thing about Ed's level 2 is that it's halting the recovery on your drive gauge while doing damage to it.
'Cause
and
it's a
he's building some
super.
drive gauge for himself as long as you don't spend none. There's the match again.
Huge read. Oh, I love that he just did EX Fire there for immediate. That was really smart.
Again,
I love
another
the
big
decisions we
super.
just saw. Immediate EX Fire, string him up, strip the drive gauge, right? Like, everything about that
Exactly.
was perfect.
Yep, this is not looking
He's
like
got
a
a
good
lead
round
now,
for Shine.
and
If
he's
he-
in.
Like if he goes defensive,
Drive
he does the
reversal, he's got
drive
no
reversal to
drive
burn
now.
himself out.
He's dry and
How's he
ashy.
gonna zone in? There's the plus frame counter spire into the
Oh my
command
God.
grab. Guess better, Shine.
Yeah, those spots are brutal. I think Lily is up there with. I like don't think I've seen a Lily player lose a round. Oh, big
Oh my
drop.
God.
Oh, and doesn't get the punish though. I've never seen like a Lily player get like the burnout and lose a round. Like whenever I watch the really strong Lily players play, like you basically like Hibiki, I never see him lose rounds where he has the burnout. So.
Yeah, typically when you play command grab characters, it feels like you're prone to do hard reads, make massive decisions. But
I got
when
the
you have
biggest
your
smile on my
opponent
face. I'm
burn out, you're
cheesing
able
right
to generate
now.
plus frames.
Like,
They have
fuck
to make
yeah,
the
all day
big
Street Fighter.
Punishing reads that nobody wants to jump. Nobody wants to jump when Lily has plus frames.
Yeah, and dealing with her
I gotta at least see who's
Windstock
gonna win the
move
first
and
set.
Spire. Oh, nice
Got him.
whip punish. This should be the kill. Easy peasy here for Shine.
Standing
Nice.
knee
Alright,
kick from
1-1,
Shine.
Shine.
That was incredible.
Tying
And they
up.
did nerf that down heavy punch from Lily.
I think if Shine loses, no matter what, they're
So it
still
has a
good,
more
right?
extended
Because it'll
airbox
be
on it,
3
much
for
easier
Team
to
Shine and 2
And
for Team
one of the
Chakotay.
best whip punishers
But
in the
still,
game.
I don't.
Yeah, if you
I'm
like
not
playing
gonna
slow
deny
defensive
us this
whip
good ass
punishing
match, by
styles,
the way,
this
by saying
character
that.
is- That's him. That's what he does, right?
Definitely not
He's
gonna
the
deny
best
us this good
character to
match.
play
He's coming.
in
He's
this
coming
version of
at
the
him
game for
too.
that
He's trying his
style of
best to
play.
win.
Yep, he did
For
get nerfed
real,
quite
he's
a bit,
mixing.
but he's starting
Look
to
at
show
the
back up
pressure.
in the ranks.
Time to
with
get
lots of
bonked. This is
training
totally different from the Ed we saw earlier.
Yeah,
Remember the Ed we
I
saw
think
earlier?
My opinion
She was
about
just
it, I'm not
her
sure
whole
if you
thing was
agree, is,
tight
like,
combos
he
in the
was
grabs.
obviously
That
one
was
of the best
90%
in
of her
last match.
pressure.
I think he's still
Compared
causing,
to
like,
Shine's
top
pressure,
10,
it's
but a
so-
little
so
bit weaker.
dynamic.
Very clearly
He's
a
just
tournament
coming
winning
at you
character
the whole
in
time.
terms of tier. He's very strong still. Nice.
Yeah, again with the whip punish. Not
Good.
let him get away with it. And that's one of the problems with Lily is she can be a bit linear with her normal
man,
head
the
down heavy punch.
pushback.
As good as it is, you do it a little too much outside the wrong ranges. It's a
I like that he's
verifiable
by going offensive like that. By the way, I also like
I
that
love what
he's
we
he's
saw
kind
there
of turning
from,
on CD situations where
Chakotay, too.
Chakotay can
Shine
cash
him
out
in
his
his face,
stocks
he took the stocks,
by just
and
kind of
giving
staying
Lily
in
3
there.
stocks like
He's
that,
making so
full
Chakotay,
screen, pretty brutal.
even if he
It's
has
very
stocks, he's
hard to
not going
win
to
rounds
get a
like
good
this.
opportunity to use them like this,
my.
and that's important because Chakotay
Should
with
be able to kill
stocks,
here,
as you can
right?
see,
Yeah, no meter
is
spend,
crazy
double
talk.
EX.
He's so tough
Very
to
nicely
beat.
done. Final game, final round between these
Got to
two.
beat him to the punch. That's the only
Well,
way.
I'm getting goosebumps. Shout outs to RL Stein.
He's just forced off drive gauge so consistently because of that Spire mix-up.
Yeah, and it's just resulting in the same thing. The result is Chakotay's getting his charge back, and Shine is just losing his drive gauge.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge though. Back there into the corner. This is a round-winning decision, and the level 3 punish counter. It's gonna remove all
He hit
that
so many
drive
level
gauge.
three.
Just a
He had at
sliver
least
left for
3 level
Shine
3s
here.
already.
And this is a product of that earlier drive reversal. He would have 2 more bars if he didn't
He's a
get
level
it.
3
But he
beast.
would have had to guess for the plus frames up of the counter spire.
The worst
So
part
it's like,
is,
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah, and now he has to run away, and that means that she
And
can
he's
get more
very low
stocks.
on drive.
wants
He
to run
can't
away so
pressure
his
right
drive gauge
now.
comes back, and then that means that she's like full
Yeah.
screen, getting more stocks, and now he's in burnout.
So
Gets
he's
the
got to
level
use
three.
his super,
Oh,
and she's out of there. She
this is
broke
such
right
an
through it.
opposite
This is
way
really
of
good for
what you normally
Chakotay
see
now.
Ed players doing. Usually they're getting. Oh, man,
Oh my
360.
God, the
Ed
damage on the
players are usually
command
getting their
grab.
meter back
My
to level 2.
goodness.
He's using his level 2 to try to get some meter like from cover from
He,
burnout.
he just was
And then-
behind.
and
That was part of
Chakotay
the problem,
just
Andrew.
spires
He
through
was
it,
so
and it's just
behind
going the
because
other way. So like, what do you do?
Yeah, it's pretty rough right there. And I have to say, very impressive from him. He made good adjustments. I think
eagerly.
forcing the issue was a good choice from Shine, especially in the second game. We saw that a lot more. But there was a few times where like the positioning kind of slipped away from him, and then Chakotay just full screen, getting those stocks. And then the minute your drive gauge is low and you have to run against Lily, it means that she goes to full screen, she gets 3 stocks, and you like the round is so hard to win after that. 3 EX spires is all of your drive gauge gone.
Yeah. I've always felt that it's such a tough decision to want to drive reversal the enhanced counter spire is as much as you don't want to address the mix up, it's digging into your drive gauge, and you can see how it impacted the whole match. Like, as a fan of low forward drive rush myself, it costs a lot of meter to do that, and eventually if you're not correct with the way you spend your meter, it punishes you in later parts of the round. But
Yeah.
Chakotay is demonstrating that same thought process with the counter spire. Using the drive reversal, you lose 2 meters, and then if you don't recover that, or if you're even
He
trying
sure
to
is.
recover
Friezilla
that,
said
it's having
that.
an effect on the neutral of
What's
the
his
matchup
name's
itself.
Lily?
Yeah,
Chakotay's Lily.
exactly.
His Lily's
And,
so
like,
fun to watch.
Your
It's
point
true.
to crouch medium kick drive rush too. Like if Shine does any offense with drive gauge, and then he doesn't get the offense, and then he blocks a spire. Now he's like, do I drive reversal and end up in burnout and then potentially lose the round, or do I hold the mix, right? And like
Yeah,
that
I
kind of
love that.
decision,
His Lily's
both
so
suck.
fun to
Like
watch.
neither feels good to do, right? It's just like so.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like you need him to make a mistake first so that you don't immediately lose your drive gauge. But like, you think a player that good is just gonna get
It's 2-0 right now for Chakotay. Is that right, or is it 2-1 Chakotay?
And not only that, it was the reads from Chakotay, the back dashes, the reversal level 3s successfully. Sometimes you just gotta guess better. There's no way you can lab your way out of it other than knowing what options are available to you. Maybe you make an informed decision based on their resources and player tendencies. You still gotta guess. At the end of the day, if you're finding ways to get to that opportunity more than your opponent is, you're more likely to make more correct guesses. That's exactly what I think we saw there.
Exactly, and it's just really textbooks high level play from both of them. Good adjustments from both of them. Solid match. I mean, those players are both very good. Both had pretty reasonable chances to make it into Capcom Cup and their World Warriors this year. They're solid, dude, and they're always fun to watch. I think it's a good match to watch.
Nitro's been killing it, man.
So that's our first round. It looks like if you do exclamation point score, you can find the scores for the first round. Looks like everything's getting updated. I can show it on
Spooky's
screen
all messed up.
Next match,
but I'm ready to see some of my best matches. I could definitely use a smoke.
Round two, but
looks like it's taking a little bit.
So far, let me pop you in.
Oh, was that the end?
Boom, you're down there chilling with me.
Okay, that was the end. All right, so Team Shine won. Oh yeah, they're still scoring the last match. Team Shine won. Team Nephew won.
Team scores are looking like if you want to follow
Team JB won.
Know how their results
oh, and that's it. That's right. It's only 3 matches happening at a time.
Per group to see who has wins and losses.
Also, I'm blind now. You blinded me, Sajam. With your non.
I have like a really live version.
Where's your dark mode, Sajam?
And yeah, either way, you guys should be good to go, knowing the scores. It'll be there for you. Exclamation point score will have it all day long. In my chat room, if you're watching on another stream, stop by the Sajam stream, type exclamation point score and bracket, and keep those in another tab for yourself. So.
Awesome. This is an awesome event. Amazing event, Sajam. Here's my praise.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, we're doing our best out here.
The way he said it. Yeah, David still does stuff.
I'm glad I get
he was doing a lot of NRS tour. I don't know if maybe he'll be at Frosty. Maybe he goes a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we're happy to have you. You're awesome at what you do, and I think everybody has a good time working with you. You're a really fun coach to work with. You have a good attitude, and you're excellent.
They may also be putting. Do they put David on CPT still? I can't remember. They might. He might be a CPT guy.
Really needed to help because.
All right, I'm gonna bring the piece here and smoke up a little bit, guys. So that's gonna take them a minute to get established. Stick around. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be right back.
To learning the video game and not, just struggling from the very beginning. Speaking of,
absolutely.
I was just gonna say our next match should be JB versus Brian F, which I'm excited to see these players go head to head.
Whoa.
Let me grab him in here.
You mentioned that I'm good at teaching newer players, which I to me, I'm a little subconscious. Like, what do you mean? I'm good at coaching everybody.
I said all levels of
Rodan. Yeah, Rodan hit me up specifically for that reason. So I worked with him. Was it last night or the night before? And yeah, he had nothing but positive feedback as well. Like, I know how to not really. This is how much plus this move is, therefore, but more so, this is how this works and how you can use it. And then I try to build like different pillars of ideas that eventually lead into each other, and you can find out how the game works. They're just you have a powerful tool. It gives you a foundation, and then now what else can you do with this, and how does it lead to other things?
I talked about this because I did a bunch of sessions with Boxbox where I taught him Street Fighter, and then he went to learn Tekken with FDX, and FDX was like, "Do you know frame data at all?" And then someone was like, "How did Sajam teach you Street Fighter like 4 times and you never learned frame data?" And I'm like, bro. He needs to know how to fireball. He needs to know how to uppercut. He needs to know what his good moves are and like why he should use them. Like, listen, that the frame data part we can get to later, right? Like, it's all like you just need to know why the move is good, why you should use it, what's it for, right? Like, these are the kinds of things you put in your brain and you build from there. That's how life works. You don't start with actually you must study the frame data on all your moves to know. Like, you got to teach the game in a way that's what is this move for? What is it do?
It's for the player too. If they're into that kind of thing and it helps them understand it, absolutely. Then if it's a method of helping them understand the way things work, then yeah, you can show them that the red part of the frame data, the frame meter, is where the move actually hits. It generates block stun, hit stun. That's why there's yellow, and that's why you have advantage because you recover before. Whatever, you can do that for those players, and then I think eventually, when you get good, everyone should know how frame data works.
Right.
It's not really we didn't have frame data in arcades. I was the opposite that I am now, where people would be like, hey, they would show me some book. We called it a MOOC. It was like, hey, you want to see the MOOC with frame data? I don't need no frame data. I play with my heart, bro. I can win without it.
That's the thing too, is like, to be honest, like you don't really need to know even the nitty gritty of it. What you really need to know is like,
James posts on YouTube all the time,
dude. Is this move safe?
Casanova,
unsafe,
you're asking
also,
me the wrong questions. You could be answering these questions yourself, Casanova, by literally looking at James Chen Twitter right now and seeing that he posts on YouTube almost every day. I'm pretty sure that he posted a video about this.
I think a lot of people are going to struggle with it. And I think the way she plays is really difficult for a new player to stop. She gets how to do nasty stuff to you and kill you. And I think that's a very effective way to play the game. And her and JB, I think, have like a good system for like developing that, you know?
It looks so annoyingly passive. Like, you could anti-air, but I'll pass.
Yeah, and like you can
Alright, so
imagine
Gumiho
trying to be
player
new
won
to the
Iron
game,
rank?
and, like,
No
Blanca's
way.
doing slide,
That's gotta
heavy
be a
Blanca
troll,
ball, and
right?
command
They're for
grab
real
and drive
Iron
impact
rank?
to you. How difficult
I
that
didn't
is
even know
to
that
deal
was
with.
a
And one
rank.
thing that I
It
think a lot
goes
of the coaches
down
taught
to
to the new
Iron?
players, and I know JB taught it to his new
I thought it was
players,
like bronze and then
block
silver and that's
drive
it done.
reversal, and wake up drive reversal. Those are options that I think a lot of the coaches represent to their new players in particular, and they're like, just do this. Like, if
Is
you're
this
in
for
trouble,
real?
this
The
is what
ranks
you
go this slow?
Yeah, that's where the counter coaching comes into play as well. Like
They have 2800
I showed
LP.
Cat
That's
how to just
crazy. He's
use the
Iron
fucking
Gaming.
wake up and punish the drive reversal because Scarra used it so much and it was very successful. But the drive reversal being -6, if your opponents don't know how to punish -6, then it's just gonna be a free get out of jail free card, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that I think is like an underrated part of the game is like when you're new, -6 as a punish. I mean, it's not easy to know a punish for something like that, you know? Like it's actually quite, it's the opposite. It's kind of difficult. The DI actually hit, but no follow-up
Exactly,
combo and a
Locious,
parry on a
exactly.
wake up.
And if you want to see the bracket, I put it at the top of the chat,
it's also,
but I'll
do
post
you
it up one
want
more
to
time.
invest,
You can see
20-30 minutes
who
with your
trained
player
each
to learn how to
particular
punish
player.
a drive reversal. And in some, yeah, eventually, yes, you do, because it's a massive reward. And they lose 2 bars. You get a hit. You take away more meter. Absolutely worth knowing.
And she loves the doll, by the way, the Blanca-chan doll. This is part of
Yeah,
part
this
of
is pretty
convincing her
nice.
to play the character.
Anyway,
was
round
how
2 has begun for
the
today.
doll just holds down
I don't know
the
how many
neutral
rounds we're
for
going
you.
through today.
The go, my son.
Oh, like, I thought you meant she
No,
was
and
a doll, as in,
Coefficient
like,
is
she don't
also
even
one
know
of the
how to
top
use it. You just
Aki
put it
players
down
or
there and
something,
enjoy
right?
its presence.
Nah, she was
this.
setting out Blanca-chans and igniting them just over and over. And like, look at her gameplay. This is my favorite thing about the way Gumi plays is the game is very simple. The game is slide, Blanca ball, drive impact, command grab. Those 4 options. What are you gonna do about it?
Blanca's a
She's
good
just a
pick at
back-walking
these lower
knowledge
ranks
check,
though,
like-
because usually
And
like if
as
you're a
a coach,
lower
what do
rank,
you say?
you're gonna have an
Just
easier
hold
time
down
dealing with
back,
like a
and then she does command
Ryu
grab. Just hold
or
up,
like a
like, you
Ken
have
or
to
something, because
respond
at
to
least you know
what she's doing.
Hadouken, you know,
Look at the-
Tatsu, Dragon Lash, Shoryuken, right? At least you
That's
have
what
an
I'm saying.
idea
Like,
what
yeah,
their game
the
plan
mix
is.
actually real
Versus with Blanca,
mix-ups
you don't even really,
and
if you're new,
annoying,
you don't
scary
really know what
things
the
to
fuck
deal
this
with
character
as a
even
new
does.
player, and
He's just
it's
Blanca.
effective. Like,
Look at
all
him.
of the
He's just
options
jumping
are
around
good
everywhere like
and
an
hard to
idiot.
deal with and
Rolling.
require a specific answer.
So tricky to fight.
So she's just like, yep, cool. The
That was a
game
good
is simple.
parry.
I've
They
got
could've got a little
4
more damage,
annoying
but we'll
things to
take
do
it.
against you. What are you gonna deal
Every
with,
little bit
you know?
counts. Driving path.
Yeah, this reminds me of like one
They
of the
coulda answered
strongest
it.
strategies that I established,
Dropped the combo.
with Cat Lane is taking the throw is so powerful at this level because most people don't know how to capitalize after they throw somebody, like what driver option they can do. They might
Or
miss
do
time
what
it.
mix up they
So if you
have
take
or
the
something like
minimal
that.
amount of
True,
damage,
that's not wrong.
You're
Not
gonna
wrong.
create
But
so much room for things to just happen.
at the
for
same
your- for
time,
yourself.
like
And it's
Blanca,
reminding
the
me-
most annoying
it's
thing that
reminding
Blanca
me
could
the
do
way
is just
that Gumiho
jump,
playing.
medium
She's
kick,
not
and then grab
really-
you over and over.
She's not
That's
really
pretty
like
annoying.
drive rush buffering or anti-airing. She's just running the gimmicks with Blanca.
Just
and
letting
it's
them jump
working
in.
out.
Damn.
Yeah, simple, effective strategies, and that's it. Like, you don't need to do anything fancy. Like, just do Blanca balls.
Yeah,
do
that's what I'm
jumps,
saying,
do drive
GGB.
impacts.
This would be,
They both
as
went
someone
for the
trying to
drive
just
impact,
rank up and
Ricky
learn
was
the
second
game,
there by
this
a
would be the
frame.
most annoying thing that you could have countered in the early ranks. You just wouldn't know what to do. You'd be like,
Oh
what the
my
fuck is he
God.
doing? See, he's whiffing and she's trying to throw
walk-up,
punches, it's
DI,
not
Both of
working.
them doing it at the same time.
Isn't it annoying?
Can't lie.
This is part of what makes Blanca good. Whenever people are like Blanca's not that
Like, a
good,
whole
this
story
this
that
is
just happened in
it's
front
moments
of us.
like these
I'm
are when you
walking
understand
DI,
Blanca's
and
actually a good
And there's
counter.
like, oh, see him in the corner. I'm gonna DI.
Oh, she got out of that. That was important that she escaped the corner because she's in burnout. So
Look,
drive
he's just
impact is
jumping
such a
in,
big threat
pressing
here.
his good button, sliding whenever he feels like sliding.
Nice. Wow, I like that.
That was a good wake up super. That helps. Overhead block.
Burnout from Gumiho. And Bricky capitalized on
That's
level
big
3
damage.
there.
They might die. They might actually
That is
die.
big. So she's out of burnout.
It's very
and
close.
a ton of damage. It's just whether she can close out this round or if she's gonna be down a ton of meter.
Okay.
Very winnable.
It did way less damage than I thought it was gonna do
Oh
for a
my
crit
God.
guard.
Not enough. Oh,
Oh
my
no
God,
fucking
2-0.
way!
No
The stupid
way.
command grab. See what I mean?
Bricky got counter hit on that command grab, which made mean they tried to check it, but they whiffed the.
But
throw medium
they
punch
checked it
just
with a jab.
before,
You
so
can't
they
do
might
that.
not have came out in time.
Yeah, that's one of those moments.
See,
too,
that's
where,
one
like,
of those Blanca, baby. I
That's one of those
told you,
moments where
Blanca. Believe in
like I said,
Blanca.
I can only imagine teaching a new player, like you just mentioned, how to stop all those options. Like, how to stop command grab, how to
See
stop
you in action is a
stop
joke.
slide. You have to like have a response and a punish for each option, and like
Blanca.
that's asking a lot. Okay, like you're asking me to stop all those options. Like, sure, I'll fine, right? But like asking someone who's played the game for less than a week,
Right.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
sometimes there's regrettable coaching moments. Where you
That's
tell them
real
the
one
right
is that's
thing,
some 2 win
but
quotes,
the
by the way.
situation happens
He
where it
just goes,
becomes the
see
wrong
you in
thing.
action as a
Like,
joke.
what happened just
And it's
now
just
may
him
have
doing
been-
like the,
Well,
you
you
know,
could just
the wind
jab
pose. I
Wong
gotta do
out
it
of
this
it,
way for you to
right?
really understand.
And
It's
then
like him
he
making a
whiffed something
face
just
with his
before,
hand like
but made
this,
their
right?
jab
The wind
effectively
pose.
slower,
See
so
you
then
in
they jab
action
like
as a
counter.
joke.
Like, you told me to jab it.
And the other
Well,
guy's like Ken, just all beat up,
this is
scratches
the
all
last
over him.
time.
Like, yeah,
Blood coming
you
out of
have
his
to tell them,
mouth.
Like, well, when the move is coming towards you, you need to do it then, and then yeah, it's a whole thing. Oh, have you seen much of Stan's play in this, by the way? Stan's has been very improved, very fast. He's brand new to the game, and he's almost dying.
Yeah, Ken definitely looks beat up.
Very impressive.
Yep, I watched.
Some of
their
the faces are
stream
so funny
and,
because when you look at them, you're like, how does
I
face
asked if
even
they
get
needed
like
coaching,
that?
If their coaches worked with him yet, because I don't want to step on coaches before everything's established. But yeah, he was taken care of, and watching the gameplay, very entertaining. He is like, in some ways, my spirit animal, because. You know, he just doesn't know why things
The
are
Bison
happening
one is
to him.
crazy. He's like bleeding from his eyes. The Zangief
Yeah,
one,
I
oh
know
my
what you
god.
mean.
Hold on, I found out a whole
He crashed
set
that.
of them.
First of all, a
Here,
showman.
since we're
Very
talking
fun to
about them,
watch,
here, take a look
right?
at this. This shit is
And
crazy.
second of
Some
all,
of
yeah,
these.
he's just like, what is
Some of these you're like, whoa, what even
he's
happened
just
to that
going
guy?
through it, I think in a way that's very, yeah, I feel him.
Relatable.
Look at Bison. What the
Yeah.
fuck even happened to Bison? He's extra fucked up.
Oh,
Because
I've
that
been
guy,
hearing-
he's
I
dead.
haven't
I think
seen,
he's dying.
I don't. I'm not
And
familiar with
Zangief
Sonic,
also
but
looks
I've been
extra
hearing
fucked up.
they
Look at
have been
Zangief.
Destroying.
He's right next to me.
Path
Look
in
at
front of them is just pure carnage. Is
Mm-hmm.
this? Is there something special about this player that I'm not aware of?
So
I
Sean
don't
played
think
in our
Zangief is
Tekken
okay. He might
and
lose
he
an
was
eye
a
or
Lars
something. He
player,
looks
and
fucked
he was
up.
our second seed, so he's the second highest in
Anyway,
Tekken.
there
He was
you
pretty
go.
solid. His Lars was quite good, and he wanted to play Street Fighter, but he was like, I don't know if there's a character cool enough. Like I'm like doing.
All right,
cool
here we go.
stuff.
Match
So he
2.
played this game and he
right?
played a bunch of different
Of the
characters.
sets,
He tried
you got
Ken.
Sonic
You're gonna love this. He tried
up
like all
against
the characters. He tried
Stans.
Ken and was like, wait, this is the easiest character I've ever played in my life. I'm just gonna do this. So he
The
started playing
first
Ken.
ever Ken up player.
Yeah, Honda
Yeah, he's the-
Sumo.
he's the
used to,
anti-phenom.
you know, they
He's the
slap each
first
other while
Ken
they
player
fight and
to
stuff.
say
So
he's
he's
good
okay.
ever.
He's battle hard. It actually makes sense.
Oh boy, I kind of want to tune into Stan's stream right now.
Sumo guys, they don't give a fuck. They definitely be
Let's
slapping the hell out of each other while they
Oh,
fight.
but he's ready for the wake up the eye. That's huge.
Burn out for Ken too.
Yeah.
Does he got some. He got some moves now.
Okay, I like the
Okay.
combo, and you know that Phalanx is coming. He's doing the Superman punch any second now, and it's right into the corner. Charge buttons, it's a beatdown.
So much plus frames, but it's on hit, so it's plus in the combo to kill.
Mm-hmm. And you know the
Yeah.
funny thing too is, I
He
wonder
said
how
this
many
Ken
people are
Utskin
just
is
gonna send it with
nasty.
the eye against
In a
Ryan.
good way or a
Like,
bad
I-
way? I don't mind.
like,
It's
The
opinions.
meme is that they're old.
Do you mean that in a good
know?
way or a
So,
bad
like,
way?
you're
He
supposed
said
to
this
drive
Ken skin
impact.
is
Oh
nasty.
my God, whiff
Usually
throw
when someone says
EXP.
that, that's
the
not
meme,
a
so
good
I
sign.
wonder how many of them are gonna just try it.
We did see a successful DI. with
His hair,
Stans in the
his
corner
hair.
early.
Hey,
Tried
it's
to
still
do it
better
on
than
Winston, but
SF5. Remember the
it's a
banana
dirty
hair in
DI, and he still
SF5?
responds
I'll
to it,
take
but
this.
Could have just been sending it himself.
This looks like he
A
was
little
rocking
early
out
there.
all
Oh, yeah,
night
and by
whipping
the
his
pin
hair,
rackets
you know,
have
and then
been
he just got on his bike and
forming
went
any of the
home.
slammers so
He didn't even
far.
get a time
Not
to
a
shower
fan
yet.
of
He's got the
pin
crunchy
rackets.
hair.
I agree that the move
This
is a
at
little
least looks
good.
realistic to me.
You know, I think it farms more than just slammers.
Yeah, I think
I
you're
compare
right.
it to
I'm
the
pretty sure.
SF5 one. The SF5 banana hair
like the
was
level
terrible.
2
My drive gauge is disappearing for trying to
I
defend
can't unsee
myself.
it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. Every time I think of Ken, I
Little-
think
a
of that
little slower
weird
pace from Sean. I like the
banana
idea.
hair.
Nice.
What the fuck?
Perfect.
Wow.
You can see the synapses firing off. Sonic was like, they're about to do the Superman punch, uppercut.
Mhm. You got to do it.
Checked. It's actually a good thing that that Stans didn't DI back. They may not have enough health to survive it.
He said it was a
Yeah,
cow.
yeah, you're right,
His hair
actually.
definitely is a cowlick.
Yeah, it was a little
Here's a
scary. And
cowlick.
you know, it's one of those moments where maybe the reactions work
Built like
for
a
him.
brick.
it's like, you know how you
Do
take
they tell
credit
the
for
old
something that you
jokes in
didn't
the new
mean to
ROM?
do?
I
It's
gotta
like
watch
the-
it. Some of those old jokes in
boomer
the
opposite.
original dub are so funny.
Yeah, I got the reaction.
built
but
like
I
a
knew
brick.
that my health was
Your
too
face makes me sick.
Yeah, I could have reacted, guys.
can't
I
even
just didn't want
kick.
to spend my meter.
Your hair's a cowlick.
Oh
He was
my,
talking
okay,
so much
maybe
shit
not.
to her. She was extra mad.
low. Uh-oh. Level 2, not the highest value, but it's something's way better than nothing.
I assume it's the medium modern auto combo.
Then
probably
Sao
there,
Tome Tendo pulled out the turntable and started remixing it.
which is totally a fine spend. And one of those things that you can teach
built
your,
like a
your
brick,
student
built
later.
like
Hey,
a
right
brick,
there, you
built
can
like
just
a brick.
input any super you want. You can do
Your
level 1,
face
level 2,
makes me
level 3.
sick.
Like, you can
Face
just
makes
tell
me
them.
sick.
And that's an easy thing to
Yeah.
fix.
That
Oh,
made it
the
extra
drive
fun.
impact.
Some of those old
Yeah,
gags are classic, man.
He's
Sure you
too
can.
ready. I'm starting to think maybe people were onto something.
Oh no. Hey, Sajam, Sajam, do you think this is the moment where Stans is like, man, modern controls is cheap?
Yeah, he's definitely having the awakening right now about modern control.
Yeah, he's having a tough time getting in. The phalanx, the Superman punch is just not working because of the modern uppercut.
Yeah, modern you have to change the way you play against it, right? So it's one of those things where you can't reaction test like you would against somebody who's playing on Classic because there's just no buffer time, you know? Like it's very different.
Yep, and the strategy is obvious as well. So you can do it when you're anticipating it, it's like so easy, or you can do it in the clutch where you're not ready for it, but it's just one button, so you just press it.
Yeah, and like you have to find different ways to bait the reactions than normal, right? There are ways to deal with it.
Damn,
And it's why Modern is not picked by everybody, so. Whoa.
Wow, nice.
That's hard to do. That is
Yeah,
not
for
an easy
real.
reaction.
That's like
Not at
unreal
all.
reactions. You gotta do that
We could
quick.
have killed off of that, but he still got the dub. Nice throw after the heavy punch.
Wow.
I'm
Super.
impressed.
You know,
I'm not even
Ken
mad.
has
That was
more
great.
recovery on his fireball than other Shotos. It's possible to react to it with DI offline, but you run the risk of him doing the OD fireball.
Yes,
But the level 1 super is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough reaction check, but easier against Ken, as you just mentioned. But
Smart.
very impressive. You don't see that often. But his fireball is one of those
Short.
ones where like it's supposed to be the lead-in, right, rather than just the primary.
Good. Wow.
tool.
Very good jump
Oh,
short.
man.
And was that intentional reset? Because if we saw that was
The
juicy.
meme.
Yeah,
No, level 1.
I think we're gonna
He's
see
got
that a lot
level
today.
1. He might level 1, but it's just not going to be very good value.
Yeah,
I was coaching Frodan, who's a former Hearthstone player, so I'm starting to say value a lot. I'm sorry.
I like value. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing. The
Tossed.
Diaphone team is 4 teamfight tactics players.
Oh, man.
So I basically explain everything in TFT rules, right? I'm like, here's how this right here is really high value. This is like this is like that. You know, it's just the way you explain it.
Fine.
Man, it's just the fireballs are giving Stan such a troublesome time. He's not able to get over it.
Chest.
Easy,
Goddamn.
easy hit confirm.
This is huge here too. I think spinning
Sure
some
is.
bar here is good. Yeah, level
Okay,
1.
level
I think any
Especially
amount of
the
meter is
freeze
good there.
drag they get.
Oh,
Oh, it could be over. They could have done
Wait
a
a
better
minute.
combo. They could have killed.
Oh, what a
Never mind. They are gonna kill.
easy KO. Easy.
blocking in his dojo.
That
is
was
not happening. He's not
unnecessary.
about that life.
Unnecessary roughness.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
He said the
Offense
Ken
wins
looks like a
championships.
Cher
That
fan.
one
That's how
DI
long
that
this Ken's
Sonic
been
did
around.
just led the
He still remembers who Cher
complete
is.
dismantling of his defense.
Yeah, and one thing I love the defense right there from Stans, walking back to try to bait him on offense there. Wow, that was good offense from Sean. But one thing I was gonna say about Sean in the last slam is the same thing. He's like a cool stuff guy. Like he likes doing cool stuff more than he likes winning, almost, right? So and he does not like blocking. He's one
One
of
of
those.
Liza
players.
calls the ringtone is
He
"I got
loves
you,
hitting
babe."
cool stuff. That's what he cares about. Like he doesn't want to win if he thinks his opponent doesn't think he's cool. You know what I mean?
I can relate.
Yeah, you got to hit the coolest thing
Sure you.
possible.
Yep, they were ready. Man, the walk back show you
Boy.
extra ready.
Stans has the drive gauge in his favor, but if he can't get in, it
That
makes
was
use of
wild.
it then. Oh, that's bait, man.
They always
How many
reversal.
uppercuts are-
They always
is
reversal.
Sonic letting fly?
Is that the read?
Yeah, and that's one of those things too where Stans has been punishing him too. He's been
Yeah,
recognizing
but
and punishing a
only
bit.
okay
Oh my
punishment.
God, he's
If
gonna
their
be able to do
punishment was
auto
better,
combo,
they
level
put
2
the
to
fear
kill
of
him.
God into him for doing those uppercuts.
Man, these
Unk,
DIs.
please. My fellow Unk. But there's no way that the next DI he's gonna check it. I read that they're gonna be so fixated on DI. There's no way his coaches aren't telling him.
Man, it's interesting to see how you have
Yeah.
two players that are platinum, which is a
They-
pretty
they could
good
also
level. They
be,
they worked up the ranks.
frustrating
We saw
too.
somebody that was iron just
Yeah,
now,
It
right?
definitely could be one of those.
So these guys worked up
he's
the
ready,
ranks
he's
a
ready,
bit.
He's ready, he's ready.
And it's interesting to
Oh,
see
man.
how there's still so much room for
Level
improvement,
2
right?
something
Like if
for
they
him
added
now.
more things to their game,
Oh, the jump,
like
the
better
modern uppercut doesn't come
punishment,
out.
you know,
Plus
better
frames on the
movement,
Gladius.
you know, not fucking up the cross up, little things like
Yeah,
that,
and there
right?
still is
So much
Invincible
room
Super
for them to
available.
get
Oh,
even
that's big.
stronger.
There still is Invincible Super available as well from Sean, and he might let it rip.
On modern, much easier to react
might
to.
die,
just
actually.
react
Are they
with
dead? No, they
one
live.
button. Even if he does it though, it's not really that good.
Yeah, I think reversal super here would be pretty bad if Sean does go for it. Oh, if he gets out of burnout and he DIs him. Oh my God. See, he was thinking about DI. He just went for DI right away there. Oh my.
Oh,
God.
not enough health.
Oh yeah, King 49's exactly
All right,
what
all
I'm
right.
talking
Final
about.
game, final round between these
She
two.
has a combo that involves the first hit,
Very close set.
starts counter hit, right, and then you charge up the second hit, something like that, or is it just a charge? You start with a charge. I see different variations. It's been a while.
Jump throw. Is there gonna be a dry rush? Protect the
But anything
throw
was better than
early.
just 1-2 knockdown. They could just done 1-2 level 2.
Oh,
that
no
probably,
whip
that
punish.
probably
I
would've
like.
killed.
I like that he took space right there.
Yeah, it looks like we're back to the previous matches where the Superman punch is starting to play a role a little bit. Jumps, stands is just forcing his way in.
He's having a lot
uppercut.
more success with his like a more traditional approach like you're mentioning, and Sean is not responding by waiting as much.
Man, this is intense. Oh, the advantage for Ken. Another throw. Is he gonna throw again? He did.
Drive impact time.
Corner. Everyone's favorite spot.
It missed. Oh
Big
my
drop.
god, the auto combo didn't
Pistol.
hit, and he got
Oh,
the
the
throw
reset.
afterwards.
That was
one
hairy.
of those moments where he wanted the heavy auto combo probably into level 3, but it just didn't work off
That
the
was
wall
hairy.
spot.
Those
but
are
he
those are
cleaned it
good
up.
Ken
He figured it out
situations
in the
though
scramble
against
afterwards.
Marissa. She got slower buttons,
Part of what I love
so her
about
only answers to
watching players
those will
develop
involve
at
like some
this
type of
level of play
armor
is,
or some type of like
if we were
reversal or
watching
something
your
like
favorite
that.
pro players,
Which
it's like,
also is
all right,
armor.
it's over. Level 3 is gonna come out, but there was 2 more choices made after that drop combo.
Between Street Fighter and
I
Tekken,
like
which
seeing
game
what
has
happens
more
in those
guessing?
moments. Like it's like revealing
Shit.
under the curtain, like behind the curtain.
That's
what were they
tough.
thinking next?
So with Tekken, right?
And, like, it's fun
There's
to
a
watch
lot
too
of like
because,
unreactable
you know, you can
guessing,
see
especially in
the
Tekken
brain
8. Like
moving.
Tekken
he
8 got a lot
knew-
of
He's smart. He knows.
has a
I
lot
don't
of
hit the DI.
you know
I do
because
my
you
biggest
block
combo
this
win,
one
right? Like, I do
move.
the heavy
Now
auto
you have to
combo
block
and
this
modern.
whole sequence or
It's
try
one
to
of those
sidestep
damage
correctly,
options.
right?
But then it doesn't work because of the DI
But-
flat, and he doesn't know that because he's new. But the decision makes a lot of sense, right? You can see why. he
When
was
Street Fighter
I need to kill
hit or
him.
throw is so good,
You do
especially
big
in this
combos,
Street
right?
Fighter.
Like,
It's like almost
totally-
back
it
to
makes a lot
classic
of
Street
sense. You
Fighter as
follow the
far as
logic
like
for
how
sure.
good strike or throw is. You know what I mean? That's
I'm gonna
just
make
scary.
a Jibble
Then
Dama
you have the
prediction.
drive
That
impact
was the
behind it,
match where
which means that
Stan
you
was
have to be very careful about any non-cancelable
DI me to
move
win the
or any
match.
move that doesn't stop a DI, or you gotta be
I'll
ready to
back-
react
run it
too,
back next
which is
slam.
kind
I
of scary. You
think
can use it yourself,
next
but you know
round
what?
robin, he
You
will
gotta
be
use it
a
right
little
because if you
prepared
use
for
it bad,
driving
then
back.
guess what? They're gonna
I
kill
have
your
a- I have
ass.
a
So
feeling that will be on
it's
the
all-
coaching
all
list for sure
different
if,
type of
if
things,
it's
right?
not already there, which is cool. And this match, I'm really excited
the-
for. Have you watched much of either of them play? I think this is gonna be an awesome match.
I
It'll
think
probably be
guessing
quite close.
throws in Street Fighter is really tough.
So
So
I
tough
played
that you
Cody
see
and I
people
actually
get grabbed
coached
5 times in a
Jakenbake,
row, right?
Yesterday, 2 days ago. We
How
had
many
a
times have
coaching
you
episode.
you looking at
Yeah, I
home,
told him
laugh
to
to yourself,
slam
like
on
obviously he's gonna throw him again, right? Haha.
Nice. I
And
love
then just
that. I
5
mean, those are
grabs
good
in a row. But
suggestions.
that's how
he
it
played
is.
some 5.
Street Fighter
I'm
throws
sure
are
you're
scary.
familiar with the event that,
See,
that
that's
you
what
guys
happens when
were
you try
in
to
with,
attack.
Mogu as well.
Gets punched in the face.
And he's solid. He knows how to
Get
play some
punched in the
Street
face
Fighter
for trying to
5. He's
attack a
quite
throw.
good. And in this game, I think he's also really solid as well. The big thing I think is his own nerves get to him a little bit for sure about.
All right, Jakenbake versus Coney.
Saw that viral clip of him in Japan with the lady.
They're both playing at around diamond
I
level.
did
I was
see
like,
that
wait.
too.
I know that guy.
Yeah, Jake is quite funny. That's for sure. Nice. Okay, this is something I was gonna set, dude. Wow, really solid round from Jake.
I'm starting to have some proud side coaching moments. Don't mind me.
I was gonna say one thing that came up a lot for the Luke players last slam was crushing heavy punch anti-air, and I think if you're like, you know, if you're Jake or you're any coach like working with a Luke player in the slam, crouching heavy punch anti-air is the way. That's the move you should use a lot. IMO.
I think Coney's first mistake
Confirm
was
off the lights, the cross up. Tony firing back, doing some Ryu things for pressing jabs.
character
Okay.
choice.
Hashogeki
All right,
time.
Tatsu.
He knows. I think that's like one of the first things Brian taught him. Was
It's not
how
that
to do,
Ryu's not
like,
good in
jab,
this
jab,
version,
jab,
but-
Tatsu, Hashogeki. Like that kind of sequence, I think was like one of the first things they worked on.
Look at me discouraging
I was
people from
watching
picking the
Jake, I
character
saw
they
him
want to
attacking
pick.
with
Pick a
uppercut,
top
and
tier.
you
Listen to
saw
Spooky.
he's
Pick a
keeping
top
his
tier.
space,
Says
keeping him
Spooky.
out the air with the uppercut, and I was in his chat. I was like, "Wow, nice old man uppercut." I was like, "Wait, is that a bad thing? What do you mean?"
We had a Honda earlier. Yeah, this color's okay.
Yeah,
Makes me
old
think of
man
like an
uppercuts are good. We
old.
take those. Oh, jump
You know,
out
in
the
Third
corner is good. He
Strike,
can confirm.
when
Doesn't
every
level
button would
3,
have
but
a
he's in
color,
such a good
and then
spot,
there'd be a
Tony
color
with
for
the
holding
whip.
down the buttons. There'd be a color for
Like, no,
pressing
let him
these 3
breathe,
buttons
let
in
him do it to
combination and
himself.
weird stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's what that color makes me think of.
And Jakenbake
when they just
looks
had
like
all
he
types of
is
palettes.
In control.
Yeah, and Coney is like, he definitely plays Ryu like he was there when Street Fighter was born. You know what I mean? Like he's one of those. So I think
Not necessarily
there's
because in
things that
Tekken
can
jumps
get
are
to him and
garbage.
surprise him that
You're
are,
thinking
like,
of the
kind
left
out of
versus
his
right. Well, how
Street
about
Fighter
up versus
wheelhouse.
down?
You know what I mean? He definitely is someone
People,
who's has
this
some
ain't Tekken
experience
7
with the
anymore.
series.
You know what I mean?
And
People don't really jump
oh
in
my God,
Tekken.
Jake
They
looks
jump
so
in this
clean.
game.
Oh, my bad, my fault.
ready for
That's-
the
You know what?
jumps?
That's on me. That's on me. That's my bad. My fault.
We actually went over that. Why?
That's
uppercuts
their
like that
third
happen.
plane.
And one thing that I'm seeing, trolling aside, what we did go over is to use the drive rush cancel a lot, but spend time in neutral to recover your drive gauge. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's using the stand medium kick to poke, get the meter back, fireballs to poke, get the meter back. And he's
Yeah, they
implementing
did.
that
I
game
thought
plan
that was
so
cool
well.
when they did that in Street Fighter
He's
Cross
got all
Tekken.
the right ideas.
Street
Love
Fighter
it.
Cross
Man,
Tekken, the
gameplay
Tekken
from
characters
him
had
has been
like
so
like
solid so
like
far, too.
Tekken
Oh, that
mids
big
and
drop,
shit like
and
that. I
was
thought
still
that
a
was
punish.
awesome. awesome.
Surprised.
But not
You
not
are pretty
everything.
far.
Little scrambling at
Just
the end
only
there.
certain things. Like
Yeah.
Heihachi would do
And I
down
think
for
the
1-2,
scramble is
and the
gonna be
2 was
better
just
for
overhead.
Cody.
No, you
I
had
mean,
to
you know.
accept that.
He's a
It
real
didn't matter
gamer.
how
He knows
fast
how
it
to play
was.
in
His Tekken
tournaments. He knows how to
character is
be in an environment like this and get the job done.
And this is reminding me of real arcade days. Some of
He
the buttons
said
don't work,
launches
you
on
gotta
crit,
slam on them
like
extra
it was Final
hard.
Fantasy.
Don't throw me enough.
I'm gonna
like,
start saying
holding
that
onto
on
a
commentary
rock,
just to
bro.
be funny.
This
He
is
got the
real,
critical
like,
hit.
Old school Street Fighter style. It looks like.
Time for a counter
Oh,
combo.
backdoor. I like the reset.
Yeah.
Just take the positioning. EX Fireball as a meaty so that he can't jump away. I like the ideas there from Coney as well.
Players pretty low on drive gauge. Jakenbake finds the crouching medium kick drive.
Yeah, I think both games have like a lot of interesting mind games. That's the point I'm trying to make. As someone that has played Street Fighter a lot and as someone that's played Tekken a lot, I actually find Tekken a little bit easier.
That's a
It's
big
hard
thing.
as fuck
If
to be
you're,
good at this
if
game.
you're
You
Coney,
gotta
you're pretty
react
happy
so
about that.
much.
I think
In
it's
Tekken,
probably
at least
that,
I can like out mind
Jake
game the
either
other
thought he was
person
up around
easier.
or
In Street
didn't wanna
Fighter, it's
drop
kind of
it, so
hard.
he did
In
the
this
easiest
game,
combo he can think of.
you gotta
Jump,
have the
heavy
mind
kick,
game and
sweep. I
execution
love it.
to be super good. It's hard.
You see a lot of gaps in knowledge when you have players with such powerful coaching, and they know how to do some things really great, and some things are just like.
Yeah, Kazuya had like electric combos and stuff too. I thought that was cool.
Exactly.
He sounded bored
And that's
though
one
while
of
he
those
was
things,
doing
too,
it.
where
He
there's
was like,
some of the decisions I
Doria,
really like from
Doria,
Jake as well. Fans
Doria.
for Coney.
Oh, you died, huh?
Chicago punish.
Doria.
Chicago
That's why there was so
punish.
many time overs because Kazuya was too bored to actually put his full effort into the electric.
Yeah, block a DP.
Another one.
Chicago punish.
Oh boy, is he gonna wait out the burnout? I think he's gonna wait, and maybe that's a mistake. No uppercut from Coney.
Getting
You know,
chipped,
now in
though.
Tekken 8,
I
the
love
characters
the
talk
anti-air
more,
crouching heavy
but
punches again.
you know,
He's
in
been
Tekken
just
6,
very
like characters
effective.
didn't really
Oh,
talk
that's
in
gonna be
Tekken.
it with the
Only
back
in
throw.
cross Tekken.
Dude,
That's
Jake
part of what was
really
cool about
effective,
cross
just playing, like,
Tekken.
simple, solid,
Shit was sick.
effective Street Fighter.
Jake.
Did nothing fancy,
Dun,
nothing weird.
dun.
Just like play the game in a normal way. Don't do
Doria.
anything tricky. Don't do anything
Doria,
like,
Doria.
not textbook, right? That he can and just get the job done.
I know.
Sure.
Forsaken.
I feel like I
I'm
need
just kidding
to
around.
side coach
Don't
for
worry, bro.
Coney now, so I'm not biased.
I just thought what you
but
said
I
was
do feel bad if I
interesting,
coach
'cause you
somebody
said-
and
you said
helps
it's
them
like
win a
crit.
match, even though it's kind of the point.
Yeah.
I wanna, like,
So
help
that
the
was
other
shit like a
player
Final
to balance
Fantasy
it out a
crit.
little bit, 'cause the strategies that I was showing to him, as you saw.
He
a
got
lot
him
of
with
it
the
just now.
Steve got him with the crit back
That was
on.
very well played by
Time
both
for a
players, but
combo.
Jakenbake, he just.
I think that
he
shit's
just
fun.
Played really good Luke play. Just manage the drive gauge, anti-air, and when they're close to you, turn green.
I know what you meant.
I think
Don't worry.
You
I know
would
absolutely
be a
what
perfect
you
coach
meant.
for Coney, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think
It's funny, right?
The way
Got
you
him
like
with the
to teach
crit.
the game would be good for his
I can
brain.
imagine
So I
Tekken
would
Tag
recommend
2,
a
man,
session
making a
to
joke
him.
like that. When I do a
I'm
large down
gonna
forward 2
recommend
and
a coach.
they
I think of
double
all the
over, yeah,
coaches we have
critical hit,
available, You
bitch.
probably make the most sense for how he likes to learn.
You can't
TBA.
tag. You can only accept my combo.
I think
Ooh,
you're
my
because
former
Brian, you know how
anchor.
All right,
Brian
so I've
is
got
like, yeah, so the
VDX
way frames work,
up against
and I don't know
all
if that
sham
is gonna
and no
work
wow.
as well for Coney all
It's
the
an
time.
interesting matchup. This is a matchup you see quite a lot at the high level, which is Cammy versus
I like this
Bald
though.
icon.
Your former player, the bald icon.
the first month of the game. You'd see this matchup for real every day.
No bias. I'll be upset if he wins every match though.
You said that, and he just
Cammy,
immediately whipped.
well known
machine
for her
gun at him.
combo pressure, her speed.
Nice. I like that completion. And one thing in this version, we see a lot
She
more
breaks
EX
the rules of the
fireball
game
and
a little
stuff
bit
from, DJ.
in that
it's pretty good. in this
she
version
has
of
a
the
lot
game.
of
It's how he
things
dumps a
that
lot
with
of his
other
meter
characters it
cash
would be
outs, like
fake, right?
stand light
But with
kick,
her,
EX
just because
fireball.
she
Oh,
has a
nice.
big
Well,
mental
stand light
stack,
kick, EX
for her to be
fireball,
real.
stand light kick stuff, etc., etc. That's a very common way for DJ to cash out.
You only
in this
minus if you're a bitch. That's Cammy as a character.
I
You only
learned
minus if
DJ
you're a
last
bitch.
Sajam Slam to help out Bald Icon even more, and I blew through Master Rank, got to about 1700.
Punk
MR. He
versus
was like,
Shan.
Dude, you're just
Yeah,
hitting
there you
down
go,
medium with
Submilk.
drive
Exactly.
rush.
Exactly what I
Yeah.
mean about how
Yeah.
this was a popular high level matchup.
You know, it's funny you say that because I noticed when I watched him play and I played against him. Yeah, exactly. He does crouch medium punch drive rush a lot. And I mean, it's a 6-frame move in a drive rush. That's a lot of this game. So like, oh, nice bait from feed though. So you really have to
Yikes.
represent that.
They both look
Yeah, I
strong.
mean, he
They
doesn't
clearly
have
put a
very
lot of
many
effort into
bufferable
this. They both
choices,
look
so,
good.
I mean, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Gets the job done.
Oh, I wonder if he missed the level 2 right there. Crouching combo. Oh,
Wow.
not enough to kill. There
Wow.
you go. And one thing about Fee, for those of you wondering, he was playing a lot of Rashid. He was like trying to learn Rashid, and
Yeah.
I think he planned to play it for the slam, but now he's on the Cammy and gone back to it. And like relearning Cammy, he dropped a ton of MR, which is pretty normal. I was telling, oh my god, I was telling Boxbox this because
Nice
he
combo.
was 1700 MR and he fell all the way
Fee.
down to like 1550 or something, and I was like, that's just a day in the office, bro. It
1-2
happens.
feet.
Yep.
Nah, that sounds
I
weird.
never tell players what to do. I never like command you. Do.
I just wanted to
That's
say
not
something
my
to
style.
hype
It's
him up.
a direct opposite. But I
Oh,
strongly
sick bay.
suggested
Eat
the
all of
VDX.
this.
Maybe
1,
you
2,
got enough-
feet.
you
Ha 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 ha.
Mm-hmm.
You got enough time for all that. Especially when you got Cammy right there.
I agree. I think his Cammy fits him well. I think the character's strong, and I think
Yeah, that was sick.
I'm right
That was
there.
great. Very strong round.
Yeah, it's hard to describe my impression of Fee in this game because in some ways it's extremely impressive how his grind and his mindset to get better. In some ways, I feel like he should be better than what he is, and it's tough. I don't like to say that out loud,
block.
but
Nice back throw. That was the right answer to stop the parry. That was great.
I want to help him out
With the
see
movement,
if I can
just in
level
case
him
they
up.
tried to
No,
throw.
I know what you mean because he works really, really hard and
Good
he's
block.
got all the right ideas, but he's just not exactly where. Yeah, I know what you mean, and he definitely doesn't have as much experience in this kind of a game. So
No.
I get what you're
Still,
putting down.
he's good enough to make it to the top of his
strong
team.
fighting
That's
game
good.
player. If you ever watch him play Tekken, he's among the best. He's world class, and I'd love to see him shine
Bam.
more in this game too.
And I
Jumping
think
combo.
he should play Cammy. I'm right there with you. Burnout here is pretty rough,
Okay.
but he does have a one-hit kill.
Yeah,
if
he
gets
does
to level
have
3 or
basically
reacts to something.
touch
Oh, he's
away.
buffering.
And he's
Good
right
parry.
there.
Very good
Shamwa
parry.
looked
That
like he
was
was about to
clutch.
straight up run away with this, but PDX is putting
Wake
up
up
quite the
super.
fight.
They block.
Oh.
They jump.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a big
That's a
bait.
neutral
And
situation,
now this
but-
burnout looks a little spookier, although he's about to be out of it.
Nah, he's
but
chilling. He's chilling.
PDX on no
Just
meter.
chill.
Very
You just gotta
winnable
win the
game,
regular
though.
way. Just treat it like the start of the
I see
round.
the presence of the not burn knuckle, the spin knuckle from Cammy. And
Good throw.
Shamwell's hesitation to go fireballs. Like maybe he's gonna randomly throw this out and win. Nice check on the drive rush from
uppercut.
Shamwell.
They got to level
I may
3.
have showed him that last season how Cammy, if she drive
No,
rush after
they
throw,
can't challenge it. You can't challenge it if you crouch
doesn't have
block.
very good options if you uppercut it.
And
It's
nice.
more
I
plus
love
when you crouch, especially from
Okay,
far
so
away.
one
If you
thing
crouch
about
block from
Sham,
far like that,
and
it's
I
more
don't know
plus.
if PDX recognize it. Maybe
That's
Xbox
why he's using
recognizes
that
it, what
move
it
that
is.
way.
He does like drive rush button.
It's
walk
not a
back,
true
crouch, and
overhead,
punch a lot.
but it's like the type of thing that if you don't
really
stand blocking, it
fishes
gets
for that
better.
throw bait. So that check from Fee was very good. I think that was like a really smart choice to like kind of recognize that, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you go full DJ brain and you autopilot these amazing options, but there are answers to them.
Yes, and walk back crouching heavy punch it's real good because like even if they jump, you can still anti-air, and like it's hard to like whip punish it. And like it's got good horizontal.
He's
range.
got a
It's just
good
option.
space
There's
control,
not a lot of
right?
bad things about it.
But what I like about
In
Fee is that he's
isolation,
got a
lot
very
of DJs
targeted,
are very whip
like,
punishable, but it's just the
he doesn't have all the
combination,
full-on
fireball,
offense options, but then he's
kick,
got a very targeted offensive. Okay, I'm gonna
medium
go for
kick. It's,
this,
like, hard
and then
to
when it
place
doesn't
yourself
work,
in the
you know,
right
I'm gonna
moments
bait.
and the right space
Flow
and time
chart.
to actually whip punish you.
It's a
But
strong
PDX, the
flow chart that
experience
he's
to
got
do that
going,
is
but that's
very
typical with
talented.
Camby, right?
And like the minute
You
you
flow
swing
chart,
at him
and then
you're
you
just
really
a little
open up
wrong,
as
he
you
does
start to
sway
get
and
into
kick,
kind
and
of
then
your
you just
Bruce
stop,
Lee, your
you know? So
Jeet
it's
Kune Do,
like
be
it's-
like water, right?
He's
That's
a
what makes
weird
you a super
character to
good
contest
Cammy.
in mid-range. You know, he's
But
got very
every Camby
awkward
kind of
normals.
starts with the flow chart and works from there, right?
He's so happy while he does it. What are you smiling for, DJ? Supposed to be miserable.
Surviving
right?
the flow
People over here
chart.
dancing, having a good time.
Dude, that's my experience with Sham too. He's way too happy of a human.
K-Brad
I'm
was
like,
a flow
oh,
chart
man.
god. I say that with
Definitely,
no
joy
insult.
to be
This guy
around.
had a flow chart so
Oh,
deep that he
man,
could
it's
almost.
gonna be big, but
It's
he's
not
spending
that
a
he
lot of
also
drive games
didn't
to
open
pull
up
off.
like
If
Bruce
PDX
Lee
can
because
find his way
obviously
out
he
of
did
the
that
corner,
when he had
nice
to in like a
turns,
top air or something like that,
turns
right?
around.
And he was especially good with
Big
that
hit.
in Marvel
Love that
with
he
like
tried
his
to wait
Twitch
to bait the
teams
throw
and
there.
stuff
Does
like
put
that.
himself
His
in
Devil
burnout
May
with
Cry
no
style
bars
teams
DJ,
and
which
Marvel 3
even
was
one
really
bars
good.
DJ is pretty scary. Nice. I love this offense here.
I think he's getting knowledge
But
checks. PDX is looking a little bit lost.
One of his major
unfortunately.
strengths was how he
Yeah,
could just
I-
flow
I'm
chart
kinda
his
with
way
you
through a
there,
whole
that
set of
Sham
pools
sort
and
of
just through autopilot it.
recognized the gaps.
Like,
Right?
yep,
He
I'm
sort of
just gonna do
recognized
my shit.
The
You
weaknesses
don't know how to
there in
stop
his
this, huh?
offense
Too
and just sort
bad.
of took
Guess
away
I
with
won.
it. So impressive stuff. An important win, I think, for Team Brian.
His way of playing, it was like a Final Fantasy character. We were just making jokes about critical hits in
I
Tekken.
don't like to get
He
into
just
the
went, he just
players'
upgraded
business
himself
too
to
much,
level
but I
99.
do my
And
research
so
to
when he
see
fights like a
the
level
players
20
that- what
enemy,
their
there's just like
background
no
is. I
chance
looked
for
at
them.
Shamel's YouTube,
His stats are
and I
too
saw
good.
an M
Their
next to
mix-up
a
does 1
number and
damage, his
some
mix-up does,
subscribers. And I'm like,
you know,
why are you good at
9999
fighting games?
damage, they
What business
lose.
do you have to like? You're good, man. What for?
You know, it's funny you say that because something like this slam, you know, the Robbie Rotten. who
By
we
the
had in
way,
last
BoJack
match,
Horseman,
he's a
if you're
quite
still there,
famous
I just
voice
saw your
actor. He
comment, my
voice
bad,
acts
bro.
Deku from My Hero
Appreciate you.
Academia
Oh,
and
they
lots of other
wrote that not
famous
too long ago.
characters. When he
Thank
signed
you.
up, you know, we asked
Appreciate
like, what
this is
games
what they
do you
wrote.
play?
Hey,
And he was
Spooky,
like,
thanks
I
for
play
being
fighting games.
consistent.
Like, this is the
Been
main
watching
thing I
since
do. It's like
2012.
Prime
I
Rank. And
appreciate
was
it,
like,
man.
what?
I remember
what are
your
the odds
username,
that this,
actually.
like, voice
I
actor
recognize
guy
it. You used to
when
have
he's
the
not doing this
the
is, like,
BoJack
fighting games? He's
Horseman,
like, yeah, I used to play
like
Marvel
the,
3 and I
what do you
played
call
this
it?
and I played that. I'm like, what?
Avatar or something.
I don't know. It's you're
I've watched
surprised, I
that
think,
show
at the
before.
interest people
It's
have in
not
the genre.
it's not a bad show, I think, from what I
Yeah, it
remember.
reminds
I
me
haven't
so
seen it in a
much just,
while, but I
again,
remember
about
it being
how
alright.
The arcade culture backgrounds are so diverse.
I just was
You
more
might
into
have a dude
Robot
who plays
Chicken
Tekken
around
in
the
his
time that show
underwear
was
playing
big.
against the
Robot Chicken
CEO
was
of
like
some
my crack. I
company,
had to
like,
watch that
it's
every
so
time they
funny.
put out a new one.
That I'm sure that has happened. Yeah. Oh, he thought it was counter hit or maybe media and missed the combo. Drop from Brian there also. I think he was unsure about.
Is
Terry
SF6
heavy punch being
Vortex
quite
heavy
not.
like
You know what I'm saying?
SF4? So this There's
Sometimes you
some
get those weird
defensive mechanics
scrambles
to
where,
help
like,
you out,
do drive rush
so
Terry,
that
heavy
you
punch
don't
Terry,
get
and, like,
completely
the first hit
vortexed.
doesn't
But yeah,
hit
there's
or
some
whatever
real
you
strong
go,
knockdown shit in this game, especially in the corner. There's like
Looking
throw
pretty
loops,
rough
and
for
they've been
Brian
kind of
Nephew. You'll
nerfing
find
them
the
as they
DI.
go
You
and stuff
can't
like
do
that.
to
But
me.
some
I'm
characters
not
can just
that
grab
old.
you over and
Yeah,
over.
but
It's hard to
now
stop.
he gets
There's
anti-air,
the
out
new
of there,
driving
so
pack
burnout not a
move.
factor, but
It's very hard to
unfortunately
counter
down the
unless you're on
meter,
point.
and still in not a great spot.
Drive rush, it goes really far. So there's a lot of like vortex style mix up.
From this matchup, but doesn't it irk you a little bit that Rashid
Not as crazy as 4 though. 4
He has
had
an
like
air throw,
like
and he has an anti-air.
Bro, his
especially
anti-air
before
is a
there was
quarter
delay
circle
wake
now.
up, four vortexes were nutty, and
Like,
then they had
you want me to feel
unblockables
bad?
too.
You
That's
want
like
a
just
quarter
wrong.
circle forward heavy punch to
This
hit
game
both
at least they
sides
don't have
and
nothing crazy
anti-air
like
all the time
unblockables.
always?
That was OD.
Nothing but
They
gas
have
light
driving
all
pack,
around
which
me.
might as well be an
That's what I'm
unblockable.
saying.
But that's a
Like,
whole
you
other
know,
story.
it's a quarter circle motion. Oh, chip is a big factor here. Nice block.
That's-
It's
that's
-1
something
there,
different.
so chip.
Oh, it didn't hit twice.
Oh
I can at least
my God.
appreciate that they tried
my-
to make the
dude, no
corner
way JB
even more
survived right
dangerous in
there.
the Street Fighter than normal. I can appreciate that at least because the corner should be
I'm
dangerous.
looking for an-
I don't like that
Oh,
Guilty
he
Gear
jumped
Strive
into him.
weird wall break stuff.
Brian F, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have anti-airs, not DIs. You
Oh
don't have
my God.
anti-airs?
Well, Brian should throw. No anti-air again. Oh my! Brian should be throwing like when he's up in mirror.
Yeah,
there,
with
I think
Seth,
he should be
the
throwing X
limitation
fireball,
to
'cause
Seth,
JB didn't have
this
enough
is
to throw
no
one
joke.
without
The
burning himself
limitation
out.
to Seth pretty much was whether or not the other guy was going to
hard to
fuck up.
calculate that.
Sometimes.
But yeah.
Not every time. Sometimes you could just read
Oh,
them.
boy,
Like,
here
I
we
know
go.
they're going to go for this, and you could just reverse
No
and
matter
kill
your
them,
age
right?
in this moment.
He doesn't have a lot of health.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes
Alright.
Seth came down to whether or not they were gonna mess up, and that's why
For a
Punko was
while.
so amazing to watch. Because Punko was like one of
Okay.
these subs that just him
That's fine.
and Online Tony, those guys
He's
wouldn't
holding
fuck
on.
up. They would do everything right. That's part of what made them so good.
Oh, he tried. He tried.
okay.
I like that attempt there from. Oh, did he, the hard combo? Harder combo. It doesn't go for the 4-frame version of it.
A
but
Seth
I
that
like
doesn't
what we're
mess
seeing
up
there
his
from
mix-ups and his tricks is like frightening.
Brian. Nice reaction.
Nice. Oh, he placed himself in the corner
Oh,
with that
wait.
burn knuckle. Drive gauge is pretty low on both sides.
Okay.
He's forcing
I'll
a
drive
burnout.
now.
Like, he's trying to burn out
force him
JB
into
here.
the
That's
burnout.
the goal, right? Is to try to force double burnout, although he doesn't
But
quite make it
he
in time.
fucked up, unfortunately.
Yeah, it feels a little
paying
bit
the
desperate
price.
to just generate the offense, but even if he like snuck in a throw
Now you
there, it
got
would have
it.
been enough to kill. And then you don't have drive rush.
I
Did he
think
mean to do
The
that?
plan was to do burn knuckle into level 3 for Chip, but heavy
Okay.
burn knuckle was a
Was
little
way too slow. Yeah, that he of course he was gonna mash
I like
the-
the idea. I think if
He
didn't
was
need
either
a
gonna
burn
mash
knuckle
or he was
here,
gonna
it
tech
would've
throw or something like that.
Oh, I think Brian F is building some confidence. That
Yeah.
jumping means a lot.
It was a
And he
pretty
gets to throw
close
on the
first
parry
game.
attempt.
Like you know, for him playing Terry now, it's not his character, obviously.
Nice, I like
from
the
before,
little
right?
jab
But
mix up
that
there.
game was pretty close.
Oh, it crossed him up or something? No,
I
he
think the difference
fucking
is
hit
gonna
him.
really
That's
be
even
made by
worse.
that
It just
Rashid
straight up
level
countered
2
him out
and
of
how
move.
that's navigated.
Oh,
Hopefully, if you can win that first round,
he's
then you
swinging.
have more
You gotta be
life
careful
pool
against Rashid, man. Rashid is a vortex.
for the tank.
You asked about
level
whether or not
2
there's
offense,
vortexes in
maybe
the
you
Street
can
Fighter
have a
game.
better shot at this.
All right, watch this.
Nice
You
block
about
there
to see
from
a
Brian
vortex. You
after
ready?
The Sandtech got baited last time. He's looking for
I-
that level 2.
Great Desert Storm.
Brian
Here comes
is
the vortex,
carrying.
buddy.
Yeah,
It's
he's
an
gonna
actual
hold it out.
vortex.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta
Can you get another
guess.
throw? Is the
Oh, gotta
overhead
guess
coming?
again.
Ah.
Whee!
I feel like
There
the
you go.
design
There's
of
your
level 2 is
vortex.
intended like, well, if they hold parry,
He
they're
don't
gonna
need an
get the meter
unblockable.
back.
He
So
just
it
has a
sounds
giant
right,
fucking
but it just doesn't
tornado.
pay off. Like, you get all the meter back, but you're still in the corner.
I
you
think
get
that
hit
answers
by
your
a
question
throw
of whether or
or
not this game has
overhead or
vortexes.
anything. It's just so tremendously oppressive.
There's no place like
I cannot
home.
believe that he had
Clicking
time
heels
to sneak
twice.
in a throw on that parry there on the level 2 in the corner. Like I thought the level 2 was gonna be meaty for sure. I'm sure Brian did too.
Yeah, and even if they miss the throw up, the Vorwin's got his back.
Yeah. I think the spacing there, he didn't believe in the combo, so he tried to take a
He
throw
might just
bait.
be doing it for fun. It's for
It's
sure,
looking really
right?
bad. Brian F's drive gauge is so low. JB almost has level 2. He's got it now, and
Yeah, if he's wrong, he gets to be right? Like he has level 2 here. Yeah, even if he got
His
pushed
team is
away, he's
bopped
gonna be
regardless of what
immediate
happens,
top
so
of
he can
level
just
2
play
from
whatever
JB.
character he wants.
Looking good. So his team closes it out 4-1 overall
alright.
on the team
JB
score there.
squad takes
Impressive
it.
stuff, I think, from all of them. Honestly,
that was
they
fun.
played that really
But
solid.
JB squad was pretty dominant.
yeah, I
That's set.
particularly enjoyed the match with Jakenbake and Coney. It seemed like such a solid and like a good starting point for both players to see how they progress, which I think is one of the more interesting aspects of this. It's not only how people start, but how they progress and how they finish.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's it called? That was one of those matches too, where there's a lot to take away from both players, right? Where you're like kind of looking at it and thinking to yourself, you know what? Like I can see a lot of improvements that they could both make to counter each other, right? Back and forth, which I think is the most fun when you see the improvement, but you also see the room.
Oh, it's
to
also on the
grow.
main Street
Those
Fighter
two things
channel?
are,
That's
like,
cool.
Where I think
Man,
the
it's all over the
slam
place. That's
is
great.
interesting and what makes fighting games fun.
This shit's all over the internet,
Yep,
which is how you
it's
want
on
it to
the
be.
coaches, it's on the players, and I mean, Oh man, do you know what Jakenbake was doing when I coached him before? He was fighting the AI battles that you get in Battle Hub. So he was fighting like the Grandmaster Honda to see how like this character operates. It's like it's a pretty like I would have never thought to do that.
Yeah,
Turns
you know,
out I don't think it's the best strategy because it still reads your inputs a little bit. It doesn't behave like a human would. But just the idea of like this is a convenient way to train. I can always target the character that I want to fight against. It's like a I would have never thought of that.
I think it's cool because that feature.
I should run a
is
Twitch
new
ad
since
while
the
we have a
last
chance,
line. And I
guys.
saw a
Let me
lot of
do
videos
that
of it.
real
I saw
quick.
fans
That
using
way
it, and I
there's
saw
no
him use it.
ads during
Basically,
the matches
when
themselves.
you go online
Let's
for the
get it
first
out of the
time,
way.
it's just there in front of you, and I would recommend it for most people.
I'll see you
if
on the
you're
flip
like,
side. If you're enjoying the
you wanna
stream,
fight
by the
something
way,
that's not
before I throw
the
this out there, if you're
CPU
enjoying the
and
stream, you
things
know what to
or
do.
like the
Support the
CPU
channel
and
if you're
like
able
arcade or
to.
something. You want something
Thank
that's
you
a little bit more
very
of a look,
so
but you
far
don't
for
wanna, like,
supporting. I
jump in and
appreciate
get
you
something.
all.
I think
Our
that's,
sub
like,
goal today is
it's really for,
390.
you know, your
Right now, I
hands
think we're at
and brain movement, and then
386.
you go and play other
385 is that what it says next
Yeah,
week?
not
385.
so much
Help out
pressure
if you're
either.
able
It's not
to.
like a person
Thank
that's
you
gonna go
everybody.
into your
Thanks for
chat room.
following, subscribing, and all that good shit.
They
A
had
big
a
thank you
AI
to
bot
Time
like
Rift,
that.
recent
You
subscriber.
go in
Thanks
chat
Time
room,
Rift. Thank you
talking
Fatal
to
Cattle
you.
Go. Appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah, it's pretty
Flubin Thank
low,
you Flubin for the
not necessarily
resub.
low
If you're still up
effort,
in
but it's
here.
just something you can do
Overdrive
as, like,
Otaku. Thank
just
you.
to see how things
Lord
work as a
Nerd Josh,
baseline.
who's not here right now, but thank you
that's
Nerd
like a
Josh
pretty
for the
smart way to
resub.
jump in and not
And
feel
Rain
too much
2388, who might
pressure
actually be
about,
up in
like,
here
oh,
because
I
he
gotta
watches
do
all the
this,
time.
this, and that. We take an
Celsius,
updated look of,
Rap from
look at the
Texas,
score as well. I'll
Venom
pull up-
Bite,
I have like the
Mac
esports
T,
sheet.
King49,
I'll pull
some of
that
the
up real
recent
quick. I've got,
subscribers.
like, a
Thank you
super
so much,
fancy
everyone.
one
Appreciate
that,
y'all. Stick
has,
around,
like,
more
everything
matches are coming
updated
soon.
immediately. So let me grab that real quick.
Oh
And,
word,
we can get an
bro,
updated
you
look
don't
at
you
it
don't gotta
later
explain
if you're
nothing.
looking
But
so
subscribe
far.
if you're able to. That's where
But
we're
if
at.
you want to see your own version, you do exclamation point score.
No
Yeah,
excuse,
GG's, I was a robot.
no need to pay if you don't want to. You know what I mean? It's not that
So
type of
from
thing.
what
That's
I
what I'm trying to say.
saw, and let me go over.
You don't have to explain.
Let's see here.
But
Let me
also
go
that
over the
sucks,
side
by the
here.
way, that happened to you.
From what I saw,
It's
we
happened
can
to
get
me
an updated
before,
look
but
at
my
the
bank was
overall
pretty good
team so
about it. I
far,
called them up
which
as
it
soon as
seems
I
like
knew something
Chakotay
was
and Shine's
wrong.
team are tied.
It's like, hey, I have this
18
charge
points
here, and I'm
apart
pretty sure
with,
someone did
Nephew.
something weird with my
One
card.
win
You know what
behind.
happens
I
at
don't
a
know if their
lot?
last match is done. It looks like
I
their
hate to
last
say
match
this about a franchise, right? But it happens a lot at sketch, like
But
7-Elevens. You gotta be
team scores are
careful.
pretty close on those
Like if
top
you go to a
points,
sketch like
points. Oh, I didn't even know
7-Eleven or a
CJB
sketch
was
gas
also
station
it's
shop,
not
those are the
14
spots where it
points.
happens a
There's 3
lot.
teams at 18 points right now. It seems like here.
Yeesh.
Mhm.
Oh no, and the boomers are looking so hot.
It happens sometimes. They gotta get going, you know. Like morning coffee.
How many rounds are they gonna do today?
You know?
It says
How
round
things
3,
work.
round 4, round
Although-
5.
We're gonna limber up, do some back stretches.
Are
Yeah,
they
I
gonna do
noticed,
3
the
rounds
machine that you
today
turn upside
and then
down on?
2 rounds
I mean,
on
they
Friday?
all have rowing machines and pelotons and stuff. I noticed that Sham
I'm
and
very
Huntress
curious how
2-0
this
in
is
their
gonna
group
work.
so far.
Maybe there's a
Jake
round
and
2.
Robbie 2-0 in their groups. Asa's 2-0. That's kind of what I expect. And then down here at the bottom, Shumimi 2-0. Everybody else pretty close right here. It's a
Yeah,
scrappy
that
little
makes
spot,
sense.
so.
Gas station. It's always that. It's always a 7-Eleven or a
Like,
gas
you
station
gotta
or
see
something like
everybody
that.
Put up some wins on the board. It's always nice.
I think Brian F has one of those.
If you
little,
remember which one it was, you might be able to report
elliptical
it.
that you just move your feet on.
Get
He
their
uses
ass.
one of those as he's playing just to keep his legs warm.
Thank you
and
so
his
much,
blood flowing.
Cooking with
I have a
Ozzy.
standing desk now. and
Thanks
I
for
wanna
the
get,
12
like, a
aeons, my
treadmill
friend.
that I can put under
Goddamn, a
my
fool. You've been
standing
all over the
That's, like,
universe and
scratch.
back
A lot of
12
people do that.
times.
So like when I put on the watch
How's it
party to
feel?
watch like
Thanks.
you know World Warrior Japan for 2 hours, I can just stand up and walk. So that way I'm not just sitting here the whole day.
I was trying to hold it in, but
Would you have one?
no.
I mean, you're not
I
really
just go to the
reckless if you're
gym
just swiping your
and,
card on a machine. Those
do
skimmers,
what I
they're
can.
designed to catch
Yeah,
you,
that's
even
a
if
good
you're not
idea.
like drunk, because you're not gonna fucking,
mean,
you're not gonna
I
open
just
up the
wanna
machine
stand
and look
not
inside
sit
and realize
all
there's a
day, you know what I
skimmer,
mean?
right?
That's like the
You're just gonna look at it and be like, okay,
Alright,
this
we
is
got
the
a match.
machine, and you're gonna put in your
Rodan
thing and
versus
you're done.
Machina X.
That's how they
Flayon.
get
I've just
people.
been
Think
calling
about
him
how many
Flayon.
people they
I
get
guess
all
most
day.
people call him. He's real solid. He talks
It's
like
because it is a real machine. It's
an
just something they
anime
paste on
protagonist.
top of the real machine.
so every time I tune in, he's
It's
like,
for real a
"Oh,
real machine.
Sakura Anti-Hero
You
there."
wouldn't know
And
unless
I'm
you
just like,
pulled the
"Oh
whole
my
fucking
God."
face off and you saw there was
It
another
makes me
face
hype.
underneath.
I'm like, damn, that could be me.
He has an aside, like a soliloquy. The spotlight shines on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, could use more low for a drive rush.
Oh, that match was pretty close, I guess. I'm just like, oh my god. He cracks me up. He's
way
fun to
you could
watch.
tell
He's
is there's
gotten
always
real
something
good. I mean,
flimsy
he's-
about
yeah, you
it.
can see his rank
The
already
buttons
for some
feel
reason.
weird or
Picking
something
up
like
fighting
that.
games.
That's the way you
Frodan
know.
too,
Like
also
if I
very,
look
very
at it and the
solid.
buttons
Both
feel like
on,
not well made,
classic as
immediately I'm like, hey, what the fuck's going on with this thing?
Yeah, the Flayon gameplay is starting to run away with it, but the drive gauge is starting to even out a little bit. Frodan is behind in life after spraying that fireball. It makes it even worse.
Oh, he was
Oh.
committed there to that Jinrai. unfortunate. That's one of those things about DIs too. Is like if you're already going for some kind of other cancel option.
That's
or
okay.
thing,
It can happen
and they're
anywhere, bro.
committed to the
That's
DI,
just
you're
happened
like,
to
oh,
me in
wow,
good old New
you know,
York.
It's just an immediate tough thing to deal with.
I'm not saying New York is the safest
One
place
thing I
in the
saw
world,
as well
but it can
is
happen
that,
anywhere.
in the first round, we didn't see it on stream, but Froden actually beat Gumi. And when I played him, he asked me to play Blanco.
All right, so now,
nice
guys, we're
reaction.
back into
So
it.
I think,
It's
you know,
Team
this is one of
Diaphone,
those matchups, the Luke matchups,
and they're
where
up
he might
against
just need some more
Team
practice
Nephew.
or training if this is going to be a problem. 'cause I
And
think there's a couple
Diaphone
of Lukes on
squad
his tiers.
has got a few strong players that I know from the general gaming community.
I feel like you invest 80% of your time. To
Nephew
learn your
squad, I
character,
can't
and
even.
you tailor that
They have
20,
Eskay on
you
the
crank
squad.
it to 30, 40%.
That one I recognize.
Learning what your matchups are. And I feel like this is a match he's gonna have to crank it up to like 50% and learn how Luke and how.
Dang, I
Flame's
forgot
gonna
to
work,
run the
'cause
ad.
He's looking
Oh, well.
a little bit lost.
We
in
can
the
try to
offense.
do it in between.
Yeah, and I think
Set
a
one and
lot
set
of it
two.
actually too is this mid range, this like zoning game here. Flayon is just taking a lot of it. Like he really is like kind of commanding the whole screen with jumps, with fireballs, with just like
Smacked.
lots of solid options. Wow, that's the combo. Wow, if he hit that,
Yeah. Okay.
Ay, ay, ay. Not looking good for our hero Frodan.
Seems
not
like the shooter
quite.
players
And
are pretty
you
good.
know, I gotta say, I'm impressed so far. His one thing about him, his defense is pretty good. I think
was
his
even
blocking
saying
is
that I
good.
find shooting games
He
really
just doesn't
hard.
know when to challenge, and I think the neutral is the problem here. He looks a little
I was
lost
saying that
about
before,
what
I
to do
find
against
shooting games
Luke
real
in the
tough.
middle of the
So anybody that's
my
good at a
God, in the
shooting
middle of
game,
Holy smokes.
it seems
Real
realistic to
anime,
me
he's
that
just
they'd
turning
be able to
golden.
be good at a fighting game.
He did a gold move.
He whiffs his DP and then gets his jab. Oh, guess I got lucky.
Wet drop.
Oh, nice whip punish.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. That happens so frequently. A regular uppercut works on wake up, but it's not invincible at all.
Yeah, it's like, for some reason, it just seems to happen more than you think it would. Uh-oh. Burnout
He's
against
got a good
Jinrai.
mix-up
Nice
going.
level
Okay.
1.
He mashed out a super.
I like the
Ooh,
ideas
I
we're
think I
saying.
know- I think I know the
Word.
correct dose.
I wish I could borrow some of that shooter skill.
It's how to walk. and
Whenever I
block
play a
with
shooter,
block
I'm
and
just like a deer in
Yeah,
headlights.
I think that's the biggest
I'm the
problem
guy,
he's
and it's
had
not like
so
I
far
want to
in
be
this match
feeding
is
for my
her
team,
DI.
so
Oh,
that
nice
discourages
bait.
me
Oh.
too. It makes me not want to play because I don't want to feed for my
This-
team.
I
You
feel
know
like
what I
this
mean?
match could have gone either way.
I wanna
if
play
he-
and contribute.
If he whiffed that
But when I
DP
jump in and I'm
Burnout.
being defeated, I'm just like,
'Cause
damn,
he
my
had-
team
he
lost. It's
clearly
probably
had the
because
right
I
idea
suck.
there.
more fire.
That's the thing about
He
shooters.
needs to
How do
know
you even
to
get
generate
good?
his offense a bit better.
It's
And there
tough.
were
You
some
just gotta
input
play a lot, I
problems.
guess. Play when it
So he
first
would try
comes
to
out.
walk
Nobody
forward
knows
and
how to play.
uppercut, and that would give him like a fireball.
That's the
and he
time
would
where you
try
feel the
to
less guilty. It's like,
uppercut.
don't worry about it. Nobody knows how to play.
He would get accidental uppercut inputs when he didn't intend to. So that's something he has to work on with his execution, and that's basically how the whole offense started. Execution mistakes,
Mhm.
and I saw him getting a little bit fixated, like his uppercut whipped, and now what happens next is going to be even more of a scramble.
Yeah, and one thing I love about this slam for our players here is man, our character choice that we're about to see
Yeah, the
right here is
Stetson hat.
fantastic. So Sykkuno played in the last slam. He played Cammy, and his Cammy was really solid. And this slam, he decided to be an evildoer. I think the Marvel Rivals event for Twitch Rivals changed him. I think he's like become, you know, he had like a Joker moment, and he's like, I'm playing modern Zangief. So
Is this Days of Ghost coming back?
All right.
yeah, so he was.
All right. I didn't know. So Sykkuno player
decided
1
to
versus
become an
Asa player 2.
evildoer,
Sykkuno's got the
locked
geef.
in on the modern Zangief. So he
Asa
was
with the Luke.
very solid in the last slam with Cammy
Unfortunately,
and was like climbing
from
flat, all the way
Sykkuno,
going
who I
towards
really love, I'm a
diamond,
huge fan of him.
You know, looking good.
This is
and
probably
then
gonna be
He
tricky.
decided to be an evildoer here.
Yeah, Asa's definitely an evildoer. He's doing all the evil. Look at
And
him.
that
Oh
is
my
the thing.
God, he knows how to cross
Yeah,
cut.
the throw loop
uppercut.
into the modern DP
Oh my
reaction after.
God.
This match.
Oh,
I
he's
think, would be
modern.
quite
Is
hard
that what
for
it is? He's a
Sykkuno
modern
on this
player?
character. I actually think he could do this on Cammy, but Asa, for those of you who don't know, had literally never played the game before, and he's put in 100 hours in the last like week and a half, and is now Diamond 2.
Jesus
He's like maybe
Christ.
even like more than 100 hours. He's put in like even more than that. Like he's put in an insane amount of time. in
That's
the last
pretty
week and a
good.
half,
I
and
mean,
it's
to
gotten
give you an
really
idea,
good.
you guys know I'm a long-time fighting
more-
game player.
more
When I
hours,
first
just-
started
like, I watched
SF6,
her
and the
stream
ranks
and
were
then
different back then.
20 hours.
I probably had to grind for like a few days to
After
get to
3, I'm
this
ready
rank.
hang it up.
Yeah, his endurance. I mean, that's TFT brain. You know, these TFT players put in such long shifts.
I
And
think
he
it took
told
me
me
like
he
a good
just
4 or
sits there in
5 days
training
to
mode,
get
like
to Diamond
watching
1.
another stream, doing loot combos on his other monitor. So he's just practicing stuff
pretty good.
while doing. Oh my! There is no way. Okay, well, this is gonna be a long road. I don't know how Sykkuno's getting in.
I think he has modern.
Asa probably could have blocked that
GNG.
level 2, but he
Or
chose
Gian-
violence instead and still was able to punish.
Jakenbake.
Mm-hmm. Man, impressive stuff there from Asa. And yeah, for
Can't
those of
see
you
the icon,
wondering,
so I can't tell
Sykkuno
for
was
sure.
like mid-plat on.
But still, that's smart. Play modern.
Cammy. He's pretty similar rank
Modern
to
Luke
most
is
of the other
good.
people in this
Modern Luke
division.
is one of the best modern
But he
characters.
decided he
easily.
wanted to play modern Zangief, so he started playing this like I think yesterday or something, and now he's gold 5.
I do respect the confidence in the cheese. Like I'm gonna run this.
Yeah,
and
but
whatever happens, happens.
it's pretty
Yeah,
tough to run Geef like that against good
what's it
players.
called? He could do it on either of his characters. I think his Cammy is really good.
Oh,
my
that was sick.
way.
That was sick.
Okay.
Never mad
All
about
right.
that. No, he's
My
gonna
bad.
jump, bro. He's not scared.
Yeah, my fault. I think
I
he
don't
could
even
do
think
it.
that was a read. I think he saw them in the air and used his modern super to
Yeah, and
punish.
he just
I'm
jumped.
pretty
I
sure
think.
you're right. Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
that's
he's
the
gonna
thing.
empty jump
Jump
and try to
back,
bait
he's gonna-
something like that.
Yes.
And he tried.
No. Could have
Do you
pressed the
have
button. I
medium- Do you
think.
know if you have medium kick? Jump medium kick with modern?
That's a
Nice.
good question, actually. That's such an important button.
That's crazy. All right.
Yeah, it definitely would be punishing those fireballs if you do.
Yeah.
Oh,
punish
but-
time.
nice.
Yep. Punish counter SBD.
Boom. Oh,
big
it still
one.
does a grip.
Sweep. I like that he went for another SPD. I think sweeps and overheads and SPDs will take you real far with this strategy here.
We are scrambling and gambling, pressing and guessing.
He's just trying to grab him. He's just trying to get close and grab.
Oh,
See, there's no strategy. There's
He's trying.
only grab.
Yeah,
See,
every
there's
time
no
he blocks,
strategy
I think
here.
that's what he's gonna go for. He does
Sykkuno.
have level 2 available here as well. I think he's thinking.
I'm
about
not
it.
saying you gotta think about it. I'm just saying.
One thing I would love to see.
This
from
is scary
Sykkuno
to
in
watch.
neutral is
Oh
more
my
forward heavy
God.
kick actually. Oh, that's big. Now he's burnt. He can. Oh, okay. Big
Oh
spam
no,
from Ace.
that's mad damage.
So the overhead, like spacing it well, so at least it's good on block.
Yeah. I think like he's representing drive rush, command grab. He's doing sweep, right? But I would
Oh
love
my
to
God!
see. Oh, that's big.
That's a
Wait,
side
he has a
switch.
chance to win here.
Mhm.
Command grab kill.
Don't grab again. Don't grab again. Yes!
Oh, and the dome.
That was so close.
We're out here with the gamba.
Sick
Yeah,
round.
I think if Sykkuno
That got
did
me
a little
excited.
bit
That
more
was a good
overhead
one.
and baited reversals a little bit more, this set is like very easily winnable for him.
Rising uppercuts.
Yeah, like Sykkuno's use of the heavy punch is really important.
Yeah, they're
for
gods,
Zangief.
man. Those
He's
are
got the
gods for
armor,
legends.
It's good against
Uppercut.
anti-airs. Establishes space. The range is great. Maybe
Yeah.
a little more of that will help him out.
What a
There it is.
cross up.
They held it a little bit longer.
Unbelievable.
Maybe would have anti-aired.
Yeah, I think
Rising
you're right.
uppercut.
Right, so his offense. He's really going at it. Like he knows what he's doing.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
and
another
Aggression is
rising
absolutely
uppercut.
there.
When you're
Modern,
fighting
baby.
modern Luke,
Mhm.
like, and he whiffs a throw in the corner, he's just one button.
He's
DPs
just,
you
yeah,
every time.
rising
Lisa
uppercut,
just, like,
baby.
consistently
Might throw a miss, that means it's
anti-aired
time to
and, like,
uppercut. That means they must have jumped or
stop that
backdashed.
option
What else could
basically
they
in
have done?
Every instance, so that you couldn't escape.
Otherwise, my grab would have grabbed
Very,
him.
very impressive.
Devastating. They put the hours in. They earned it. That's how it goes.
It's fast.
Yeah. He's putting a
It's a
lot of
6-frame
time. Ace is
uppercut
the
or a
grind.
5-frame
Another thing
uppercut? How
about
fast is
Sykkuno
it? Let's check.
He's been playing in the Marvel Rivals event, so he didn't get a chance to play Street Fighter until like Monday. So the difference.
So he
in,
picked
like,
Modern.
time,
That's
I think,
smart.
Is like going to be pretty. A
Oh, you're
pretty
talking about
big factor. By
Sykkuno.
the end of the week, I think
Sykkuno was
he'll look
busy.
a lot sharper.
Yeah, and that is not really a cheap. I mean, you can describe it as a cheap tactic, but initially, what you can do is just train
It's
your
5.
your
Light rising
players to
uppercut's
just go
5.
full
Medium is
offense.
6.
Don't worry about the matchup.
Hella
Just worry about what
fast.
you can do, and just don't let them play until we get to that point where we have to find things we got to worry about. Just go at them and
Yeah.
overwhelm them with offense, and they have to respond to what you're doing. And that's what it seems like Asa is running away with against that matchup in Sykkuno.
Yeah, he definitely looks very comfortable doing his good stuff. We haven't really seen anybody put him on the back foot, right, and like make him deal with their stuff. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes. Like
Scar with the
I
Honda
think that's
versus
gonna come
Kark
up
with the
quite a bit.
Manon. As someone that played Manon a lot, it's a
This
fun
is
matchup,
very-
but a pretty tricky matchup.
This is a treat for me to
This is
watch.
one of the few matchups that
Scar
see
from
how
the
Honda's
last
just
slam,
partying and
Kark
doing whatever he
like
wants. This is
Breaking
one of the
Coast.
matchups where Honda can
Kark
kind of, unless you
very
really know
versatile
how to
player,
stop
such a
Honda,
slow-paced
he gets to
game.
do all his
Scar
favorite
very
things for
methodical
real.
with the
Just butt
Manon.
slam all over the
And they're both
place and just do
command
random
grab
EX
characters,
headbutts
so
or
we're
regular
gonna see some
headbutts for no
precedent
reason and
guessing,
just challenge
but
you and
They're
just all
players
types
who
of
like
stuff.
to spend time in neutral and just wait it out and see how the other person responds.
Yeah,
For
and
the
one thing I
Honda
like, so
player, he's
Kark's
probably like,
on
oh my god, a
classic
matchup where I finally can
Honda,
play.
And like the way
That's
he
probably what a
plays is
Honda player
very
thinks when they
solid
see
in
Manon.
defensive. Like it's really funny to me that he doesn't play Honda very belligerently because when you're a new player, the
Usually they
expectation
just
is like
do
you learn
a
Honda by being
headbutt
very like
and butt slam over and
yeah, doing
over.
round star butt slam and
Just
then
do
doing
stuff,
like 15
yeah,
more.
but
But I
Yep,
think
that's to me.
you like Nephew had to tell him, hey man, you should like do your special moves more. You know what I mean? Like he had to be like, yo, like you actually need to be a little bit more gambly than you are.
yeah, because
Especially at this level of play, it's very hard to perfect parry, butt slam, headbutt, And it may just make you be so one-track minded to start looking for those things that then you can start running your general.
Yeah, it really
offense. That's
depends.
what I think we're seeing here.
That was
butt
nice.
slams like that. So one thing that Nephew told Karku was,
How
"Hey,
come
what
Scarra
you're
always plays
doing
the
is
same
too
characters
soft.
as me?
When your opponent is in burnout, I need you to butt slam them
I've
to
been
death.
noticing
Like
this.
just do it over and
He
over
was
and
playing the
over and
Victor
over. And, I mean, you
in
saw him do
Tekken.
it right there, right? Like he took that advice and he just butt slammed him 12 times. Like you just got to do that when your opponent's in burnout. It doesn't matter what level of play you're at. It's hard to deal with that.
Well, look at the punish on the OD headbutt. Scarra was not. They just did some jabs and that was it.
He's getting pressure. Okay, but that was a good answer.
Nice. That is a problem.
That's
though.
4 medals,
If
and
Honda
we're out of
does
the corner.
headbutt, it's -3.
Okay.
Manon can show the command grab card, and then you got to put that in the wheel of choices.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
really
it
think
just
about
becomes
that's
something to
that.
worry
That's the
about.
one thing she's got that's good is when he does a safe headbutt.
he
You
got
still
it.
gotta
That
guess against her.
players are particularly they don't like the Zangief matchup very much for that very reason. If you headbutt, they block it, they put you in 360 mid.
That's
They
5.
can just command grab you. And Manon, I imagine, is pretty much the same way.
Yeah, and Zangief, that Seni heavy punch is really, really hard to deal with. I think for
Okay,
a lot of the
just super
Honda
work. He went
options,
for
like,
grab.
he has
Just
armor
super
that
work.
naturally.
But
just
snap.
deals
No,
with a
you
lot of
can't
things.
do that. Cannot do that.
Oh,
Does not work.
Unfortunately, a rookie mistake from Scarra trying
Yep.
to DI the butt slam.
Nope, you cannot do that.
Oldest trick in the book.
Boom, your chest.
And now,
she's
very, very
alive.
scary spot. Now he's chip range.
Now he's
Ooh,
not
that
alive.
DI
Now
is.
he's not alive.
Yeah,
That would have been tough
I don't
to
think
beat.
anybody. on
He would
the
have had to do like button into level 2. That's the only way.
Level 2 would have won it for Scarra, but
Yes,
you gotta have
yes.
so much
Button into level
situational
2.
awareness.
That was the
and
way to get out.
You're +1 actually after the headbutt is blocked like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
very tough
Shit's rough.
situation to be in.
If he does headbutt
Butt
while you're
slam.
in burnout, it's for real. You gotta guess.
Whiff punish butt
Isn't that
slam?
Medium
nuts?
punch.
That's actually kind of scary.
Yeah, that's Scarra's
And
favorite
that's from
button,
Honda,
for sure.
who's
It's
like
one of his
only
favorite things
okay.
about
He's not
Honda's
really
favorite
considered that
button.
strong in this game.
Whenever they're in burnout, Scarra's like, all right, I won. I'm gonna just keep hitting medium punch.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
Is that it?
Get in
I
there.
love the backdash
No,
to Q.
nice, dude.
Come on. That backdash to bait whatever he thought he was gonna do on wake up
Alright.
too.
1-1. No, it's
So
2-0. My
solid
bad.
from
Oh shit.
Karku.
Sorry, Scarra.
You would think
You
he's
got
been
Honda.
playing this game for months.
Yeah, that was impressive. I love it. Every time I watched him play, like when I saw him play before the
Yeah,
slam,
but who cares, Ghost Rider?
Because to determine the tier.
We're
score
all
of
from
players,
some
I watched
time.
everybody play. I saw him play and he was like mid plat or something. I was like, this guy's gonna be master really fast. Like there's no,
Some
like, there's
guys
no
have been
doubt in my
around
mind.
for
His
real
play is
long,
way
and
too
sometimes
solid
been around
for him
kind of
not to
long, and
be
sometimes
in the
have
tier.
just been
He's
around
really
for a
good.
bit.
It's
Check
good
it out.
that
Who
you mentioned
cares?
that. I was just about to ask
the end
you.
of the day, it's a
what
hobby
was
for
the
everybody to
toughest
enjoy, right?
player to place?
There's not really a thing
Oh,
that's
I
meant
don't
to
know.
be like gate
There's
kept
a
or
lot
nothing like
of
that.
like decision making about each player, and it's hard to get everything right.
That's part of the
Um,
point of this type of show.
I'm not sure.
I think.
Okay, so this next
part
match
of
we're
the
gonna have is
point,
gonna be a
baby.
good one too. But the hardest ones are players like Asa.
Thank you one more
probably,
time.
where they haven't
Cooking
played much,
cooking
but
with
their
Ozzy.
improvement is so
Thanks so
fast
much,
that
my
pace
friend.
feels
Appreciate
solid.
the
Same with
sub.
Leon. He also got real good real
Thank
fast.
you
I
also,
think
Time
maybe not
Rift,
to quite the
Fatal
extent, but pretty
Cattle.
similarly in terms of how good he got.
Flooping
Yeah,
door.
not to get too deep into it, but
Those
I
love
imagine
subs.
sometimes you gotta weight it against. The
Oh yeah, let me
teams.
do that ad.
Maybe they
That
have
ad that I said I was gonna
anchor
do,
that's
so that we
gonna be
don't
the
get hit when we're
strongest
during the
anchor,
match.
so
I'm
you
sorry.
Give them maybe the weakest.
Maybe it happened during the
first
match
player.
already and I just fucked up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Oh
the way
no.
we try to do
What
it
have I
is
done?
we
They're gonna
rate
like Spooky,
every
what have you
player
done?
on
I'm
who
so
we think
sorry,
the
guys.
strongest to weakest is in every single
Get
tier,
that Twitch
and we
Prime, I
created a
guess.
heat
Like
map
the
and tried
three
to
people I
balance the
see in the
teams
chat that
such
have it
that
right now.
it felt like in any matchup they were like they had a chance to win 3 matches, right?
Absolutely. In this matchup, it's gonna be hard to be biased. Since the slam, I learned about Eskay, became friends. We hung out at TwitchCon, and now I am just a binge-watching viewer of her stream in Marvel Rivals. So I'm a little bit biased here. I'm gonna try to keep it to myself though.
And one thing that's interesting about this tier, especially, right? So these two played, right? And I think it was in Boxbox's favor when they played. But then Sham, who's like the same rank as Boxbox, played against Eskay, and their score was 15-14. Like it was like neck and neck. I think modern Luke and the way Boxbox likes to play is very good
I hate
into
ads.
Eskay's playstyle because she wants to run at you and hit you. And that's really hard to do against modern, right? Because of the one-button reactions make it so that he can just, challenge whatever the situation is so easily.
Just like that. And yeah, it's so hard to maybe you see a disparity in the ranks, maybe just like we see right now. It seems like a 1600 versus a near 1400. This is it should be unfair on paper, but it's not quite the whole tale of the tape because you got the coaches in your corner and you got the players who are, there's a lot of knowledge gaps there. And what a modern super on the drive rush.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think that is the reason this matchup's hard for her. It's not even the MR either. 'Cause she climbed like 150 MR yesterday or something like that. it's really the modern reactions and game plan is very strong into how Eskay plays. I think. Oh my god, this guy
what an
Boxbox.
excellent. The parry was smart there. The DI would have lost due to not having enough health. The drive impact is actually SK's turn there. The Boxbox turned it around with the uppercut.
And I think he improved a ton from the last slam. By the way, he's one of the players that improved the most. He is really, 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 really solid. So I expect him to be like a terror to basically anybody he runs into.
I'm seeing the vast improvements. The last time I saw Boxbox play was that event with Yipes and Beckman and Justin Wong, and Beckman kind of ran away with it, but Boxbox was in there. He was so locked in and like really trying to do his best, and you can see the level of improvement is astounding. But SK firing back, got a round off.
Yeah, it's definitely a scrappy match. I think these two are like the most aggressive of basically almost anybody in any tier, to be honest with you. It's kind of what I expect between the two of them, to be honest. Like these two they're scrappers. They like to get in there and swing.
Yeah, they are definitely pressing and guessing. I like what I'm seeing. The corner
Yeah, Third Strike was around the time. I think that was around the era where everybody was discovering how important things like frame data and whatnot were. Back in like when only Street Fighter 2 was a game, only a very select people,
I think
a few people understood the game enough to understand that type of like, in-depth concept of, hey, when I press my button, there's a certain amount of startup, and there's a certain amount of active frames, and there's a certain amount of recovery, and if I use my buttons in a certain type of sequence, then I can be plus above the opponent and like fuck them up, right? That's for real. Back in Street Fighter 2, that for real. Until probably like a while. That was a new concept.
I mean, if
but
you
that's the
burnout,
old game. That was the first fighting game.
Like you
now
are
that's normal.
Super advantageous.
You love the
right?
game.
As
The
long
first
as
thing you do is go
haven't
in
taken a lot of
training mode.
damage
How
in there,
fast are my buttons?
Because you just get so much drive gauge back, and that is such a huge factor for the round. Like as you say, fresh 6 bars is a ton of drive gauge to work with. It makes you so dangerous.
Yeah, you can squeeze out 6 drive rush cancels if you do it right. It's really, really oppressive. And speaking of
I think
drive
when
gauge,
people
both
used to
players
say
look
that
pretty
stuff,
low. Spends a level 3, puts them in
what they
burnout,
really meant,
and he's
they
gonna
weren't
have a
describing it.
super
What they really
good
meant was, it's not that frames don't matter, but it's like you should focus on like your main game plan before you get too into like the, hey, this button is this frame and that frame and da 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 da, right?
Especially,
But nowadays,
this should be the
if you're really trying to hardcore fighting game, you learn the other way. You learn the frames and the moves first, and then you play, and then you learn some more, and then you play, and then you
bet
kind
it
of go
all on the overhead.
same way you learn a real martial art. You don't just walk into the dojo and just immediately start throwing kicks, right? You walk in, the master says, look, train this, work on this, do these exercises, now try this kick,
I don't know
right?
how TFT works, but that felt like you're not gonna level 3. Watch this.
Yeah, so like in TFT, when you have to move your units, sometimes
I'm surprised that that type of person, GN,
to be opposite because like they snipe
the
or
tang.
something.
I'm surprised that type of person doesn't sign up for this event, like a speedrunner. Like a speedrunner would do pretty good at this. I agree with you.
Or sometimes the strategy is I will.
Josh the Funk Doc, he was always good at fighting games. Josh the Funk Doc beat me in a Mortal Kombat tournament at the Midwest a while ago.
Yeah, there are reads like that. Of
Or Injustice tournament, I forget. And it was a good match. It was
It
close. I think it went to the last round, but he got me.
That's what I love about the slam is you see like
Funk Doc was the man. I guess that's cheating though, because Funk Doc's like a fighting game person. That's like cheating.
You can't, and they're harder than any other game. And I don't think it's necessary. Sure, they're very hard, and they're almost like a foreign concept. They don't really explain themselves well. The resources are better than what they've ever been, but they're still kind of hard.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really thinking about turning off ads.
And having a coach that can just guide you in the right direction, you can begin applying those concepts that you learn in other.
I don't even make that much money on them.
They absolutely transfer over, and it's really not that bad.
Yeah, and I think it's largely because if you come from these other backgrounds, you probably have played something similar to what you played before. But in fighting games, they're a lot different from a lot of the other games, right? So it's cool to see it. And you know, one thing I love about this TFT team is even Diaphone. He entered the last Boxbox boot camp, and he did play in it, and he was a TFT player himself. So all TFT players on this team. He also, you know what I love about this guy Diaphone is.
All right, anyway, here we go. So we got
really has been
Diaphone
grinding
versus
hard, I think,
Nephew.
for the coaches
So this is the first time that the coach match matters,
the
right?
Coach on paper here.
So that's tough for Diaphone because damn, he did put in a lot of work because he's fucking way up there, 2000 MR. But
Kimberly really fits his play style. Yeah,
like not the weakest coach, but the coach as a player. Wow.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, too slow. She has one of the slower level 1 super reversals.
He might be the
Can't
best
use
player.
it that way.
That was the sickest sequence I may have seen in the video game, bro.
Nephew's pretty
my
gross.
god.
That was OD. Gross in a
sense
good way,
Diaphone's
not gross in a
gameplay.
bad
He
way, like
has
the
heart of a
Ken
lion.
outfit
He
from
wants to
earlier.
win this, and he's really putting his best foot forward.
Yeah.
But Nephew is just—he's literally one of the best players in America.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he is like top 3 in the country in most people's mind. Capcom Cup qualified player. Whether his team wins or not, he will be in Japan for Capcom Cup. You know. So
Sorry,
he is that
Diaphone.
good.
You can't do ground boot combos and mix-ups in this game, bro. Sorry.
Oppression. Kimberly, it's one of the places that she does not.
You don't
wanna
got no
be.
auto
Most characters
combo.
Don't, but the slow level 1 reversal.
You barely got a reversal. You don't got shit. You just got to get out there and hurt them.
Hard for her to get out of it, but Diaphone has.
There you go.
Yeah, and I like the composure from Diaphone here. Still committed to his offense. Also, in this version of the
There you
game,
go.
good block
man,
from
that could
Nephew
have been
there.
something.
In this version of the game, that stand medium punch from Kimberly into arc step, a lot scarier to deal with. Obviously,
Send him
She's
back
got
to
some nice
ground boot,
buffs in
I
this
guess.
match.
But no, he's not done. He's not done so easily.
Ooh, no
He's
trade
not
combo
done
for
yet.
Nephew.
I sense that a lot of people see Diaphone as a content creator, but he has been a competitor for so long, and that's probably going to chip out.
Yeah, he is. I think of all,
That was
honestly, of
cheap.
almost all the coaches in here, I think he's one of the best tournament players. He has so many years
Okay.
of tournament
Nice
experience,
bait.
not only
Okay,
in this game.
that's a good start.
Oh,
Built
new
that
combo,
cash.
nice. Not only in this game, but in so many different games. He has tons and tons and tons of time playing in tournament in basically any fighting game you can imagine. He's good at it.
Yeah, I remember at any beta that was an
Damn.
anime game.
Nephew's just like,
that's
just
how
let me.
Diaphone's
Whoa!
been.
I
Yeah,
forgot that her
this-
impact does that.
I don't know what it is. We were at TwitchCon and Diaphone. We just sat down and played some random anime game that I've never heard of, and
Still
he
alive.
cooked me so hard. It was like, oh yeah, you see this anime waifu with the sword? She's the best character. Like, how do you know that? This
Is
game
he talking about Grand Blue?
is foreign. No one's ever seen this game before, and I got cooked.
Yeah, I was walking in a convention one time, and Justin Wong was like, "Oh, you see that game right there? We should go play it." He sat down and was like, "I invented an infinite in this game," and he infinited. That's the kind of guy I think of. Like him and Diaphone are those kinds of guys where, like, if you had
He
to,
said,
if
"I
had to
invented an
pick,
infinite."
like the kind
That
of
sounds like some
person who could
stupid
defend
shit
us
Justin
on
would
the
say.
planet from the aliens
Like,
if
you
they
want to
invaded
play?
a
Yeah, I
fighting
want to
game.
play.
You
I
know, these are
invented
the
an
kinds of
infinite in
players
this
I
game.
think
Be like,
of
what do
who
you
are just good
mean?
at
And you
lots of
play him
things.
and he just infinites you and kills you.
Put them on the front lines. They'll find out the cheapest strats. Yeah, the aliens. Yeah, they're weak on their left hip. How do you know that?
Word. Remy's cheering
Yeah,
for
he's like,
Diaphone. I
this
see you,
waifu
Remy.
right here, the
He got a
aliens
good
can't
strong
react or
first
mix
round
up.
there.
I'm like, what?
Sword's too big.
Oh, I love the forward heavy kick
Diaphone, he's
idea.
still in there. He's up one round. Nephew's in the burnout.
In
Always
there.
finds the drive rush medium punch.
I think he kills here too.
I invented an
He
infinite
coulda
in this
definitely
game.
killed
That
him.
also sounds like
I
some
think there
stupid
was
shit
enough to
Sonic
kill there
Fox
with
would
the
say.
double conversion.
Just playing Mortal Kombat. Look, I
Yeah,
invented
he
it.
could
A
have killed,
touch
I
of
think,
death.
with the double driver.
Like, what do you
now
mean?
chip
Watch
is a big factor
this.
for Nephew as well, but
They'd say that playing Dragon
Mix.
Ball probably.
He's
death,
got a
that
guess,
stuff.
and he guesses
Yeah.
wrong. One apiece, just
Wow.
like that.
Incredible.
Look at
You
that.
can't
Hidden
carry when you're
Remy.
in burnout,
It
so
was
that
you.
fight mix
Hidden
up is
Remy. You
real.
saved
You try to
Diaphone just
input a
now by
super,
cheering
you
for
don't
him. I'm
correctly
not even
input it,
joking.
That's a problem too. So nice move by Diaphone.
Yeah, very nicely done.
1-1.
I think he's gonna have a pretty. I think he'll have better results in this slam than last for the coaches, in the sense that I think Kimberly fits him a lot more than Aki, and she's a lot better now. Those two things I think will help him quite a bit.
As well as like Ed is not as good, and
Yeah.
he's probably much more motivated in playing. Like me and
Yeah, that was
Diaphone were
closer to the
coaches
beginning
that
of the
went
internet
0-2
era.
on paper.
So there's
So
not
our
as
teams
much
were
footage
so
of those
good.
old tournaments,
Like,
but
we
there's
both
some
felt
out
like,
there.
Man, we could have won this.
Mostly Marvel
Yeah,
2.
and
You
like
can find a
that's-
lot of the old
That's
Marvel
the
2
thing
matches.
that I think makes the slam fun is like deciding which part you want to invest in as a coach is so good. And I think
The third strike
similar to
stuff,
last
some of
time,
it you
his-
could
his
find,
team is
some of it's
quite
harder to
formidable,
find.
right?
It
He's got
really
a good
depends
little
where
team
you
for
look.
himself here, so I think there's a good chance to do well. Speaking of which, he's kind of smoking Nephew in this round.
Looking pretty good for Diaphone.
Marvel
but he
2, if
did
you
get
really
side
tried,
switch
you
into
could
the corner,
archive
and
the
an
whole
overhead
history of
off
Marvel
the
2
run
from close to the
connects
beginning
off
to
of
close to the
Nephew.
end. From mostly
one round away.
preppy
And if this
stuff,
was tournament,
evil
this would be the
VODs,
deciding match, right? This is
and
the coaches
a
match
mix of
between
YouTube stuff. You can
him and
piece it all
Nephew. So they're
together.
2 apiece right now. Oh, nice reaction there from Nephew.
Nephew does tend to use a lot of reversal supers. In that situation, it's good to check the run
You'd be
stop.
missing the
He
shit
does
that
not
happened
have
offline,
advantage after
mostly.
that, so it's a good way to like stop the offense, and it's working out for Nephew. He's starting
Wow.
to find his footing again. This may be where we see a turnaround from Nephew. The overhead connects.
By offline, I mean
Under
just
pressure
stuff that
coming
nobody
in. Drive
recorded.
reversal with Kimberly. Yeah, I think it's good for her.
Back then, there was a lot of camera
And I like the
recording in those days.
attempted anti-air bait from Diaphone there as well, the jump elbow. Trying to catch Nephew like maybe in his nerves, maybe like fishing for something right that far away over. If he just whiffed like a DP there, okay. If he just whiffed a DP on the jump, like it could have been the round, you know?
iPhone's looking sharp. He's looking like he this is the game that he plays. He's not only a content creator and expert anime player, but he
They
plays
both
Street
do.
Fighter 6. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean he's over
Nice.
the holiday.
That
he
was
was
sick.
like, should I start playing Street Fighter right now?
Wow,
Is there
I
gonna
was
be another
talking
slam?
that
I'm kinda
good shit.
blocking.
just
Like,
a second
he's
ago.
serious. I think he really
was
wants
talking
to
all that
improve
shit.
and
He has to
he
lead.
feels the pressure of the other coaches. So this is big too. Nice
Yeah,
lead.
dude, he fucking trained.
Immediately has burnout as a threat.
Wow,
and now-
man.
Oh
Is this
my,
guy for
next
real?
hit, and that's gonna
He
be the level
blocked.
3. You
Blocked.
just
No!
mentioned how
I thought
Nephew
he
likes to do
blocked.
reversal supers and to save his drive gauge, as you see right there. That's why he commit.
If he lost,
I
if
thought
that
he
was an
did button
incorrect
to block.
read,
That would have
it
been
was
so
over.
tight.
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
jump
like the
back
jump
down.
back there. Oh, no stock. Nephew a little
Fuck.
nervous. I don't think he recognized.
Nice.
Anti-air is good. He's in burnout. No way out.
No,
Oh my
what a
God.
jump.
Good
But he still
back throw,
grab.
back
What
throw.
the hell?
That's
That
huge.
grab worked?
If it was front throw, it was
Don't
checkmate. The
overextend,
game
don't
was over.
overextend,
Now
just 'cause they
instead,
have
there's a very
nice
playable round here for Nephew.
We're in.
The
We're in.
mix-up.
Bro.
Diaphone
goodness.
clears Nephew in the coaches match.
If I was Tasty Steve, your arm would be shattered.
I'm pretty sure it would
That was
be.
sick.
Well.
That was fucking amazing.
Looky here. I said
Diaphone. There you go. It was hidden Remy. Chat. Just know it was this
record in
one.
the
This
coaches
one cat.
matches
The
probably
one cat
wouldn't
that
be
said,
as
"Don't
good as
count
it was
count
last
Diaphone." Right when
time.
you said that,
And
he powered up.
see
It
that
was you
might
hitting
come to
Remy. You saved
fruition.
them.
Not because he's a bad player or anything, but all the coaches are really strong. In both slams, I
That
thought
was
all the coaches were really strong.
crazy.
And in the same case here, anybody could get got. You know, this is one of those things where everybody's strong. I mean, the
Bro,
one
me
person
too. I
who beat
doubt it.
Nephew
I
in the
doubt
last
it.
slam was you. You got him. So like I.
What
think every
was
coach
it?
is
Press
capable of beating
press
all the
X
other
to doubt
coaches.
or whatever. That was
And
me.
As you can see there, we just saw it.
I also did it with Jamie, by the way, and also I don't play this game. I'm just a dad.
That's
I don't play this game. The sun was in my eyes. I had to take my daughter to school.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, mom was crying.
True, but I think the
Mom's
same thing is
crying,
also true
baby's
for
calling,
Nephew. We could very
dog's
easily
hungry,
See, we can see him fire back. and
cat
just
needs
go
a
on win streak
walk.
From here. It could be that
You
one
start making all
loss
the
that, like,
excuses
okay,
all wrong.
I see how it is. I'm gonna lock.
And that's very impressive stuff. Of course, it's a big win for Diaphone there. That's a win for his team. So like if they're in,
That was
tournament,
sick.
If this was Sunday, that would be his team's qualification or sending Nephew to
Damn.
losers bracket or eliminating them, whatever. And it was a very impressive play.
So
for him.
that
I
was
think he
the
probably
third
wanted that victory. I
round
think
of
his record
today.
in the
Is
coaches
that the
matches right
end,
now,
or is there
before this,
a round 4?
I think he was 0-2. So that's his first win. His first win's against Nephew.
Yeah, and if it's anything like the last slam, the finals, I believe every match was determined by a coach's match. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a tough choice to make. Do you want to invest in your team? Do you want to invest in
Yeah, I
yourself?
wanna see
You
one more
gotta,
round
like,
too.
do
That's
this
too
weird
early.
dance of trying to
I
find the
feel like
balance
it
at
ended a little early.
Oh, yeah.
We're
And I think,
gonna
yeah,
find
I
out in a
think
second
coaches
what they're
matches are
doing though.
basically
I'm
all
actually not
like
really
one
sure what
sided.
happens from
And
here.
It's usually by design such that it could go either way. We want it to always end ideally on the last player match or the coaches match, right? So the sets are
Yeah, that
relatively
course that
close.
the coaches can go
And,
off
that
too.
would
No,
be
that was
good
great.
there.
That was for real. I
Well
thought
played. think,
it's not that I gave
Diaphone
Diaphone
played
no
well. I think
chance,
Nephew
but
kinda came
I
alive a
gave
bit.
him
He
like
looked
20%
really
chance or
comfortable, really
something.
confident,
He only
and
had a
then
33 and a
Diaphone
30%
made
chance
it.
of winning
The
that
mix-ups
match.
were-
He managed to win.
Yeah, they're tough to deal with.
That was awesome.
You look so sharp. I wonder what his stream is looking like if he, did a little dad dance or whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised. Diaphone gets really hyped too playing the
Yeah,
tournament.
that was fucking sick,
Let's take
dude.
a look at the
I get hyped.
standings, and we'll pick. I'll ask you, chat, and we'll see how we're feeling here. We'll pick what match we want to watch next. So right now,
Oh,
Team
okay,
Shine,
cool.
Nephew,
So we are getting
Chakotay,
at least
and
one
JB
more.
have the most points. So JB and Shine are tied at 24.
Does that mean we get
up,
5
and
today?
and they're playing next. All right, we should watch this. So for next match, I would love to watch Team Shine versus Team JB because these two teams are tied at 24 points apiece, the most points. So the two strongest teams so far, and that's the next match. So I'm down to watch that one. Team Shine versus Team Diaphone is a good one. And then for the last round, I think Shine and Diaphone's team haven't played, and that team is pretty close. And then Nephew and Chakotay's team are also really close. So we'll see what the points are looking like. But I'm super down to watch the Shine JB team match.
Okay.
And the coaches match for that will be sick too, I'm sure.
I played a little bit earlier.
This
Skills, I may play more depending on when this ends. If it ends earlier, then I'll probably play. If it doesn't, then I'll play more tomorrow. I didn't get Astra Yao yet, so like there's not really a lot I can do that's new outside the tower. But I do want to do the new tower and push higher. I'm only in the 30s right now. That's not good enough. I gotta get to floor 100 before it ends.
But that's not to say at all that the points don't matter in this particular set. There's still a lot on the line.
Hell yeah, there's
Positioning
absolutely a lot on
of
the line.
your seating. That can matter quite a bit because maybe
Right.
there's a matchup that you're not favorable with. Maybe there's a team lineup that you're less likely to win, but if you put yourself in the right position, you might not even have to play them in the finals.
Yeah, and the thing that's interesting too to me about this is that last time there was a 3-way tie for first, right? So every single set did end up really counting because in the round robin portion, the matches were just so close and the teams were so scrappy in that nature. And they're still close right now. And the other thing too is that any match turning for Friday is a huge swing in points. It's like a 10-point swing, right? Because it's 5 points for your team, 5 points away from the enemy team. So every win is a 10-point swing on paper for your team, and 10 points goes a long way, right? So we'll have to see how the scores break down, but I expect things to be pretty close at the end of this round robin, seeing how things are looking.
Incredible. I can only imagine the bonds that are formed through these wins and losses, and the motivation, and just the overall. I got to keep going back to it. The amount of community building that this event that it just facilitates. It's just amazing. There's nothing quite like it, and you do such a great job of putting this out there for everybody.
Thank you. And we have fun running it. I mean, as you know, like, we wanted something like this to exist for a long time, and no one was doing it. So I said, fine, I'll do it myself. And we run it now for a couple of games, and I think, like,
I mean, he managed to put the people together. That was part of it. If I could fucking have had Scarra and all these famous people be at an NLBC or something, I would have tried to do that.
Told me
he did some miracle shit. He got everybody together.
I watched your last one, right? Which I thought, like, seeing that in the signups is a really nice feeling, because, you know, so many people are interested and like, oh yeah, like, I want to try this because I watched other people try it and it didn't look as bad as I thought. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like I could do it. Like, I'm down to play it, which is a good feeling.
Yep, and as I mentioned earlier, it's the antithesis of the lonely online ranked experience. What fighting games have been about to me is, you know, the people that you meet. I was in the Air Force for 6 years, and wherever I went, fighting game players were there welcoming me with open arms. And sometimes it was a little weird, but at the end of the day, it's just there's that love for competitiveness, for this weird hobby that very few people do, and we get to see it in like this online weird way, but it's honestly pretty much the same thing.
Anime.
Yeah, I think that's like such a nice feeling of, like, yeah, knowing that it's a global kind of game. Like, everywhere you go, there's fighting game players, and you speak the same language, right? Like, even if there's people you don't share like a tongue with, you can speak fighting games with them and make that kind of like friendship or bond. And it's there's no other way to describe it than that's the universal language we all speak, you know.
When I was in Panama City, I posted on Twitter, anybody around here, and then you know, I'm in a hotel with other military folks, and then they see just some random van with balloons in it pick me up. Like, dude, where are you going? I'm about to go play.
He said Sajam is
down
on
side.
Right?
And his coworkers put balloons in his car. So I jump into this somewhat
collected all the
dusty van.
jumps.
Then I go to
All
a
the streamer
neighborhood that
jumps.
didn't have any street lights.
That's sick.
And then there was kids playing in the dark. They would just, like, it was their spawn point. I just all of a sudden saw children playing at like 9 p.m. Like, and then I met somebody who played Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I was like, hey, let's play some Cross Tekken. It was tight.
Yeah, you know what's funny is, like, I don't know if you saw this recently where Daigo was IRL streaming and he's just walking around and some guy was like, yo, I live like 2 minutes from there. You want to come teach me Street Fighter? And Daigo was like, I guess. And he just pulled up to some dude's house and like went inside and watched him play for like an hour and was just like, yeah, here's what you should do better. Here's what you should do. And like, just that is like such an absurd idea to me. But yeah, in the same way, I can't tell you how many like random dudes' houses I've just like been like, hey, you play fighting games? Sure. You meet their parents are there, their mom's like, you need anything? You're like, I'm okay, thank you. You just go
So many
play
stories.
games. Yeah.
There was a guy who lived down the street from me back when I was at my parents' place, and then me and a friend of mine, Third Strike players, we went over to play Street Fighter 4, and he's a young-looking dude. So I was like, Are you sure your parents are okay with this? Like, we can play video games late? He's like, this is my house, man. What do you mean?
Damn. Must be nice. He's just chilling. I mean, that's the cool thing about it, though, is like we all that shared experience of like pulling up like that and being like, am I in the right place? And then playing some games. That's how you meet people. That's how you play the genre, you know. That's what makes it fun.
I had the pleasure of playing Guilty Gear Xrd on day one when it came out in Japan, and in part due to a player named Magneto X, also known as Chris Creasy. He was a Marvel 2 player that could actually compete with Justin Wong back when Justin Wong won everything. And I met him in Okinawa, Japan, and we became best buds. He would show me all the arcades in Okinawa.
Hell yeah.
I actually played against
That's tight.
this insane Third Strike player.
That's sick.
I had to like knock 3 times, go through the bushes, shimmy across a hallway, and then there was a Third Strike arcade. And I played one guy there, and I've never been beaten so badly in Third Strike. I won like 2 matches out of 30, and I spent so many yennies. Turns out that was Day Run. Day Run won Co-op Cup that year.
And you
Fighting
found
games are
him.
sick, man.
You shimmied through a hallway and found the Co-op Cup champion playing on the cab, and you're like, this guy's pretty good actually.
Yeah, and when I met him, I was like, how'd you meet my stay? And then there was this feeling of like I'm not gonna be here, and it was like a sad moment where I'm probably never gonna see this guy again.
Yeah, and that is how it goes sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Dayrun is the young player from Okinawa, obviously. His team won co-op cup that year. I was like, wait. I was like that Leonardo DiCaprio.
He said it's
like, hey,
Yennies, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Made me think of Denny's and Zenless when he said that. The Yennies, like my
That guy should
Denny's.
think about entering a tournament. You know,
Gotta
like,
spend
that guy's
all my
pretty good. He should play in
Denny's.
tournament sometime. Like, wait a
Yennies.
minute.
It's funny about this fellow.
Mm-hmm.
First strike's pretty good. I got the NYC background behind me.
Yeah, you do. Jazzy NYC. Classic. You know, I'm curious about that. I've been thinking about that because of Elena theme. Or Elena stage. I'm curious if that stage is going to be there or not.
Ah. You know, Adrian Riven hit me up today. He showed me that he installed Third Strike, like one of those, huh? Like, okay, yeah, I'm down. I'll show you the ropes.
Yeah. What's it called? I don't know if people know much about Adrian Riven, but Adrian Riven is a freak at fighting games. Like, first of all, he's really good at League of Legends, obviously. But he is a freak at fighting games.
He was pretty nice at
Extremely,
DBFC.
Extremely good at that.
Guilty
He plays a bunch of them.
Gear.
Like he played like versus games for a long time. He's really good at Street Fighter 6. He's good at basically everything. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
he's
cool when you
nice.
see
It's
random
not a
stuff
joke.
like that.
Adrian Riven's sick.
He's very curious, and his approach to anything that he does is like, you know, it reminds me of myself, and it's really smart and sometimes like a contrarian. I remember discussing with him about how old people think they don't have good reactions, so they would gatekeep themselves. That was his words. It's gatekeep themselves from basically believing that they can't do something because they're older, which I think is just completely it's not correct.
Yeah, he's super solid, and he's just good at everything. And like every time I see him play anything, I'm like, dude, you're a freaking beast. Like I just don't get it.
He's very good. I used to be able to beat him easily, and now it's like, oh god. Now I'm like complaining about his character in my head. His character's so cheap. Just walk back. He's got the moves now.
They're setting up the next match, it looks like.
Gonna look
I'm thinking about if I want to get some grub
bracket
real quick.
and see how that's going.
Yeah, I think we're
That's
inviting people to the
convenient.
lobby right now and grabbing a new lobby to join.
All right, I'm gonna go peek at the fridge while they set up
as
the
of
next
right now,
match.
I
You guys
think
too,
they're
if you
recording
haven't
this
the whole
Canadian
time
center
stretched,
on
guys. Like
Yeah,
do
so
like
they're
I'm doing right now. Go
tied for
stretch,
first with
get a
24
water,
right now. If you
use
guys
the
can get
restroom if you haven't used the restroom in a while. Get ready, and then we're gonna reconvene here in a couple minutes to see the next match while they set it up. Okay, I'm gonna go check if there's anything good I can read in the fridge because I'm getting
they're
hungry.
tied and they're playing right now, so I figured it'd be a good one to check.
I'll be right
Whoever
back.
wins that will be in
Yeah,
the
there's more
as well.
tonight. There is at least one more match.
I don't think they're in the match. I could be.
There
wrong
might be
on this.
two
I might have
more,
jumped in while
but we'll see.
while we were getting this set up here. But yeah, okay. I got a room invite. I'm pulling up. I may have missed a match here. It looks like we're getting a new lobby set up. Okay. Oh, they're on 30 now. Wait, did the sheet get updated? Then let me take a look. I'll pull it up on the stream real quick. Maybe I was a little ahead. Ah, okay. So Team JB is now at 30. Team Shine is at 27. I'll put this up on the screen so everybody can see it real quick while we wait for this to start. I'll hit the bathroom so you can chit chat to the chat room real quickly, but you can see the team points in the top right.
Oh, sweet. Well, what's going on, folks? How's it going, everybody? I feel like this is the moment where I tell boomer old stories that's like, okay, all right, we get it, Mr. Rocking Chair. But how y'all doing? Where's everybody from? Thanks for having me. I really appreciate being able to commentate. I haven't commentated anything since like Third Strike Combo Breaker many years ago. So I really appreciate y'all having positive feedback and being welcoming. I saw some people asking who the commentator is. Tell a joke, nothing comes to mind. Tell a joke, low for a dry rush. Entertain us. Jamie Propaganda. Jamie's all right.
I'm
He's
still
one of the kinds
stretching
of
out right
characters
now.
where if it's more about the power levels of other characters. If you look
Working
at
this
Jamie on
back
player,
out.
if you look at Jamie on paper, he's very good. Command grab, uppercut, 5-frame target combo that you can check drive rushes with. His critical art devastating. He's a really good character, but it's just the way it just takes too long to drink. It's just the way that you have to navigate neutral, sacrifice drinks. It's best to drink when you're in the corner, and then if you do that, then
I'm
you're
working
kind
my
of like
shoulder blades right
delaying
now.
the drinks.
They could definitely
to
use it. I've been
hopefully
playing
get
a
a
lot of
drink later,
mouse
so-
games lately.
He's a
And
great
VF
character,
also.
but obviously he's got some problems. It takes too long. Takes
That's
too dang
good.
long.
Wait a minute. Is this just the Jamie downplay stream? Is that what's going on?
Dormant, he streams a lot,
Yeah,
doesn't
man,
he?
this whole time
I'm pretty sure
trying
he
to,
also
like,
works. He probably has a day
you know,
job and kids
I'm
and
trying
all
to do my
that.
own
But he
propaganda.
streams.
I'm learning some. I'm an old dog learning new tricks.
The
Everyone
problem
downplays
Casanova
their
is that
character
FGC
and
streaming is
tries
like
to get
weird
some
now,
bucks
man.
from the devs. I don't think it has.
Everybody comes in the stream all the time,
gotta
like
join in
you,
the
like,
con-
hey, how come I don't see
I like
so and
that
so? How
idea.
come I don't
To
see
be
so and
honest
so?
with
People
you,
say sometimes
I'm
I miss
kinda
Mike
with you. I
Ross.
think there's a-
I'm like, well, you don't gotta
a
miss Mike
vast
Ross. Follow
web,
Mike Ross on Twitch.tv, and he
twisted
streams
web, if
himself
you
playing
will,
games.
of
But then when I see
evil
Mike Ross
doers
streaming,
whose whole purpose
he only got
on
like
social
250
media
viewers.
is to
People
trick
full of
you
shit.
into thinking that they're working harder in the video game than everyone else. And their
It's
names
a-
are
I feel like
Phenom
that's
and
a people.
Big Bird.
That's a thing
And
that people
you
say,
can find
right?
them
But
on
then
the
they
social
don't.
media website,
They don't really
and
mean
you
it,
can see their
'cause they meant it, they would,
evildoery ways at any
follow them.
time, and they're just always up to no good.
You go look at Automatox's Twitter right
Good
now.
for
I bet you
nothing
he's
ragtag
posting himself streaming and making YouTube
gang
videos
of
on the whole Twitter. Matter of
misfits.
fact, I'm
You
gonna go
never know.
look.
Like, it's just like the way they play the game. You never know what they're about to do next. Are they being
Automatox.
honest? Did they mean to do
Let's
that
see.
mix up? I have no idea, but it worked. So, well,
Latest
at the end of
post
the
of
day, I just gotta
Automatox.
put that.
I'm not even
Try
following.
that.
See, I'm not
I am
even following
impressed
them.
with
That's
their
fucked up.
tireless work ethic too.
All right, let's see.
There's truly no one
Posting the
else working so hard
schedule,
around the clock.
Posting about
discussing their
Third
characters in
Strike.
such a nefarious
Making a
way.
YouTube video about
I'm
SF6.
impressed by their ability to keep it up.
January 17th, talking about
Yep, bias. I
Phenom.
agree because it agrees with my philosophy. but
He
it-
posts
it's
more than my
the
ass
truth.
does.
Doesn't
He
matter.
even posts like casual shit. He's
I
literally
saw,
posting
I even
his
saw
thoughts
Logan
and shit
Thomas
like that
saying something
online.
About 10 players
Marvel
qualifying early in the
Rivals.
season and this
He
and that,
posted
and
a
I'm
random
like,
tier
there's
list of
no way
Marvel
to defend
Rivals.
9-10s. And then I saw Phenom say
This is all
that
just
if
in
you
the
think
past
about
2
it,
weeks
all
what
of
he's
the
been
other
doing,
characters
bro.
are fighting
He's
against
active.
Ken, and it's 9v31 or whatever, and I was like, he's a genius. He's the greatest down player to ever do it.
All right, Shu Mimi
Basically
versus
like
Gumi
that,
Ho. All right, let me settle in. I want to see this with
What
y'all.
was it the Romans when there was like 300 Romans and they fought off the whatever?
The
We
yeah,
saw,
the
I think,
Spartans
both
fighting.
these players play earlier, right?
That's the thing.
Shumimi got a win
The
for
way that
Shine
they battle
during the very
is
first
beyond my
match.
mortal understanding.
And I believe Gumiho got a win during the second match. It was
Let's see
actually two
Gumi
players that we've
again
seen both get a win
against
on the stream.
Shumimi. This is gonna be tough. I'm not sure. If
Yeah, this
Gumiho
is
gonna be able to implement
Shumimi's
the
pretty
game
solid.
just the
So
same
I don't
as
think
JP.
Gumiho is gonna be able to
No.
just random
I
out.
think heavy
But
ball
maybe I'm
is
wrong.
gonna put
Maybe
in
they
some
could
work
just
in
do a
this.
lot of
And Commander, I
wow. I'm
it's
so
probably quite
wrong.
hard
I've been
to
lying
zone
to y'all.
Blanca in the same way that Shumimi's.
Oh my
dude.
god, they barely reacted. That's
he can kill you.
crazy.
Not quite.
They didn't do a kill combo. Oh my
The
god.
pass through.
Yeah, this is my
Unbelievable.
fear.
Couldn't they
Like
have
that
done
low
EX?
profile and then that? Oh man,
After impact?
that was sick.
Yeah. JP's.
Oh, the Blanca
projectile.
one? Yeah, it's pretty
Sometimes you can
obnoxious.
do it with a rush where it just
Oh
goes through
my
it and you can actually
god,
control it.
it's
Apparently,
Blanca
Ball
time.
does it.
Yeah, I think what's it called? I think that it's very important for lots of other people to worry about the zoning in this matchup. Not Blanca. I think
They're a
Blanca's gonna handle
maniac.
the way JP
They're a
zones.
maniac. Is
pretty
he doing that
naturally
on
just by
purpose,
doing
or is he
slides
trying
and
to
Blanca
slide
balls
and mess?
and
I don't even know what's going
grabs,
on
and
anymore.
I don't expect
It's
it to
funny.
be
Oh,
too
good
hard
placement
for her
on
to
the
get in
Blanca
if she
charge.
sticks to that game.
Yo, no, I thought that was gonna work for a second. That
You
would have been
should
sick.
get some
Whoa,
Blanca
he up
to
on
me.
the shadow. What the
Bitch,
hell?
man, you
She
ain't
up
some
on the
fun.
shadow. I'm confused right now. Ah!
That's my recommendation.
No fun allowed.
The VTubers confuse me.
I think he's like the most fun character.
Oh,
I
okay,
think he's
okay,
like the
okay.
most fun character if you just do heavy
Okay.
Blanca ball and stuff.
That seems to be what we're witnessing with Gumi.
Don't be mad about the Blanca Chan
Around
outfit.
not
Come
so
on.
hot. But the slide
It's like
immediately
Sesame
coming
Street.
through.
Don't y'all like Sesame Street?
Super. Is this gonna be a punish slide, perhaps?
Big Bird,
Yeah, slide probably would have been the best. Easiest
Bert and
thing
Ernie,
there.
you know?
Something to investigate maybe. Oh
is
my
so
god.
funny.
Double pits the chesties? What in the that was a sick mix up.
You know, Bert and Ernie, they were really good
Yeah.
friends.
A slide again. The knees.
Another
Oh,
impact.
they could have DI'd back and they got
Unbelievable.
countered. Maybe they meant to.
He looks like a giant tomato pincushion. You remember Grandma's
Oh,
tomato
man.
pincushion?
Blockable.
Of
You're
course
just
you do. Everyone's
blocking it.
grandma had that. The tomato
Oh
pincushion.
my god. Oh my. This is
He
actually
looks
so
exactly like
scary.
that. Who knows what I'm talking
Media
about?
level 1, it
No
hit.
Way.
Oh!
Way.
Oh my
They didn't have
god.
enough life.
Wait,
That's
what?
crazy.
What in the what?
They didn't
She
have
just
enough
knew-
life.
Did she beat Amnesia? I don't even know what it beat.
I think it does beat Amnesia. Super.
They didn't have enough life, I think.
I
I don't know what just
know.
happened.
Yeah, I'm not. That was. A
I'm very
wild choice.
confused.
I'm
We
not
take
even sure.
those. Blanca, baby.
I know it.
That's what
Blanca
Blanca
do a
does.
super on JP's wake up before.
Oh my god. I like the idea. I mean, I think Gumi saw the DI whip and thought
Yeah,
she was
Men
supposed
of
to DI
Blanca
back, you know what I mean?
scares me. That's how much
So that's
he
why
be
she did
trolling.
it there. But like, yeah,
He
she could just
trolls
hit
even the best
throw or
players in the
something.
world, they start getting confused. They start looking both ways when they cross the street at the one-way
I
street.
want to like replay that and see what.
You're like, bro, it's a wonder why you looking
Yeah.
both ways? Cause
DI
Blanca,
later,
man,
and then it'll just
he
do the
come from
DI.
anywhere.
Uh-oh. Waking up with the uppercut. The legs are exposed. We
Nice.
got some
Oh.
combos. It super connects. Gooey Hole a little low on drive gauge, but how are they gonna work?
Nice! That was
How?
no fucking way.
How?
Was that
How is
intentional?
she so good at evading drive impact?
She's rascally.
They could have killed
She
if they
is.
did the
She's
right
a
combo.
wascally wabbit.
Oh,
punish. And this should be the kill.
man.
Whoa.
Nice.
Gooey Hole
Right?
is
There's
your-
no way
is
they
your
meant to
rocket
do that,
raccoon
right?
enjoyer
If they
and
meant
Momo.
to their god,
Apparently,
that is
she's
you
low
can do
profiling
that
everything.
if you want to. That is the thing you can do. There's no way they meant to do that. That was fucking crazy.
Power
though.
crouch both do go under drive impact sometimes, but I've never seen it like 3 times in one match.
That's what I'm saying. This is fucking nutty.
You're
Wow, the
fighting against a
electric
guile,
trade.
and then you finally get in.
More,
You have
but
no
they should do
idea
more
what they're doing.
Blanca
They're
headbutt.
actually
No, I've seen that
button.
before,
That's what
but
I feel
they
like
did it
Shamimi-
randomly.
Shamimi
That's
is
I've seen that
experiencing
intensity at like the highest
they're
level of
getting in.
Blanca.
I don't know what to do.
Nice.
Yeah, the mix-ups from Gumi have been. Oh my god.
Oh,
the-
you
on
can't
the
jump.
back jump,
You
but the
can't just
mix-ups
jump
are really
like
good.
that.
She's like, it's a simple concept like command grab, Blanca ball, like jumping,
Blanca
drive
ball,
impact,
jump,
slide. But those
long
options
range
are,
grab.
when rotated well.
The
are
only
very
thing they're not
difficult to
using that would be really good. They're not using die
And as
ball.
I mentioned a bit
But
earlier,
to be
when you
fair,
see
it's
the ranks
JP. They're not
platinum
gonna come in that
versus
often.
It's not telling the tale of the tape. There's a lot more to the story and how
far.
these players are going to interact
Way
with each
too
other.
far.
And maybe, like you mentioned, Gumiho doesn't really like playing ranked.
She doesn't. She
Yeah,
said,
this is
I don't
great.
like ranked.
I'm
because
starting
I
to
know that
notice
on
the
other side
weakness
there's a
in
weirdo,
Shumimi's
and I
defense,
don't
and it's
like
that
it.
when you
I
get to a
would
certain
rather
range,
just
their
play the-
defensive
like
tool is
people I
drive
know.
impact.
That's what she said.
See,
Jump sliding
that's the
into
weakness. If you
DM.
exploit that, you can get them.
DI,
But they
oh,
also DI
oh,
back. They DI
DI
react.
right back at you. This is looking
You can't
good
just
for
do a
Shumimi.
DI. You have to
I've
actually wait for them.
never
to do it.
seen forward heavy kick DI from JP. Like I've never
Yeah.
seen someone do forward heavy kick grounded like that and then get DI.
All right, 1-1. It's an even match.
All right. This is,
What do you think, Chad? You think that they'll catch on
This
to the
is something.
defensive drive impact?
It's a scrappy match. I
think
figured
if
that
I think if
Gumi might be
Gumiho
pretty
catches on,
threatening to,
so that whenever
Shumimi
they get
because of the way she
close,
plays, honestly.
Shumimi
Oh
does
my
impact.
God.
If
She
they
stood
catch on
still
to that C,
at
if they
round
catch
start
on,
and
they
just-
can win.
the EX
That's all they gotta
like
look out for. Just look out for that and kill them.
standing there menacingly, walking forward. Slide footsies.
That's how you know she's.
Right
My
now.
chat's calling her
This
Blanca
is the
Algai. she's just one with the character in a way that most people cannot be. Born to the
It's
waves.
incredible how this is countering Shumimi's game plan that's been
Okay.
so successful. Like being able to keep people out with JP, but Blanca just
They
slides
missed a
and
heavy
Blanca
ball. They
falls
didn't have
through
enough
it.
charge, I think.
It's like, oh, what do I do about this, coach?
Good footsies.
And so
I
far, by
respect
the
the
way,
foot,
Shumimi
but
has
not
not
that.
lost
That
a
was
set.
that part was bad.
She's 3-0.
But I like the
bracket.
footsies walking out of his
So
buttons. That
this
was
is,
good.
You know, this is the first person
So
potentially,
close.
although this round's not over just
Heavy
yet,
ball.
potentially that
Heavy
could give
ball.
her
No,
problems.
too late.
All right.
If she can just
They're both
find
having
her
trouble
game
with each
plan,
other's
I think she'll run
tactics.
away with it, but
Gumiho's having
No, I feel
trouble
like
with
we're
the
in
JP
commentator
zoning.
curse
They don't really know how to
territory, so I just
navigate
wanna watch
the
this play out.
obstacle course.
Yeah, this one has been very close so far too. I think Gumi.
Missed the heavy
Honestly,
ball.
I think she should. This is gonna sound weird. I think she should do that more. Yeah,
They
I
were
was gonna
trying
say,
to do it. I
she
think they're
should
trying to do it, and
need
they're
more
getting
heavy
full.
ball
Oh
in her, to be honest with you.
no, that was the worst time for that to
protective-
happen.
the name,
Level
I forget the
3,
name of it.
that's
that
a-
was,
that's
a
a
really
cook.
good confirm from Shumimi.
That
The
was a great
protective,
match.
Projectile in the air, she's putting it close to her now.
Drive
Defend
impact,
herself
stealing
against flying
souls,
Blanca ball,
just like when
and that
SF6 first came out.
really
Drive impact,
solidified
stealing
her
souls.
ability to start playing the neutral like she's so good at.
Yeah, the departure of the portal,
Yes,
putting
yes.
it up close next to her. That's a great point because
Yeah, you gotta
one thing that
recognize,
happened
Frank,
with
what
all
they
what
like to
happened
do
is
on
she just
defense.
bounced
That's
back
the
and then
first
she would just
step.
do it again.
So the first
So
step
now
is
she's putting it next to
recognize
her
their
so that she
defense,
has,
what
like,
they
that
like to
little
do,
force field that
and then the
protects
second step is break
So,
their
yeah,
defense, right?
That's a good call.
So
out
the
on, I think,
first
like,
step
smart
there,
adjustment.
Gumiho figured out, which
She's
is that
so
whenever
far
Gumiho got to a
undefeated
certain
in
range,
her-
their answer was
in her
jump back
division, which is very,
or
very
drive
impressive.
impact
I don't-
most
I
of the
don't know if you
time,
saw, but
right?
she's a
So
VTuber
the second step will
brain. The
happen
brain
to do
controls the
things
body,
that
and
beat
the
jump
brain
back
now
and to do a
has
lot of things
little
that beat
beard
drive
and a
impact
little
and just do
JP
those
chain.
things a lot and
That's-
just kind of
she
mold them and
added
get
it
them to do
to
something
the
else on
VTuber
defense.
model, so.
That would have been the next step. That was a great match, though.
There was a player you mentioned that wanted to be a brain surgeon, but then
That's
they.
her.
Oh, it is her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how she's become too powerful.
JP's quite the fit, I
Mhm.
think.
And up next, I mean, this team has been cooking so far. Team Shine and Team JB. These teams now, I guess, with that last win, they're tied. They're 30 apiece in terms of points because Team Shine got the win. But it should be Mogu versus Sean as the next match, which I'm excited for. A little Little family revenge.
Hey,
Maybe.
by the
His
way,
cousin
is this
going
like
up here to
study
try to get the
season
job
right now?
done.
Is everybody studying or something like that? Because I noticed in this season
We'll see,
that I
'cause
see
VTuber-
even
the
more
reverse
lurkers than ever
VTuber
before.
Whisperer
Like on the
Shine can
YouTube,
pull
there's a good
through.
amount of people watching. There's like 50-something people there,
Yeah.
and it's
The
full-on lurk
only,
mode in there.
the only
There's only a
flesh
couple
tuber that
questions
can-
here or there.
can solve that
And
shit.
then
Someone with human skin and a body.
on
Shine is
Twitch
the
too, there's a good
the
amount of
most
people in here, but
unintentionally funniest
it's
person I
full-on
know.
lurk mode
Yeah,
for
he
most
would say
people.
the most random thing
That's what I
that
was wondering.
makes
Is
you,
it like school right now?
drop
Time
your
to
ice
study?
cream on the floor. He said, he said, you guys ever pour your bottled water in a glass because it tastes better? It's like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. That's what
Maybe.
I'm saying. He is.
Logo
He
using
is.
that same target combo we saw earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, he is really hilarious. I
D-Win
think he's, like, one of
said,
the funniest
college
humans I
started for
know.
me
and also
this
a good
week.
player and
Cool,
a
understood.
surprisingly excellent coach. I didn't know what to expect from his coaching, but I like it.
So
And
everybody's
all his
studying
players
and all
love
that,
him,
I
so.
assume too, during the week.
Chop cheese, hold the chop.
Chop cheese, hold the chop. Oh man, I forgot about that.
God,
You forgot about that.
Hold the cheese, chop cheese, hold the cheese, hold the chop. But yeah, last time we
What
saw,
the hell?
Mogu
You
looked
better
really
never say
solid
anything
as
like
he's-
that in
oh,
actual
that's
New
one thing
York.
That's gonna be a big problem in this matchup if Sean keeps doing
This
it.
guy said
Empty
chop
drums
cheese,
versus
hold the chop, hold the
that modern
cheese. Don't
Ed
ever say
DP.
that in NYC.
Right. The modern the input obviously is very easy, but Ed's uppercut does have some startup to it. You do it too late, you're gonna block it on the ground. Hey.
Damn, Edma.
We are some modern enjoyers right now. 2 players with 2 uppercuts.
Yeah, this
Nice.
is
Jumping is not advised.
modern versus modern means that like we have to play ground game, right? Otherwise, you're gonna have a real problem.
Yeah, and I think if you were to just put a baseline, which character is better, I think Ken at this level probably has better neutral than Ed does.
Yeah, I think you're
Ooh.
right. Especially, I think EX Fireball is really hard to deal with as Ed unless you have like a lot of experience in the game, you know? Because like
Sure you
his
are.
regular Fireball and Flickers are pretty weak to it.
I'm sure Ed
Really?
has one of those bufferable normals in neutral, like there is the medium kick, down, heavy
I don't
kick, I
know.
believe. All great bufferable normals, but if you're not
Honestly, the
experienced with
YouTube stream,
using them
I do it
correctly,
just to do it. The
Ken's
YouTube
heavy
streams
kick
don't
is
really
just so much
generate any
more
revenue
obvious.
for me.
Slam
That's
it
part of the
down.
problem.
Yeah,
At least when I
really,
stream on
really
Twitch,
good
you guys
style
give me
button, use it.
subs and watch the ads and shit
Nice,
like that.
that's
And
actually huge.
Jinrai.
On YouTube, when
Yeah,
I do a
Jinrai is
stream,
so cheap.
every now and again, someone gives like a YouTube, like a membership or whatever, but it's mostly there just for
Pretty-
people to watch it at that point.
Pretty tough for
Mostly.
Mogu. Low on health, can't jump. And
What's
then
up,
advantage onto the
Kami
Dragon
Basti?
Lash is
How you
gonna
doing?
Set up the win for Shonic. One thing I noticed with modern players is when they
They said
uppercut,
go.
sometimes they do it too early.
They getting hype.
Ken's uppercut does more damage when you get both hits off, but you gotta do it a bit late. But the modern controls is like, I'm too powerful. They're in the air, anti-air.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that too, because I just got reminded on topic of the slam and modern DPs. When like Akuma came out, I played Boxbox with Akuma, and he's like, "What's the point of that flip move?" Like every time you're in the air, I just do the DP and it beats it whatever you do. And I was like, man, modern is truly a different world, huh?
Move seems inert. What is the
Yeah.
purpose?
What is its
That's
purpose?
a combo.
Some kind of Easter egg
Okay,
Akuma
Shonix
has.
in a
He
good
just flips
spot.
in the air.
My food
Yeah.
is ready, but
I
I'm
wish
so
I could
entertained
say
by the
that
match.
about,
Ow!
Demon
So entertained
Flip.
by
I
these
wish I
matches,
saw
I'm
Demon
after
Flip and
reheat
thought,
a
oh,
little bit.
that's
Give it
not a
one
big
more
deal.
minute.
And he probably earnestly asked the question, like,
Okay.
like, what's this for?
Right back in there. Let's go, Mogu.
And I respect that. That's what modern's here for. I think good baits though. One thing about playing
They
Sean,
haven't
I
really
think
gotten
probably
their,
everybody will recognize this.
Like
after
jab,
today.
jab, jab,
Sean
grab.
DPs a
Game
lot.
started
He does
too
a lot of
good
reversals, a lot
in
of
this
DPs,
one, but
and
that's
so just
tricky to
waiting
do
him
against
out
Ken.
seems like a pretty
Ken
good
also
response
has
on
a
wake
strong
up.
close
He's
range
not trying to
game.
block. And so I think we're gonna see that adjustment probably more and more as these
They're in.
games go on.
Grab, yep, of course.
Wow, the target combo coming in pretty
Yeah, the
clutch for
target
Mogu.
combo
Even on
grab,
block,
they
it's
like-
not very
they
good,
like that.
but
That's their
sometimes
tactic.
you're trying to tech a throw, you just end up throwing them, and they're just not aware of what the options are at a given moment.
Okay,
And the
that's
DI
a
coming
wall.
in the corner.
Mhm.
looking
And
good.
Not much
always
damage.
doing
They
that
could
target
take
combo,
those.
so he gets side swapped out of the corner, which is kind of unfortunate for him. But if the DIs keep landing,
Yeah, then it doesn't matter, right?
oh,
no.
Those things, you can try to coach things that are optimal,
Mm.
but it's better to coach things that are just working. It's better to have a
Level
combo
3.
that's hitting than something that's not.
yeah, exactly.
Work the gut.
One thing I'm curious about here too is like now shines down all this bar. How do you make this happen? This is, I think, pretty tough. Mogu can just kind of set up, throw a fireball, yeah, approach behind it. No DP.
That was their
In
chance.
a good way, I think if they actually uppercutted there, they would have
Yeah,
hit too
again.
late. So actually, and the spacing wasn't that great either.
Yeah. Maybe the other uppercuts
his-
are a decent
his-
option
his
if he's
pretty-
jumping from far away like
it's
that.
one of those
No
ones that
punish on the
anti-is pretty
drive
deep.
reversal. And nope,
Impact.
not
They
ready
couldn't
for
do
the
anything.
drive impact.
Yeah, and the low health. Perhaps if they did a DI back, they wouldn't have survived it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
not
I don't think
bad
there was a lot
call
they could do.
from Mogu.
Yeah, and so far, I've been really interested to watch this. So far, their records. We saw Mogu win her first match on stream, and she lost.
You know
her
what?
other
I'm
set
not
after
even gonna
that.
say nothing.
Sean is 2-1,
Casino about what you just
so
said. I'm just gonna
This,
say that
this
shit's
could
crazy.
be both of them 2-2, seeing what their final scores are for the day, or Sean could go in to have one of the better records in this group. I think Asa is also undefeated. So
All I'm
far.
gonna say is don't lie to yourself. All
I'm
right.
getting goosebumps again. Just
When
seeing
you
this
look at
fireball
what
war
happened
and
that day,
Mogu
don't lie to
defusing
yourself.
Fireballs and sending them back.
That's
and
all I'm
then
gonna say.
Recognizing an OD fireball and just blocking it. It just.
Oh my
I love
God.
when you're paying attention. It's so cool to me.
Yeah, and that's something, that adjustment right there. Mogu does a lot of jab, 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 DI. And I like that Sean was so ready for it there. Looking for that option a little bit more. So now it's on her to change it up and go for something else.
Ooh, the recovery on the parry probably threw Mogu off a little bit when you have to block even though you let go of parry. They got punish countered from a jumping after that.
Yeah. Oh,
Uppercut.
oh. I think she jumped and tried to bait it there, and that's huge. It should be an
Wow.
easy,
Come on,
easy
Mogu.
auto combo for the finisher.
Yes.
Mogu now, set point.
I mean, squeezy.
Yeah, he's trying to say that he looks
Ooh,
like
jumpers are starting
Negan.
to get unchecked, but Mogu finds
He
it.
said lemon squeezy like Ken is
Maybe
Negan.
uppercut.
I think you should spend
Damn.
it. Yeah, I think
Oh
spending it here is
man,
good for
that's
drop
definitely
gates. It's good
that's
to get
definitely a
the
diss
lead.
on this
Make
this
Sean
Ken
kinda make
outfit.
all of this comeback back. He has to spend bar and stuff. This is good.
He said lemon squeezy.
And it
Like he
also
was Negan.
will Deter him from using uppercuts. Now it's like uppercuts, and then you got a super. You're gonna be in burnout if you do more uppercuts. And these fireballs are helping out so much in controlling the drive gauge. Nice anti-air from Mogu.
Not cool.
I love that she
He's
just
right.
played it so safe too on offense. Didn't commit to a lot because she knows that Sean likes to go for DPs.
Yeah, they're not even playing in pussy range. It's just fireball war and jump-ins so far.
I like it. Look at this patience too. No need to commit to anything. You have the lead. Just chill and parry. Oh, and there's a DI. Sean was expecting her to DI there. Oh, that's big.
Ooh.
Okay.
One weakness of that Ed crouching jab, because it's not cancelable, you can't
Yeah,
cancel the
anymore.
DI right
That
there.
was a nerf.
Oh, is that the?
They
is that a
made it
modern
harder
one?
to do like short
No,
jab
his
combos and
crouching
things
jab
like
is not
that too.
special cancelable.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
thinking of crouching light kick, I think. But the jumping was too far away.
It's because you used to be able to do
Almost
light
like
kick,
the
light
golden
kick into
combo.
combo or
I
something
love
like
the
that. Now you gotta
patience,
do
by
like
the
light
way.
kick, jab, stand jab. See, that's
I
why
love the
she's always
patience.
doing
I
that
love that she
sequence.
knocked
I
him
think she
down
gotta
and
do
just
something
waited
like
for
that.
him to get up. Like it's such a good recognition of how he's been playing so far.
That's probably why she does the target combo so much, the ways that she does.
Man, there might be a
Good
jump
fireball,
going on
very
once
good
they're decided the
fireball.
Dragon Lash
Wow.
gets hit by the fireball. Good stuff from Mogu.
Yeah, I think her adjustments there were perfect. Honestly, very impressive.
That's that shit I'm talking
to like
about.
recognize basically what was going on and how Sean was playing, and then make just clean, solid adjustments. Like you'd love to see it. I think for a player of this level, to do that is not easy. I mean, you have a coach with you as well and things like that, but to do that as a player,
Man,
of this level
Mogu's
is very
kicking
impressive.
ass.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
so
think
what's
again,
what's up with
at
Mogu
this
and
level,
so many
you
of y'all
see
being
tactics
fans
that you
of
don't get to
Mogu?
see
Tell me
it
about
as
Mogu and
often
why y'all all are
IRL
fans.
play.
I need to
Not to say
understand.
that they don't exist,
Because
but
there's a few
this is
people that every time
exploitable. I can
Mogu
pull
comes
this
to play
fireball
just
and
lose their
let them
minds.
come to me.
Which
I
I
can
was,
do this
I'm
all
cool
day
with. I
until
just
they
want to know.
figure out a way to address it.
Yeah, and it's
Teach
really
me.
smart, and it's fun to watch players have those realizations. You know, like watch players like see like, oh, what's going on here, and then just have that kind of like big.
I'm gonna
picture
grab my
moment
food. It's
that you don't
done.
always
Poor
see at, like,
microwave's
higher
been
levels
beeping,
players.
telling me to
Like,
get
as
the
you
food
mentioned,
forever.
the adaptations are a lot more minute, right, compared to at this level where it's like so grandiose a lot of the times. You know.
Yeah, and especially when you have the coach who just maybe you have this one. Like, I don't like to overcoach when my players are playing. Sometimes I'll hold back and not try to talk their ear off and let them focus. But if I see one thing, and then that's the thing that really is impactful in the matchup, I'll let them know maybe during the match, but like during the middle of matches. But you can have such a massive impact as a coach just by diagnosing the problem in a given moment, just giving them that extra push. Like, this is what's going to win.
Yeah, and I think that's such a big deal, right? Because it's very easy to like feel like, oh, I gotta you know, like I gotta say something, but just the small things go a long way. Because when you're coaching someone, you really can't be like, all right, so one thing you may have noticed is after the third hit of this move, they typically go for that, and then they're gonna do this, and then they're gonna, like, it's just gonna overload their brain. So like little details goes a long way, and sometimes it's as little as like, stay calm, like everything's fine.
Exactly.
That's what
Yeah,
you
I was
do.
just about to say. Sometimes the coaching is this is good. They level 3. They spent their whole level 3. The next round, you have level 3. You're good.
Right on time.
Yeah, and that's like such an important
Mogu's and
recognition
Mogu
that you just have
enjoys.
to make some-
why is she her? Ha ha ha.
I like it a lot.
This
These
is what they
perfect
wrote.
berries already.
Am I gonna play VF after today? Probably not,
I'm
Casanova.
fascinated
This is
by
probably gonna
matchup.
take
They're
up
both really
most
solid
of my
players.
day today.
Curious Joy with
I'll try to play
patience
some this
and
weekend if there's a
Cammy,
lot of
and
downtime in
Jakenbake
between
with
the Frosty
overall solid
Faustings and
play
everything
with
else because I
Luke
want to play some and get
managing
better.
his
But
drive gauge like I showed him
today,
2
this
days
is the
ago.
big show, so I want to see
Curious to
this.
see how this plays out. Hopefully he slams on heavy punch and drive rushes with it.
All the
Commentator
good stuff.
slash
That's really what
FGC
you gotta do.
mode.
And one thing is, both of them are 2-1.
I'm just
Their
mixing
records
up
are
my
really solid
pasta.
in this division so far. So this will probably be for who has the second best
Having
record in
pasta
their
for-
group
for dinner.
besides Robbie so
It's
far.
5:28 p.m. right on time.
Oh, man, Robbie's been crushing it. I feel like I've seen the least amount of like in terms
She
of
on Starlight
content
also
coming
said
from Robbie,
Mogu is
but they're
cool.
really showing out here.
Why? Teach me. Why is
Yeah,
Mogu
Joy
cool?
is
What does
so
Mogu
solid,
do
too.
on
we talked
her
about it
stream
earlier,
that
but her
y'all love?
patience is her biggest strength and maybe the biggest problem she might have as well, honestly, because she does so little sometimes that it can maybe feel a little detrimental.
And you can see Jakenbake, with the miss input, but he's managing his drive gauge. He realizes that he's pretty low, and he's going to play the fireball game until he recovers a little bit.
Oh, she had the right idea there. I think she tried to do the target combo and just got the heavy kick and not the medium punch part.
And one thing that I'm seeing with
Nice.
Curious Joy's
Okay,
anti-air,
Joy.
it's not really her
Bam.
ability to see the
Game
anti-air
1.
and get
Clean.
something
Didn't even
like
have to
that
spend
from
level 3.
It's where she's
I don't need
standing before
those.
the anti-air occurs, and man, that was
Sitting on 3
Wow.
bars. 1 and sitting on
Curious
3
Joy
bars.
runs away with
That's
it, huh?
No, I
That's
think
kind
what
of
you
like a
just
double
said is
victory. She
perfect
should have just
point.
won two games and it should be just over.
The spot she's
Sorry,
on
Jake.
the screen is just not right for the anti-air she wants to hit, you know? So it's not just like, oh, see a move anti-air. It's a lot of it is like also just like positioning yourself in the right position so that you can find the anti-air that's correct.
Exactly. Oh, and the miss combo from Jakenbake, and it costs him. Cammy escapes the corner. Bates with the hooligan. Joey got those.
I like it. I like what we're seeing there. I like the late dive kick she did too. Jake was trying to anti-air crouching heavy punch, and that kind of an anti-air is pretty susceptible to that sort of a.
Oh, I see. That's the change instead of Rebel Golden Letters. Rebel
This
Green
is,
Letters.
Just
Is that Shine too? Because
Curious
Shine.
Joy's
Oh,
able to win
Shine
with
always
two
be killing at the
information.
Golden Letters.
And on top
Shine
of
is a
both
coaching
her being
god.
solid,
Shine,
I think she
how'd
just
you
has
coach all
more
these players to be
experience,
so
and
good?
It's gonna be tough for Jakenbake
This
to
dude coached
figure this out in-
2
in
VTubers,
real time.
3
Nice.
VTubers.
I like that too.
One of them was already good, don't get me wrong, but he coached 3 VTubers
He's pretty consistently gone to crouching
and
medium
someone
punch
that
there,
plays
so I
fighting
like her
games,
adjustment
but
to do it.
probably
Cool. She
as
looks
like a
it's
side
fake
thing. That's
combo,
probably
but-
not even the main shit
Yeah,
that she
even jump
plays.
back air to air looks really good right there.
She be talking about Final Fantasy most of the time when I
did
see her on
suggest
Twitter.
to Jakenbake to use down light punch.
Good
so
job,
there's no
Shine.
gap
You're an
between that
actual
and the
god.
charge rush,
How'd you
and
do
we're
this?
seeing the reason why. There's a gap. You can perfect parry, you can uppercut, and that's what put him in this position in the first place. All of that.
Ooh, that was a very scary sandblast.
I'm
because
serious,
she
he's coaching
tried
them
to
like a
spin knuckle through
champion.
it and didn't
I don't
quite
know how
make
he's
it, but
doing it.
if she had, I mean, that would have been round winning.
And again, we're seeing this. My opponent is on set round. I'm gonna play slow. The nerves, the willingness to want to like get a clean hit rather than scramble for it. You see it a lot with these
I'm pretty
players.
sure if he wins
She
this,
has to
that
be the
Shine's
most
team
patient
is
player I
going to
think
be
we've
in
seen
there
all
for
day,
the
so.
last day. Free.
But to Jake's credit, he's really not overcommitting in a way that I think is too
And they
fast.
already got 3 chances to win. One
Wow,
of
I
3.
love that
That's all they
sequence she
need.
just
1 of
did,
3
too.
wins
Crouch,
from now,
crouch
and they
light kick,
got it.
crouch jab, wait.
And Curious
Crouch
Joy is
medium.
already 1 round away from closing out on Jake. She's playing Omega solid.
And the
She got
patience
level 3
from
ready
both
to
players
go.
is
She just
incredible.
spin knuckle to get death. That is death.
Trying to figure something out.
Whoa! He gave up. He gave up. He could have blocked. He could have blocked and come back. He gave up.
Won the round. Here is Joy.
He
Runs
gave up.
away with it. Very nice.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is
Damn.
like Shine is getting carried by his team. Like I was just
He got
looking
hit.
at the
He got
results,
hit with the.
and
I
so
wish that was
far,
me just
the
now by
weakest link
Cammy
on
at
Team
the end.
Shine, I think is Shine.
I imagine like a VTuber art where they're just
Casanova
sailing
just
up
don't
in
want
the
to see the
sky,
stage.
just Shine is just chilling.
I'm sick of this
They look
Blanca.
really
coach's
solid so
dream.
far.
This
don't have to play.
this skin.
Yeah, I mean, that is. I don't think that's a bad feeling though. When your team is just locked in doing the work, like sometimes it's nice to just like, you know, sit back, let them do all the work.
Take all the credit. Well, sometimes I feel like you don't get credit as a coach, but you kind of just you gotta hold that. You can't like they did it. You
Yeah.
helped, but you gotta take it on the chin.
That's how it goes. Nice work. I mean, I have seen, all the coaches, but Shine has been in there.
They've been
with
doing the
squad,
Blanca
just,
Tron
like,
gimmick since SF5, right?
Rinsing,
It
running
wasn't
through
her.
everything, making sure
Wasn't
everybody's really
Sakura
ready.
working at an
I think
arcade,
it's, like,
and
impressive
Blanca
how much
Chan was
time
like the
they've all
arcade
been winning
mascot
it.
or something like
One
that.
thing that is like kind of fortunate, unfortunate is last weekend was going to be SFL, and then the Fires here actually got it moved. So many of the coaches who I think would have been very busy prepping and training for that actually had a lot of free time open up, and they had more like kind of availability to help. And Shine is one of those players, right? Obviously his team is in SFL, so he's somebody who really benefited from all that extra time. Where we were gonna have the additional coaches.
I
take
mean,
over a lot of
the
those
fires are happening in LA, so
Yeah,
that's
it still
pretty
works
far
out. I
away
remember
from
that's what
NorCal.
you asked of me because they would.
So I don't really know a lot
to
about it.
Be able to coach
I
the
just know
players
that
I
that
would
it's
fill
a
in.
thing and
Now
that
you just
people
have-
moved
now you
and
just
they
have
came back, but they're still,
more
you know,
coaching
worried.
opportunities available.
Access
You know,
coaching.
it was
I mean, it's never
fires
a
with
bad
like
feeling,
winds. It was fire wind.
And people
Yeah, well,
appreciate it. Like even Huntress. to
Like
her
think of
credit,
like Final
right?
Fantasy, like
her
a magic
team was
spell or something.
available.
For real,
Like,
that was
she worked
happening.
with Shine a
So
little
pretty
bit,
scary.
And then she took a session with
Hopefully
Punk as well.
people
So,
are
like, a lot
okay
of
and
them
they've
have
got it
been
under
taking
control
sessions
now,
with
but Ivan, I
you,
don't
with
really know.
Punk, with Justin. I've seen people working with all of the other coaches to get that extra training in, right?
And even people who are not a part of the slam, like last season, Broski worked with Saratina quite a bit, and I definitely appreciated that.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. And one of the things that happened last time was Lily worked with Chakotay, right, on Lily. And that was like a big factor, and seeing him coaching with
BZ
there,
said the
I
loop
was,
skin got me
very
bricked
impressed
up
with what he
earlier.
did, and I think that's
The
transferring
loop
to his
skin got
team
me
here as
bricked
well.
up.
Very impressive first round there from Huntress.
Looking so tough for PDX. I might have to hit him up later. I want to see him succeed. It feels like he's so far in experience and even confidence.
All right, so
I
we
feel
got
a little
Huntress
bit.
versus VDX. Huntress already started up with the perfect the first
he's
game.
definitely. I feel
Shine's
like
team,
he needs to pick
I mean,
this
they have the
character
set.
and
It's
just
over at this
grind
point.
it
So
for the
at this point, it's
next
kind of just
4
for
days,
show.
You know what I mean?
But we can still kind of enjoy to get to see the
I wanna see
gameplay
him
and what
go
each
dumb
person
a little
learned.
too. Just send it. This low forward drive rush. Wake up, EX dive kick.
Yeah, I mean this
Damn,
this
she's-
kind of
she's
pressure
out
we're
for
seeing from
blood.
Huntress is so clinical. Like she.
This is what happens when someone starts
is just
becoming
so comfortable,
competitive.
So in control, dominating space with that Chun-Li jab, which is a sword normal that's difficult to deal with.
She got a taste. Some people are frauds. You know, they get one win and they start feeling themselves. Haha, I
even
got
know where
first
to
at this
start.
one local. I know what it is to win tournaments. Everybody knows somebody like that.
I think your
They win a
points
World Cup
though
one
about
time and they
Fee,
think they're
I think
nice.
there's a lack
But with
of
Huntress,
confidence
it's
in
the
some
other
of
way.
his
She
decisions
was
sometimes.
inspired
Really
by that win.
trust
She was
him.
like, wait, so if I actually practice, I
Even
can
when you
beat
see
people.
something like air legs, beat
Let me
your
keep
throw, it's
practicing.
Like, didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Man, and just like that, coming into this, Team JB was actually the most points, right? They had the most points in the event, and now we're seeing like 4 straight wins potentially for Team Shine could put them ahead.
Like the turnaround, and maybe FDX can make a turnaround of his own, finding some offense in the corner, but not quite connecting all the dots. But the neutral is looking pretty good. The jump over is not so great. The dive kick spacing not so great, unfortunately.
KO.
Huntress is gonna run away with it.
Huntress is destroying them
that's an
for real.
unfortunate one there too, because you really needed that dive kick spacing to work out for you, so that you can make your way in, make things count. But Huntress is really ready with a perfect punish. All right, out of there.
Stay down.
No longer switching sides. Cammy's uppercut.
When she uppercuts,
Sorry,
your eyes
Fee.
still move
You
to
might
the
be pretty
opposite
good at
direction.
Tekken, my friend, but Street Fighter is not
It's like I'm
Tekken.
chasing Spider-Man.
First
Yeah,
off,
I
there's
feel-
no
I
third
feel
dimension
my-
in this
my
game,
eyes there move to
VDX.
the left side of the screen,
Okay,
and
there's
I-
no
oh, wait a
third
minute, she's
dimension,
back there.
so you gotta hold that shit. That's your
Yeah,
first
I
problem.
think it was a burf. Like you don't get the side switch, but you get Oki off of it now.
Yeah, and you get to keep the corner if you do it offensively, which is nice.
Wow, it
You
really
have
is
entered
this
the
neutral,
the
and
fifth
it's
dimension,
so tough for
VDX.
to navigate.
It's a dimension
Suddenly it's so
of sight
mobile,
and
moving
sound.
in and out
It's a
with the
dimension
ball
where you
speed,
have to
getting
anti-air
grabbed,
and
and
outfits
PDX is
Chun-Li.
Not quite sure what to do about it. It seems like.
But she has longer
Yeah,
legs than
and
you,
Huntress-
VDX.
nice,
See?
dude.
Her legs are
can't
longer.
coach
She's
that.
about to level 3.
That intuition and decision making right there was.
Didn't
she
even
was
need
just
it.
super
you gotta be
prepared.
born. You gotta be born to do that neutral jump.
Yeah, that was.
How
that
you
was
get
just,
ads
like,
with
pure
Twitch Prime?
confidence and understanding of like what was coming next. Like yeah, that was. That
Oh,
was
you
perfect.
need
Like, you just,
Twitch the other thing.
You can't beat that. That was real solid.
Yeah, Huntress is looking even stronger than the last slam. It's. I feel sorry for anybody in her path. Looking really, really good. Like, not just regular good, but like potentially like a top player status. She's on the way there.
Yeah, and her last match now, which is gonna be pretty interesting, is her versus Sham. That's gonna be the next one. Which those two have the best record in their bracket right now. Sham is 3-0
man.
so far, and then now with her, she's 3-1. So we'll have to see how that shakes down.
It brings back some memories. of
What the hell do
last
they call it?
slam.
The Ultra
Yeah.
Twitch thing? Twitch,
We already got
not
our
Twitch
coaches here to
Prime.
go.
Twitch Turbo, there you
We
go.
might actually finish this one a little. It depends on how long.
Turbo,
this
there
takes
you
us.
go. You
We
gotta
might
get
finish
that
early
turbo,
enough that
man.
We can pop in and check out some of the other team matches actually, because these were the
Wait.
top two teams in terms of points, but it's been a bit of a
Gotta get you
beatdown
that
in Team
turbo.
Shine's favor.
Yeah, this game can be a bit unpredictable with how fast it can go. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it's lightning fast.
Yeah, Sham's 4-0 right now. So that is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's cooking.
I'm about to DM Shame. Hey, how come you couldn't do that last slam, bro?
He's leveled up a lot.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, and I've been impressed. I've been impressed watching him play a lot. I knew even before the slam started, when I watched him play, he looked a lot better.
When we initially had like the pick phase in the previous slam, I tried to like sneak my way in to get Sham and Roy on my team. I was like, I tried to make a read of who would pick me to be their coach.
All right, let's go. So this is the finals. This is just again another one just for fun. Shine versus JB.
Yeah, one thing that's
I
cool.
felt like he was the strongest player last season.
Well, one thing that's cool is like you end up with people who request each other in a way that just makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of the people that are on the teams, they requested themselves and like at least one or two other people. Like Team Shine it took 5 seconds to make. You know what I mean? Like
the sides are flipped, by the way. Shine is the player 2. JB's the player 1.
Like you can see how well they're doing. So.
And it had nothing to
Unless
do with
JB
their
renamed
player
himself to
skill, it
$3
was VTuber,
and Shy renamed himself to JB.
Yeah, their recommendations. They're all like me too.
What do you think, Chai?
Like, say less. But you know one thing that's interesting, Diaphone's what's it called? Only win so far has been against Nephew.
Yeah, this round
But
Team
Shine
JB got
also, I
blown
think,
up. Let's
has,
take a look at the
not done
scoreboard
that well in
together.
his coaches matches so far. JB is 3-0. He's undefeated. So
Is he really?
He's
Oh,
like the
okay.
nephew of this season.
yeah, he's looking really good so far. And Shine,
He
Shine's
forgot to
1-2.
coach everybody else. He was too busy getting better
Yeah,
himself. The
substitute
coach's
coach me
team.
and then open the floodgates and beat JB once and then
You
lose
can't just
every
beat
other
everybody
match.
and win. That's not
the
how this
classic
works,
1-9.
JB.
To be fair, you know that FDX.
Oh, but they're still doing good. So Team
JB
JB is 2-1.
2-1 in the coaches round, I think. So,
Team Shine is
that's how it
3-0
goes.
now.
Sometimes you just gotta make your team the best.
That's where we're at. Team Diaphone is also 2-1, so they're in a good
Comes the
spot.
level 2. Plus frames off of the spinning mixer, plus frames off of the whirlwind, plus frames off of the jump in, plus frames off of the.
Seems pretty good, this character.
Not too bad. Oh, they're in burnout. Oh, the level 1 successful against the jab. Very rare you see that.
Yeah, seems like Shine is doing real good.
Oh, nice.
I think that's gotta be.
All right.
I
now
mean, is
holding
it
this
me
forward
or
position.
that's gotta be the coach
Yeah,
effect,
yeah.
right?
You can just see the
It's
results.
gotta be the
and I hope
coach
I don't
effect,
sound like
'cause
I'm
the other
complaining
teams
about it. I'm
also
trying to
have
be
all
joke a
very
little
good
bit, but you
players.
can see the results of the level 2. How Shine is still in burnout. Like it's almost like you gotta. It's like Rashid turns into Sigma and then he has a final.
But for real,
form, he uses level
they're
2,
looking
you still
strong.
gotta fight his big
Great
face.
Desert Storm.
Sigma Ultron on you. You're like, oh no. Nice.
Yeah, that probably helps. They play a lot of characters that Shine knows at least something about. Eds and Kimberly's and all that stuff.
No, not the again.
All right,
on
so
the
JB got the
throw.
first game.
Oh man, that was tough. I wonder if there's gonna
I'm
be.
hoping we get the last
I
set
was
today
just
too.
gonna
Maybe
say.
they're doing
Okay,
5
swap.
sets
He's
and
playing
then
Ed.
5 sets. How many games are you supposed to play in a
That's a good choice. Ed's probably a
16
better
round
player.
robin?
Man, character Rashid ran away with
Games,
it.
6
And got some nerfs to his
person round
normals.
robin.
Really got some buffs, and then Rashid players are chilling. The Angry Bird propaganda works after all.
That's what I'm saying. Although one thing I will say is I know JB is a Rashid player for real. So you know, I don't blame. He was like when this character got nerfed in 5. I remember him being like, yes, hopefully less people play him now, so I will look cool playing him.
Yeah,
Like-
JB's a real one. I met him in LBC, and we talked about like how much we liked cross Tekken together.
Oh, you can
Like in
pick
Street
how
Fighter
many
5
rounds you want.
He's,
Oh,
yeah,
I
he's
didn't
awesome.
realize how
I'm a big
thing.
JB fan.
Shit.
He's a good.
Speaking
dude.
of which, both these players come from that NLBC background back in the Street Fighter 4 and 5 days.
What's up, Crystal Dolphins?
Yeah.
How you doing?
NYC gamers. Well, I remember
Also,
watching
what's up,
NLBC
Anime? They were
every
here too
single
before
week.
Anime 2077.
Big 2.
How you doing?
Yeah, big 2 and 8 on the break.
How you both doing, guys?
Speaking of 2,
Sorry to not say hi to you before Anime.
Oh.
My bad.
I thought he was about to do something diabolical. Oh, this is good damage here too, and a lot of drive gauge on.
oh boy.
Oh, what was
Gauge
that?
with the boots.
Oh,
The overhead perhaps.
it was a media overhead. I don't think I've seen that setup. I've seen a lot
Whenever
of Rashid
JB puts me in
setups
the
too.
corner, I just guess. I'm like, what is he doing? I just hope his uppercut works. I don't know. What
Oh, good
Oh,
interrupt.
yeah.
Oh, he didn't do crouching leg kick though.
It's almost like when you're in a boxing
Is
match.
Shine's
you
team
get
gonna be
beat
the
up a few
only
times,
team
you're
that's
a little bit
3-0?
slow to
Let
the
me check one
draw.
more
It's like,
time.
after all these level 2s,
might
it's like,
be.
I gotta hit. How do I follow up on that?
And one thing that's
Okay.
really important about Ed
Let's
in this
check the
version, I think he has to
challenge now.
approach with like a lot more drive rush and stuff because
If I still have
his
it.
mid range is slightly weaker, right? And like his ability to defend himself is a little weaker.
I wonder why there's round robin 1 and there's round robin
JB
2.
looking-
Is round robin
showing
2
why
the
he's
second day?
undefeated,
Is that
right?
what that is?
Jesus, what a beatdown. And a Capcom Cub qualified gamer, right? So, again, same thing as we talked about with Nephew. Him and Nephew are the two players that are in Capcom Cup
yeah,
already.
okay.
They
So
will be
it's
in
2
Japan,
days
whether
of
their
round
teams make it or
robins.
not,
Interesting.
and he's real good at the game. Like, he's just good, dude. He's that man. He's solid.
The good news is Shine's team put the team on his back. Dude.
Yep, that's right. The team handled what they had to handle. They didn't even need Shine. That's how you do it. The coach got to just sit back and coach. He took an L, but no big deal. The team did their job.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff.
And the other thing is that puts them in the lead here. So Team JB was in the lead overall in points before that match, right? And now that makes it so that Team Shine is the favorites by a lot. They have like a ton of points up there. And Team JB is gonna have
that was a big dub.
Points maybe in there next set. We'll have to see. But JB himself gotta feel pretty good about being 4-0 so far. His last match of the day though is Nephew. So, you know, saving the in theory toughest
saving
match
the big one for last,
and,
right?
Nephew I think is
But I think no matter what, they're 3-1. They're good to go, right? JB's team
So it makes me think that strategically
could also be 3-1, right?
JB doesn't really have to
Diaphone is
work on
2-1.
himself
So
much.
this is a
He focused
3-0
on his
team. Just to
and
show you all the
making them
teams.
better.
So this one here
exactly. And this
is a
the point
3-0
breakdown
team
as of right now.
versus a
It's
2-1
refreshed
team.
the minutes, basically,
This
so we have
is a
everything refreshed
2-on-1
and ready to
team.
go. Okay.
JB
You can see in
versus
the top
Nephew's
where my
team
head is, I'll get my
is
camera out of the
1-2.
way.
So they're both
For
kind
the
of around the
points,
middle range.
Right now,
Brian F team
JB
is 0-3,
tied with
and
Chakotay,
Chakotay's
Team Shine
team
39.
is 1-2.
Big chilling
So
up there.
Brian
They
F
have the
team
most
is the one
points
that's
as of
struggling the
this
most.
round
No
robin
matter
so
what they
far.
do,
But
they're
teams are
kind of
pretty
in trouble
scrappy.
right
You have to
now.
remember
But there's a
that
whole second
the
day.
round robin on Friday is worth way more points.
Yes.
It's worth 5 of these
Yes.
instead of 3.
Yes. So it makes a difference.
Yeah, his team looks really, really solid. They're
But
playing
still,
quite well
the
for their
first
division so
first
far.
one matters. You know, you
And,
get experience, you get
head-to-head,
the
they've
check
been
eye, and
pretty
whoever
good.
wins early
So I
also,
think
you know,
for our
that puts
last
them ahead.
match, Chakotay's team is playing. Chakotay's team is playing Brian. JB's team is playing Nephew.
The format's obviously designed to
And
give
those two
a
teams
team a
are
chance to
pretty
come
close.
back if they
And
do
then
not good the first
team-
day.
Let's see. Shine and Diaphone are fighting, and those two teams have pretty high points. Let's see. What do you think we should watch, chat? We just watched Shine's team fight. We can watch Brian F. Chakotay or JB Nephew.
Honestly,
I'm
it
not
doesn't
for
matter.
either
I'll watch
one.
anything.
I
Brian
think
F. Chakotay would be
JB and
fun,
Nephew's
and
teams
I'd
are
be watching,
closer
even
in
though they're
points,
teams that are
but we just
suffering,
watched
be
JB.
watching matches from different teams and not the
Maybe
same
Brian
teams.
F.
But I'll watch
Chakotay
anything. I don't care.
since we've seen them less, actually. I think that's a good one. We should watch that.
Yeah, the
That's
Lily
fine,
play I
exactly.
think is gonna sell it as well.
Restroom break, chat.
Yeah, I
Not
saw
the
Chakotay
good
since
chance
he
now.
got
Now's a
there.
good
We saw
chance.
him
If you
win
got to
his
use the
first match
restroom,
there, I believe.
if you got to stretch,
And
if
then
you
I
want to
think
have a
since
smoke,
then he's
I'm gonna
gone.
do that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
heat up some
he's
water
2-2.
and go stretch
As
and
of
use the
right now,
restroom and
so,
all that. But the same thing for
he
you.
must have
Now's the
lost to
time, all right?
Nephew, I
Before we
think.
do the last set of the day, it's gonna be another set
Yeah,
of first
Lily
to
can
5
be the
matches.
kind of
Okay,
character
it's the
where
last round
they
of day
look
1.
so dominant,
BRB.
and then they run into a matchup, they run into a player, and they're like, oh yeah, that's why you don't see Lily too often. That character has some problems.
Yeah, I think like she's one of those where when she's doing her stuff, it looks unstoppable. But when she doesn't get to play her game, you kind of see her weaknesses, I think, a lot more prominently, you know?
Those
Also-
hard reads that we saw earlier, the backdashes, the level 3s.
Yeah.
If they didn't work, you'd look really silly. So
Yeah.
like those are the kinds of reads that are necessary when you play that kind of character who doesn't have something invincible. And that's just pretty much the tail of the tape. That's how that character goes.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's very easy for things to just fall apart for a character like that. Sometimes you just don't get the resource, you don't get the momentum, you don't make a right read on defense, particularly with how bad her defense is. Those things can happen like pretty easily. So, you know, one thing I wanted to talk about, a lot of people have been asking about what the prizes are. I showed this earlier, but there's this really awesome poster that I think all of you will probably get like a pretty good laugh at. So this is the Reject Fight Night poster for the finals. So the top 2 teams are going to be going to Japan, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, and that's going to be the prize. So you can see there, they might have done Haitani a little dirty, I can't lie to you, with the poster there. This is what this looks like if you haven't seen it already. And one thing that Capcom was asking me about, if you're interested in chat room, if you have suggestions, I would love to hear it. Capcom asked about doing a bingo card for the event on Sunday. So if you have any funny suggestions for bingo cards, maybe drop them in my chat and I can like forward them to Capcom's way to make some bingo cards to give away. Stuff like let's think of a good example. Maybe modern player missing an anti-air, Team Brian F getting drive impacted in the corner, you know, things like that. I think those are good suggestions perhaps that we can get there. Dream combo, we could do a dream combo one. That's not a bad one. Good suggestion out there. I like that. If you have something like that, let us know. But yeah, I think it's really, really nice of them to do this. And I wanted to say thanks to Victrix as well. Victrix has been doing a lot of cool stuff for the Slam. I don't know if you guys know, but they're going to be giving away some of these for the top 2 teams, the Victrix Pro KO brand new controllers. Really, really nice. I'm a big fan. Small buttons is like maybe my only gripe, but every other thing about it, it's PlayStation controller. It has additional buttons that you can map to it. It has a touchpad. All the functionality on it's awesome. They're going to be sending these to the winner, and they can go get them engraved in Japan, which is really cool. So thanks to Victrix for that. They're pretty cozy. Did you say awesome?
I did in the form of Eskay. I said awesome.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, she does say that. That's an SKism that I picked up, too.
Yeah, seeing these closing matches reminds me of the crunch time, as you mentioned. Like, it's Friday, right? You feel like you got some time, but I guarantee you, a lot of the players are going to be practicing right now, tonight. They're going to be in the lab, figuring out what went wrong, how to do it better, and the days leading up to it's going to be a pure grind.
Yeah, what happens like almost every time is the players immediately want to fix stuff. They're like, I'm gonna eat dinner and I'll be in here right away. Like it's a very like the turnaround's like almost never very long. So I think that kind of stuff happens pretty often. We'll have to see our match here. Let's jump into it. It's gonna be Bricky up against Fairlight here. And the big thing about this so far is what's it called? I think Fairlight has like a pretty good idea about what he wants to do. But I just think he wasn't executing it quite earlier in the set that I saw from him. And I feel the same way about Bricky, where he has a lot of... The thing that he's good at is playing like the mid-range version of the game. Like he can hit buttons and play Chun-Li very well in that sense. I think the other things are where he's struggling a little bit more. Like he kind of gets like, this is how I play ground game. This is how I do this. But the other parts are harder.
What's up, Umbra Black? What's going on?
Yeah, when I see
how you doing? I just got back from the break. We were just on break for a little bit.
Two things. It comes from the gambling aspect, you know, baiting.
Right now, we got the last match of day number 1. Umbra Black, if you're still here, bro. Sorry that I didn't say what's up right away. It's Farlight and Scarra versus Bricky. Welcome back, everybody else that was also getting their stretch and everything else. My team didn't finish, no, but I'll try to finish it after the first set.
Right, and like especially at this level, playing like mid-range neutral is hard. Right, when you're new, like controlling someone with your normals is very difficult, and I think he's gonna have some problems, probably like trying to do that against other new players who they're kind of just like stat checking you, for lack of a better term, right? Like they're just trying to do big, strong options.
Rising uppercut, bitch.
Yeah, it's tough. That's what makes it so fun and unpredictable. Like,
rising
how
uppercut.
Are they gonna get in? How are they gonna stop the other person from getting in?
Yeah. Oh, that's huge here. Nice. I love the combo choice.
Show,
looks good to me.
Okay, Bricky.
Oh, and the stun.
And burnout.
No, I like the idea, but he did. Let's go, Justin. He overcomplicated it a little bit.
Good opportunity for Fairlight.
Oh,
level 3 anti-air.
Dude, the longest stroll I've ever seen in my life.
He was stumbling. It's like one of those funny meme videos back in the day where somebody slips on snow for like 10 seconds straight.
Yeah, somebody falling for 10 minutes. It's like walking up.
Seen a lot of Luke. I mean, it's not a surprise, but each team had at least
one thing I like about Fairlight so far is using the standing jab, kind of like spaced out like that. The
not as many Kens as I expected. I expected more like people that would attracted to Ken, just like how they were attracted to Luke.
Ricky putting themselves in burnout.
At least 2 good Chun players.
That big of a deal here.
One's really good. Huntress is one of the strongest players here at the tournament.
Not yet, anyway. And she has meter as well. This is a pretty close round. The drive impact though is okay. Now no longer out there. But the drive impact was a little scary as we were moving towards that corner, but I think it's fine.
If I were to coach Fairlight again, I would show him how to walk back in DP. It's surprising to me how many players have trouble with anti-airing because they're walking backwards.
Yeah.
Playing on modern, it's much simpler. You don't have to
uppercut. Yeah, you just walk back and then you just press 2 buttons and an uppercut comes out.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I think like it's a concept of like anti-airing is just I see them in the air, I anti-air, but like positioning yourself for the anti-air is a hard thing to consider when you're new, you know.
Yeah, and considering what you're even walking back from and what's the purpose of walking backwards. Some people walk backwards so that they do get a favorable angle when they're anti-airing.
Yeah, and that's a great point too. Is like, what are you walking away from? I think a lot of even mid-level players really struggle with that idea of like, yeah, how do I,
it's not
you
to say
know,
that it's wrong.
Deli Ninja,
yeah.
mental
Obviously,
stack.
it's very strong to walk backwards in this game, As good as low forward drive rush is, walking backwards creates so much
Got him.
space.
That was a good cross
It
up,
allows you
but
to
they
whip
dropped the
punish more,
combo.
and it gives you that favorable the
Whack
angle from the
punish.
anti-air. But
Yeah.
if it's just I'm walking backwards to create space, there's got to be a little more purpose behind it.
Yeah, and like understanding like why am I positioning myself in this spot on the screen is a hard thing for even like slightly more experienced players to just
Doing the
grasp
optimal
on.
punish, it matters so much. It matters. It
Oh.
matters a little bit more in
was
Tekken, where
fair.
like doing the optimal punish
That
as
was
often
fair.
as you
Just
can,
walk
right?
up,
Because there's so many little moments where getting that big punish can really win you around,
It
right?
would have been chip
But for
probably
real, in
anyway.
Street Fighter, I'm really noticing how even like
When
someone
I
that's like a
first,
platinum level
interacted with
player
Scarra,
doesn't
he
always get
mentioned
like the
that
best
first
possible
example,
punish.
Combat, Tekken, and he was an aggressive
And that really shows you
player. He
how
liked going
that's
in
like
for
a
the
thing that
high-low
you can really
mix-ups.
optimize. You know what I
But
mean?
I'm
You can
seeing
do so much
not
more
that.
damage by just fucking them up every time they do a
Yeah,
battle.
I think
cut.
you know, he did play that way in Tekken. When he played Fang in Tekken, he was the second highest seed, and he was pretty like, for lack of a
1, 2,
better
3.
term, like
Nice,
fuck it, we
okay.
ball. Like he was just like, I'ma just do this, and like that's kind of how he was. So I think I think
Wow,
you
and
saw
it
a little
worked.
bit of it there, but he was really
Okay.
just like sending it. I don't see that to the same extent here. But I think maybe
No, that's
he
sometimes what
doesn't
you gotta
know
do.
how
Just
to-
go in.
you know what I
When
mean?
you're
He
Luke,
hasn't
when you're
learned
Luke,
the
your
skill
job is
yet
to
in
Luke
this
them.
game.
I appreciate that. That's how you do it. If you're gonna
Over
pick
a new
Luke, then
league.
go
For maybe
ham.
just
Don't be
unfamiliar with
defensive.
how
What's the
Chun-Li
point of that?
plays, so just letting them do stuff and see what that stuff is and how do I work around this, and maybe
Right.
just creating more time to allow yourself to collect data.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I think you're probably right.
I think we're both right. That's correct. Up next, we're gonna have a more. Oh, I saw. Is it true that Shumimi went 5-0? She did. Wow, undefeated in the first round.
Look
That
at the
is
big brains on Shumimi.
Look at the big brains on Shumimi. That's true. She looked impressive. I think she's done a lot of prep for this for sure, and she looked awesome. When she signed up for this, she said she wanted to play Street Fighter because she watched the Slam and it looked fun. And here
So
she
he might
is,
even
right?
be
Made it
technically a
all
little
the way
bit
to the
higher
Slam.
level than that. It's just that
5-0
he just got
as
to
a new
play.
player in the round robin. Really
My
impressive.
tea's on. I just wanted to see the first round of this while it's getting.
This is the kind of matchup where
Okay,
I would
so
love
Amore
to
versus
see both player
Stans.
cams. Amore and Stans. Stans is hilarious,
Mhm.
and Amore is hilarious.
They're both
both
playing
are
nutty
just-
characters too.
Almost like the
Okay.
range Q type, even though Amore has changed her
Damn,
range
that was my
queen
T.
ways.
Be right back.
I'd love to see how this turns out. I can imagine frustration from both players happening.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing that I like about this is that both of them.
Parry on the headbutt.
He did, and he punished. It was expensive, but I'm glad that he got the punish out there. And oh, you know what? I don't blame her for that. That happens to everybody.
Yeah, slow move happening. Oh, easy DI.
Yeah, it's just a natural decision making. Although this drive gauge for Stans is very, very spooky. Although you see her headbutting slowed down a bit because I think the perfect parry is maybe have an idea in there.
Yeah, and now it's really good being close to burnout, but Stan's almost about to seal it. There it is, heavy punch.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, this is modern Honda versus classic Marissa.
Oh, I saw an accidental overhead. Perhaps they were trying to that move called the uppercut move, maybe.
Oh yeah, the
I'm
Scotum,
back.
whatever it is,
It's
whatever made up word.
What's up, King? King said I can't help but see Honda as a hobo in this outfit with the
putting
hat.
him in the sumo
It makes me think
ring.
of the new Akira Virtua Fighter design a little
Engaged
bit.
in favor of Armor, screen positioning, life,
hat.
everything's
They
in
they
favor
still
of
wear
Armor,
hats like
butt
that in
slam
Japan,
favor of
like
Armor.
that kind of
Yeah,
fedora style.
I mean,
They don't really wear those in America
not
anymore
an
because
expert
it's
here, but if I'm
associated
a
over
coach,
here
I
with
say
the
you should
weird
butt slam
with the
until you
fedora weirdos. But in Japan, fedoras are
Basically
a
the
little bit in
strat thing.
style, not an everyday style.
wait,
you
maybe
see,
you should
but I see
butt
older
slam.
men wearing them a lot.
X hand safe on block, but not your turn. Counter hit. Level 3, trying to cash out early. I respect it.
Damn, square in the chin.
I think also having a drive gauge advantage as Marissa, wow, just headbutted out of the drive rush. Having a drive gauge advantage as Marissa is a big deal. Like
She's
she can
actually
just
very
strip
good
drive
at-
gauge.
Yeah, target combo into Gladius,
you know.
Gladius in general, heavy punches. Like her normals do so much to your drive gauge.
Yeah, especially if you don't know how to perfect parry them and stuff. Like if you're not looking for them to parry them, it's a big factor.
It's pretty tough to anti-air with Marissa against Honda. In this sort of environment, especially, like it's just hard in
But
general.
she can bully him.
But if you're looking for headbutts, you're looking for EX hands or whatever, butt slam, And then boom, there's a jump in. Marissa does not have the easiest convenient.
I love
hit
how
there.
she beats
Though
you
they
up
are
and then she
good,
kidnaps you.
they're
I
a
think
bit
that's
slow,
funny.
and
She
if you
puts on a
compare to
Spartan
just, like,
helmet and then she just picks them up like she's
I like what
kidnapping
we're
them.
seeing here from Stance. He's played like
Where
a
you
very
taking that person,
solid,
miss? I'm taking
kinda
them to
thoughtful
Valhalla.
game plan against Honda so far.
You might as well be
And,
saying
like,
I'm taking them to
That's
hell.
kind of not the approach I was expecting, because you know it's not really Marissa's forte, I think. But like the way he's played this has been perfect, I think.
I think the
Valhalla.
best Marissa players are like
Valkyrie
that. They look for the
profile.
weak punishes, they're patient, and they find their moments to really abuse the opponent's drive gauge and eventually sprinkle in the command grab, and then it's like, oh, this character's actually pretty good, huh? Even though she's not the best tournament character, but she got some moves, and in this
Yeah.
level it doesn't matter.
That's kind of what that's what you see with her, particularly at a high. Wow, what a challenge! Particularly at a high level. But from what we saw from his game plan earlier, he was trying to go in there and play the game, So this stylistic approach has been really surprising and impressive for me.
I wonder if a lot of the players went into this thinking like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do all the mix-ups, I'm gonna do all the combos, and then so often we see the gameplay slow to like a screeching halt and just being patient and looking for the right hits.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it's funny, but like that's how the game is once it starts to develop a bit, right?
What's up,
And
Casanova? Welcome
it
back.
slows down a bit, but it's rare.
They
to
say
see
yo
it
yo
slow
chat
down
like they
this
just got
early.
here. We know you've been here, bro.
With
You were
the
having fun
stakes
the
here,
whole time.
especially, I think.
Weirdo. Don't be saying that weird stuff in here.
It's the first match feels like an opener, like you're just gathering data, getting to
Don't
know
nobody
how
want to
people
clap
play,
back.
what to work on, but they have been scrapping, like really looking for it.
But Stan's got a good lead again. Even though they had
love
trouble
this mid range that
anti-airing,
we're seeing here, too. This is
they've been
now
staying ahead
potentially
on
one-hit game
damage,
either way.
and now he's ahead on meter quite a lot
Moore's
too.
on the back foot. This round is in favor of Stans.
He got it.
There it
Nice.
is, and,
Basic 1, 2, 3.
I'm really
Fuck
impressed
meter.
with how
What's
Sam's
meter?
playing
We don't
this
need
set.
meter.
I
Those
feel like
bars
his
are useless.
decision-making and play in general.
Saving
there
for
was top
retirement.
to bottom, real solid. Like there's not a lot of notes. I feel like from watching that.
Yeah, maybe people forgot about Marissa's stand medium punch. It's really good. It's got a good hitbox on it.
Saving for
Also
retirement like
roll,
any good
the hard
person should
combo
do.
on top of it. It's really good to just throw out there, and if it interacts with something, boom, Marissa gets started.
Yeah, that's definitely a well played set from him. It ends his day positive as well. He's 3-2 now in the round robin on the first day. One thing I think for all the players, especially the modern players
You
against
don't
Marissa,
gotta
is learning to
do
block
nothing.
medium, and then answering with like a reversal
Just
of some
body.
kind, like
Okay,
level 1 or
is
level
there a way to
RE exit
see
or something might help a lot of
The
them
rest
for
of the
next time
round
they
one,
run
man. I
into
wish I could make the start
Yeah.
mode.
In general, calmness too.
Oh,
Just
it's not
If you
updated.
block
Maybe I have to
something,
refresh
just
it.
accept it. Like you don't always have to answer with the reversal super. Just take the chip and then reset the situation and figure out why it happened in the first place.
Yeah.
It's good to guess your way out of it, but understanding
There's an
why
ad
things happen in
coming
the
soon
first
again,
place
guys.
is really the key to stopping it.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And like for a lot of people, it's
Actually, I
an
might be able to
important thing
dismiss
to
this one.
recognize because like
And just
feel-
run it
the need to
afterwards.
feel like after they do something, I must do something. It's hard to break.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you do something, me get something, right? It doesn't feel fair if it's not that way. I think for a lot of people.
All right, let's go, baby. So we got next match.
Oh, Robbie Rotten right back in there. The silent giant.
I love Coney
Work,
doing
good night.
whiff, stand
Sorry.
heavy
Peace,
kick,
Casanova.
whiff, like forward heavy kick.
Come through
sweep.
for Friday for if you want to see the day 2 before the
He did
finals.
every
The
heavy
finals is on
kick
Sunday.
Ryu has besides back heavy kick, back to back to back
Ouch.
to back.
Ay, ay, ay.
I wonder if the finals is also
The
round
will to
robin
drive
or if the
impact.
finals
Nice news
they
to
just
drop from Coney.
no do it because the real finals is in Japan, right?
Oh, I like the idea that he just tried there. Drive impact again, not quite on the wall, but the next one is going to
Anyway,
be
props
a
no matter
stunner
what
on
to
the wall
Shine's
unless
team. I'm
there's a
pretty sure
super.
Shine's team is going to be either number 1
Right.
or they're going to be the
Super
number
bait,
2.
the
So
kill
props to
good, the
them.
throw comes out. Oh, did they bait it? No.
You know what I love? The way Coney played that. He did like jab, 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 fireball, immediate jump kick. Like it was like the most old man Ryu play of all time. And I like seeing that in his gameplay. I think the big thing he needs to do is just refine for like modern decision makings a little bit more. Not modern control, but like how people. Oh, the
Wow,
Coney
sick
cash
combo.
out?
Okay, Coney.
There it is.
Okay.
You remember how to do combos.
Now, will he play it patient enough and recover his burnout, or is he going to get
That
right back
combo
in
was
there?
cool, but you got to do a lot more than that,
Although
buddy.
he's not
That
so
ain't the
great
end
on
of the
Ryu's
round.
level 3, so he may be
And you put
forced
yourself
to
in burnout,
slow it down
too.
A little bit. The sweep coming out. Speaking of old school moves.
Nice.
Ooh.
Everything
Okay.
about
Turn
that
off
was
the lights.
textbook. That was good. Oh,
Sure you can.
3S?
But to do the Kara uppercut.
Yeah,
cancel.
Kara, the
Boom.
second DP? What the heck?
Oh, again? Is he gonna spend it again?
He's gonna
He
spend
does?
everything. He doesn't care. He's just
That's
spending
his
all the
combo.
cash. Don't you know you're in burnout
This
now?
is
That's
my
dangerous.
combo. Oh, he tried the early jump heavy kick again there.
It's my BNB. I never fuck it up.
All right,
It's that
he's
Coney
gonna
right now.
move
It's my
on.
BNB. I never
Sweep
fuck
again,
it up.
Actually gets punished. Robbie Rotten on top of things.
This kind of a game plan, I think, is very annoying to fight when you're playing like a grappler like Manon, you know, where you have to be a bit respectful about how your opponent wants to approach and stuff. And then he's doing this kind of stuff. Although this, unless there's a drop, this should be the kill. Here. Raw level 3,
Robbie
good shot.
Rotten.
Ooh, right into it.
Damn, and singing.
Yeah, quite smart, I think. And like the way Coney plays, I think, is not an easy thing to deal with when you're Manon trying to walk him down, you know?
Right. When I see
I'll
Robbie
make you
Rotten
dance.
doing down medium punch drive rush buffered in neutral, I'm like, if I were the coach, I'd be like, we have a problem. We gotta take care
SOS.
of this. Funny enough, Ryu doing a random sweep can solve it, even though it is obviously very risky, especially that Robbie knows how to punish it on block. But it can be a solution to something like that.
Yeah. The punishes haven't been so bad. Honestly, these DIs have also been working a lot. Oh my good. Oh, resets for extra damage on the Coney cash out.
America!
You know, that's how it goes sometimes. Does he wake up super is the real question. Oh, I wonder if he tried it there. He got hit low.
Vocabulary.
Oh, his
Oh,
Coney cash
sick
out.
combo. Wow.
All right, both players burnt out. Is it going to be a command grab? He's going to back off.
That's not a route that you see too often. That was
He's
cool.
going to chip him out.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
They were scared of getting chipped.
Didn't even need
They
the
were scared of
chip.
getting chipped, so they tried to get out of there.
Yeah, that's something that is very good that I
Oh,
wonder
shit.
if they'll get Coney to tap into is like jab into Hashogeki and a
Saving
jab
the
into
hype for the
Hashogeki when
final
your
battle.
Opponents in burnout is so good.
Anti-air jump medium kick. I like it. It's not even an air-to-air. It's an anti-air just in that whole motion.
Yeah, it's such a like I've played Street Fighter before and these are my ways kind of a decision.
Seeing all these sweeps that you
That's
think you can
funny.
activate the trigger off of them.
Sweet feet trigger time. This got a little dangerous all of a
Hell
sudden.
yeah,
Okay,
this is
that was
getting
minus
good.
probably on hit, I think.
I feel that if Coney had more structured offense, he would be winning right now.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're right that his ideas and intuition are good. It's just learning how to like formulate
Lovely.
everything in a way that's just do these 5 good moves, you know?
Find a seat.
What a
Oh my
command
god,
grab
I want
on
the
that neutral
damage.
jump. Robbie Rotten is looking quite dastardly.
Dead.
Oh, the
Had him
ticket.
shook.
Yep, that's
Had him
that
extra
is structured
shook.
offense.
That's the difference right there. I think you're absolutely right. Coney kind of thrives on like doing that same kind of thing himself. He's very good at like learning a flowchart and running the flowchart. That's kind of how he did things in Tekken. He just understood that like these are the moves that work. Like you do these moves to beat these things, and I run these 5 options, and that's all I need to do. I think learning that kind of thing in Street Fighter would help him go a long way.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaps to be filled with his gameplay, but I can see him leveling up like quite a bit if he just. I mean, he's already hitting a pretty big combo. He knows the right moments to do big damage, and he's thriving even though he's in burnout after that. So if you see him starting to do combos where he doesn't put himself in burnout, and then he's able to generate offense more, you might have a dangerous opponent on your hand.
If he could do the Coney cash out with like a little less cash out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just like
yeah,
the
don't
Coney
spend
cash, right?
everyting.
He doesn't need the whole cash out.
That's my
He just needs
BMPs
to
hitting him with.
sprinkle
That's
less
my
so he can
BMP. I
save
never
some
fuck it
value
up.
to do again.
That's
Save
cool,
the farm,
but like
maybe use a
you
few
can't just
bales
you
of
can't just
hay,
hit
and then,
those.
you know,
Sometimes you need to
something
keep your
on the
meter.
farm.
Yeah, exactly. We don't gotta spend it all in one
Maybe
place.
do half of that's my BNB.
All right.
The Coney cap.
Maybe do half,
The Coney
and
cap.
then the other half you
Just
could
that-
chill.
that
Maybe
part, that's all I
I don't
need.
know.
So, Bald Icon, by the way, record incredibly good so far. He's
I
the
swear to gosh darn it.
he's
if
about to go
all Shams
5-0
go
potentially.
If he does go 5-0, I'm gonna write a nasty worded letter to him.
Ko's record though 2-2, also looking solid, and Huntress is 3-1. I'm assuming her loss was to Shan. I don't know if that's happened, or that must have been the loss considering he's undefeated.
Get him coefficient. Show him. Yeah, put him in that mix up. Yeah. Next beat. Oh, the perfect parry from Bald
Your toes.
Icon. What's he gonna do with the plus range? Finds the Sobak kick, gets the offense off of the medium punch. He's working in there, backing off, creating space. His drive gauge is too low though. Aki has been burnt out. Does the sequence. Oh, now medium
Got
punch
him.
not quite good. Still in burnout corners. The heavy kick comes out. He might just die to chip. Tries to
Yeah.
press out of it. Not
And-
good enough.
One thing is, I don't know if Ko knows that DJ's level 1's not invuln, so like he could have checkmated
Yeah.
there. But either way, his play around it was smart.
Wow, what an uppercut.
Oh, that almost anti-air. That forward medium kick from DJ hits out of the air pretty high.
Yep. And that really is something I want to also emphasize with DJ. His level 1 super.
Yeah, they
not
are pretty
invincible,
cool.
his
I
level
love
2
what they
super
do
is
with color
solid.
in this
So
game in
like,
general,
the
Pedro.
reversal department as far as supers, DJ is
Just
actually
like so
really
many,
good.
like even during the super, you see so much
Yeah,
color
and-
happening on
and
the screen,
not
right?
being able to level 1 to save your drive gauge and level 2 being
Like the
slow
red at
is
the end,
so brutal for
ping.
so many different kinds of interactions as we see. Ah! Okay,
That's
this
one
should be a
thing
fun
that they
game.
have down
As
extra
we
good.
See, the first game here go to
It's always
coefficient.
something
And
bright
his
going
defense,
on.
His EX flash kick is excellent. But yeah, the other aspects of his game is pretty rough.
Right back in there, no pause, no reason for concern. Bald Icon's probably like,
It took
"Nah, I
me.
got
It
this, I
took
got
getting
this,
used
let
to
me
for me at first. Like the first week, I was like, man, there's too much effects. I had trouble the first week telling the difference between.
Nice.
I still
I
kind of do
love that
sometimes when
back
they're gonna
heavy
do a
kick just
drive
to
impact
check
or when they're gonna do a drive rush, right? Because something
Shooting
happens
move,
and then there's a
confirmable,
big
goes
flash
to
of
the
color
fireball,
and then
gets
just
the
come
touch
at you,
frame,
and
I
in that
think.
moment you gotta figure
Oh,
out
she
was that an
tried to
impact or
dive
was that a
through
was
it
that a
and
drive
actually
rush
got
they
caught
just
in the
did? And
anchor
if you
frames
do the wrong one, you're gonna die.
This that space is pretty tough for Aki. It's not a whole lot of options. She does have to walk up and block just a little bit to get some zoning.
See,
off
when
of
they
DJ,
parry,
and that's gonna be it off
the
of the
big, like,
perfect
splash
parry.
of color
One
on the
more round
screen.
for Bald
That shit's
Icon,
cool.
and chaos him.
They
Wow.
really thought about all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I like that. That is a good point about Aki. Her anti-fireball game is actually it's weird. Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's kind of bad. You know, like there's a bit of both. I think in her gameplay.
Right. She has to be the one who is fireballing and put the OD fireball out. But as
Yeah.
you know, DJ, he can do his OD fireball and
He
fire
do-
it
he
right back
has
at her,
a
so
really strong
it's a tough
fireball
choice to
game.
make.
Yeah, his EX fireball is nightmarish to deal with. This is really good. Oh my.
The regular,
his
what is it,
chest
the
is
HP
really
or
good,
whatever,
really
the
good.
HP fireball's not bad too. The air slash, sure, it gets the job.
he
Oh,
burns himself
mad
out.
damage. No way. Uh-oh. Danger, bro. You don't.
I
And you're
think he dies
poisoned.
if he gets the
Danger.
drive impact. Okay,
Good super.
okay.
Really good super.
He's got the moves. And
Oh, he's doing the real super. Wow.
Finishes the rest of it.
Oh,
That was a manual super, right? Because he had the music notes.
You know, I think it's because of my coaching in the first slam.
Yeah, that was good.
So well now. I said that's what I'm gonna.
I mean, I guess if they're master rank, they'd be the
Yeah,
manual super.
exactly.
I shouldn't be thinking about
The
it at
reason
this
it
level.
didn't
of the
happen
game.
last slam is because it took time for your coaching to sit in his brain.
Yeah, I planted the seeds. They just took a while, and here we are.
Nice. I like that Oki from Ko. One thing about him is I think he's really good at running offense. He like understands offense and like defensive tendencies from players quite well. So like
But
when he has
Coefficient's
offense running,
fireball
he
placement
knows,
is really
like,
good right now.
This is how you're feeling.
They're
this is how you're
making
thinking,
sure
this kind of
to
stuff.
place
He
the
has really smart
fireball and
decision-making.
then harass with it, and you got rid of that one. Haha, here's
Yeah,
another one, buddy.
He's confident.
Gotta get rid of this one too.
Sometimes to a fault, but most of the time to his favor.
Ouch.
That's that point now for Ko.
Coefficient.
Looking pretty solid.
Quick.
Whoa. I wonder if that was for positioning or an accident.
Good parry.
Oh, that sucks.
That he wanted a
Little
ground
bit of a
combo, I
dodge.
think.
Wow, finds a drive rush down. medium
Reset.
to
No.
convert, but doesn't
What was that?
hit the whole combo.
That was some type of drop.
Gets the
Accidental
bait. He could've
uppercut
done sand heavy
input, trying to
punch
do
there,
a down
I think,
heavy
but for
punch.
safety, he did so bot. Nice check. Wow.
got the moves, the boomer maneuvers.
That was a really impressive check because like
With
at
the
that
top-
range.
oh, he's out, he's out.
That range,
Man, that
it's
jump
really,
HP.
really easy to like.
That jump HP has a
not,
jury angle.
You know, just like try to walk up throw and then he does driver's jab and he gets caught. But this spot for
Your face.
Shamir is brutal. He's got to super out correctly basically, or deal with the chip and nice anti-air. That's gonna be it. So the first loss for
Got him.
Sham here. He didn't go undefeated on the day.
I love this
after a
win
very,
pose.
very strong start.
Cause she starts up with the, oh, you're so cute.
Still an impressive.
Can I just
record.
take your
I feel like that
eyes?
was
And then
so
she, like, stabs
close.
them in the
You
eyes.
never
Can I
know
have
what's
those
gonna happen
eyes?
The next time they meet up with each other.
Yeah, definitely. He's been the one on this team that's looked most consistent so far. So that's definitely a big one. And we'll have to see because I think each of the divisions has someone who is or is pretty close to going
Totally.
undefeated.
It's like
and,
a horror movie.
That would have been Sham if he won that very match there. So now no undefeated player in the top seed division. We'll see if JB wins, then there will be an undefeated coach in his match, but he's got to play right now. I think he's fighting Nephew. So
Ooh. I'm kind of hoping for the no undefeated player.
there's definitely an undefeated first and second and third seed, but not an undefeated fourth seed. And so far,
Really?
we'll have to see about the coaches. And yeah, for
Looking
someone
forward to this
asking,
next.
someone asked about Coefficient's record, but he went 3-2.
Damn, that went pretty
overall.
quick today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit sad that it's
like a
almost
tight race.
over.
This
We
is
went by too
probably the
quick.
last match.
At least
is
it's
it
only the
not?
first day.
Yeah, this will be our last match, and then afterwards we'll have a final tally of the whole day.
Not really that sad. I'm a
And,
little bit sad.
scores are pretty close so far. There's quite a few teams that
At
are.
least
in
we
the
got
running, and,
Friday.
like obviously, the next round robin, within 2 matches, the entire thing could flip because of how the points are. So,
Anyway, guys, while we
so
get into this
Eskay
last match,
against
tomorrow
Brian.
I'll be talking to you some about Frosty Faustings. It does
I can
start
tell you
tomorrow in
my
the
experience
evening, I
playing
think.
Terry, this matchup seems unwinnable.
So there might be some
until
matchups that we
Terry's
catch
more
in the
medium
nighttime,
power weight
especially
to
there's some good
challenge
tech
her
and stuff to
mid-range.
watch.
yeah,
But let's see how Brian F solves it.
definitely.
On
looks like
Friday,
it
we're
could be
gonna
pretty
have
tough.
both
I
the
think,
Sajam Slam
in
and the Frosty
general,
Fausting, so we might have to make some interesting
you know,
choices
for-
on
for
what to
Terrence,
watch.
There's like weird ranges where his buttons don't feel quite right, but the medium power wave and burn knuckle solve a lot of those little gaps.
What
in
do y'all
his,
think?
You know,
What's more
kind of
entertaining?
Pokes and pressure.
Might have to watch both.
Exactly, and I'm not sure how fine-tuned Brian F's Terry is, but it's really tough. And I guess a player like Chakotay, if you're not like on fire, it's gonna be an uphill battle.
Nice. I like the
wave.
spaced out burn knuckles. So far, Brian's spacing on it has been good, and he hasn't been perfect parry just yet, which is a big factor, right?
Drive gauge management looks
Drop.
good too. It was in favor of Brian F, especially if he gets that
Brian F's
combo.
team, no
Drive
matter
reversal's
what,
not that bad.
Chakotay's team gets the W here.
Meters
So
are about the
Chakotay's
same.
team is gonna end 2 and 2
Slowing
for
with
the
power
day.
waves. And Chakotay does not have a
Unfortunately,
stock,
the
so
Brian
they
F
don't
squad
have
is
to
gonna
use Brian
end
F
0
to
and
take
4.
away that drive gauge. And now Chakotay's burnt out.
Yeah, he's won this neutral just on like I think really. Oh, that's a miss.
Yeah, they
He tried to
sure
walk
do.
back
The
in,
mystery
he had a
tournament
heavy
is one of
kick
the
there, and
top
got
tournaments
power-
at the
or
event.
Tackle instead.
Right on cue with the commentators.
one of the
curse.
biggest
He's won this
events.
neutral power charge.
There ain't too many
Mhm, on accident,
places
it
left that
happens.
you can play in mystery. It's mostly the
Nice block.
Chicago
Chakotay,
area,
good
so you got
defense
the
here.
combo
And
breaker
now
and the
Brian's
Frosty
burn
Faustings,
instead.
and then whatever other side events they do on top
This
of
is
that.
what
That's
I
pretty
mean
much
with
it.
having a fine-tuned
All right,
Terry.
Chakotay
He had so many plus
gets the
frames
first
off
round.
of the heavy punch power wave. And then he goes for the target combo and doesn't really quite cancel it to get the save himself because they're in burnout. You have a lot of time to do stuff that you normally couldn't do.
Rising tackle.
Corner position
Not
now.
bad
looks-
first round.
Yeah, I think the way Brian played that though, and things like
Almost.
that, right? Just not quite as familiar with his character, and he's still working on the Terrence. I think it's not a bad character choice, but clearly it's gonna take him some time.
And I just want to say the backdashes from Chakotay are clerical. I don't know how he's backdashing
It's
so
gonna
much
take him
and
some
getting
time.
away.
He's master rank. You can't be like it's gonna take him some time when he has 1800 MR.
Oh,
Take him what time?
You're kidding me.
No.
He's an
I
upper
almost
echelon
said
of
the
Terry
Zuber
Bogart
thing.
players.
No shot.
I'm
DD.
putting up a breadstick on the board. That
Boom.
damn, he's good. He threaded the needle there in burnout, looking like
All
a
right,
scary
1-0.
position potentially, and then he just
El
slips in a nice little cross
Chakotay.
medium punch, gets the job done.
Lily.
Man,
One of the
Chakotay, wait
strongest
till your
lilies in
lower
the
back
biz.
starts hurting. Let's see if you can still do some jab level ties too.
We'll see in a few years how solid he looks.
You can get some creaky knees.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's
nice.
plus because they had a win stock.
And the first time you don't drive reversal, he takes advantage like that.
Yep, of course. If you don't drive reverse,
There's
it's a free
lot
mix.
of
What are you
tricks
gonna
you
do?
can do in this matchup as Terry. And
Go
I don't think
forth.
Brian F knows most of them. Like the level 1 super, you can use it to if she does down heavy punch and charges up her win stock with the attack, you could level 1 super in
Good
between
reversal.
it.
Yeah, but you gotta be
Man, it's just-
pumping that level 1
it's
out
so
on my
hard.
talk. You
Because
making
you're
it sound
playing
like
against
it's
one of the best
easy.
Lily players without the information.
Just
I
always
think
level
it's
1
still
super
with
when they
Terry.
do something that
Yeah.
has a gap and you'll
Very
win.
tough.
His level 1 super
So
is
easy,
one
bro.
of the best level 1s in the game. Particularly because it's so fast, right? It's extremely fast, has really good travel time, and you can punish so many things like the interaction you just mentioned with it. He has tons of stuff like that. And that kind of like little detailed knowledge is pretty hard to know without like an extensive time with him, I think.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah, Frosty Fausting's one of the longest running tournaments now.
Right there, you can use level 1 super because it doesn't matter if she's charging it or holding onto it or whatever. It'll just punish it. But
They made it into double digits.
stuff. I expect Brian F is more likely to pick J. Hey, she picked JP. What is he doing?
I said the same thing. I think he should be a JP player this patch, but I don't know how fresh his JP is. Even Ed, I think, honestly. I know his Ed is rusty, but same feeling.
This matchup is totally winnable as Terry, but if you don't know it, it's definitely the kind of matchup. If you don't know this matchup, it looks like it's bad for Terry.
Nice block on the overhead. He stood up like even before Chakotay did it. Oh man, that positioning is so brutal. So Chakotay is gonna end the day 3-2. Good record for him overall. And I think, what's it called? We'll have to see how Shine
Yep,
this match.
that's okay.
looks,
It's
he's
only the
playing
first
better.
day. GGB,
But
it's only the
Diaphone
first
double
day.
2-2,
Don't worry.
Him and Chakotay both at the start of
GGB
this,
said
so
Team
that's the
Brian
end
L.
for them.
No, he put a sound
So
effects.
nicely played there, and a big.
But hey, that's how it goes, all right? One team has to
um,
be the one to take the L's. Today was
Team
Brian F's
Chakotay there.
team,
They needed this
but that
win,
doesn't
I
mean that
think.
they
We
can't
get
bring
an
it
updated
back.
Look at how the points are looking for round robins, and also check in. I'll check real quick if the other coaches' matches are happening. They might be right now. Let's take a look.
Okay. We might get
Spy
a
on
little
their stream,
peek in
take
on
a
another
look-see.
good match.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop open some of these other.
Team
streams.
Shine 4-0,
It looks
Diaphone
like Nephew versus
3-1.
JB is happening as we speak.
Those are the top 2 teams.
So let
I'll
me
pull it up.
pull that up. Yeah. Close my Discord stream. Grab this JB stream.
Jay.
Each set,
I can
okay,
close
so this
Street
how it
Fighter
works.
actually now
Each
that I
set
think about it.
won today is worth 3 points.
All right, cool. Let me pop this up. Take a look.
And then on the last
Ooh,
day
you're on the
or the
Capcom Fighters
Friday,
channel too? Nice.
they're worth
Yeah, that
5
means you're on the
points.
Capcom Fighters channel.
So that's the
Oh,
difference maker. He's
low
mentioned it
forward
before.
rush.
Throw low forward drivers. Give Jamie a buff right now.
It's
You know
closer
the
than you
score?
realize
You know the
because
score in this
even
battle,
though
right,
one team has like the
I'm watching
4-0
JB stream right
and
now.
one team has a 3-1,
Nephew's up
there's a lot of in
around.
between matches, right? So like
I
Shine,
don't
the
know- I
total
don't know what
score
the
is
score
13 and
overall.
7.
Oh, nice confirm. 0-0, they
Chakotay.
say. Okay. This is for JB to be undefeated overall in the day, or Nephew can go 4-1. I like heavy
So
kick.
it's just one round.
Yeah, just one round. I like heavy kick a lot there from JB because you know when the opponent's cornered, heavy kick catches a lot of different things. You can catch them jumping, you can catch them
Ball.
trying to wiggle their way
Alright,
out.
game
It has a
one,
lot of
Nephew.
range, so you kind of don't expect it sometimes.
Yeah, and especially it'll do damage to their drive gauge even if they just block it. It's a heavy attack.
Yeah.
Gonna do a better exchange there. And Nephew takes it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, JB is listening to his team while he plays. Actually, I just realized. I know Shine always muted.
They giving the
Getting
most
lots of
generic
YouTubers
advice,
to
that
do
esports advice. Stress them out, baby. Stress them out. You're like, what do you mean stress them out?
Getting roasted the peanut gallery.
Up,
Mhm,
down,
the
down,
peanut
left,
gallery
right.
is talking smack.
I have a good feeling about Shine this season. I think he's gonna go pretty far with his team.
Yeah, his team.
And he
you
is
know,
a good. He's very good. He can pull through and get some wins too. Obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna
Stress
say
him
not only
out.
is he a world class player, but his team is like good.
There
and
you
they're
go.
all happy to
I
do
do
it.
like that he's hyping him up. Sometimes you need a hype man.
That goes a long way.
He says, stress him out, bro.
Like 2 sentences discussing Shine, and then JB runs.
Yeah, it's
away.
true, Deli Ninja.
Yeah.
I was told before on the stream. You are correct.
Oh, I like the back heavy kick there. I wonder if he's looking for backdash maybe.
I forget which character, but yes, they are one of the English voice actors.
Nice, good little stagger.
Oh, here comes.
Oh,
the,
Deku,
man,
okay,
When
word.
jury players say their throw isn't good, I just gotta.
Great Desert Storm.
I don't get any
Look at
Oki
the
full screen. Well, you
vortex.
put me in the corner with
Great
it.
Desert Vortex.
What do you want?
Oh, kicked it in. Mixed time. Nice fuzzy block there from Nephew. Also, Diaphone beat Shine. So I think his record is 3-2 for the day. He lost to JB and I think probably Chakotay then.
Man, Diaphone's coming back with a vengeance.
He's fucking rushing.
I thought
that
he would
shit
do well.
down.
When he messaged me, I was like, "Yo, should I grind? I'm trying to be a beast." And I was like, "All right, he's taking this serious."
Like, let me know. We doing this or what?
Big
It's
head.
already giving you the power move.
Oh, he missed his crouch medium kick there. That sucks.
Oh, devastating! He tried to connect off of that down light punch.
Yeah, he did crouch jab, counter hit, crouch medium kick. Really common counter hit confirmed for Rashid, right? So
Yeah, there's like 2 approaches you can do against Jury's
looking good
Firewall.
for
You can
JB
walk
now.
away from it, or you can walk
He's got a
into
strong
it, so he
position.
has less
He's still got a
advantage.
little
And
backup
JB
tornado.
walking
No,
backwards, just
shut
leave me alone.
down.
Let's see what you do.
Damn it, he spent 2 bars to get very little damage there.
And this matchup, that jump heavy punch from Jury is
Overhead.
a real
Whoa,
problem.
full screen
this might
overhead.
actually be enough. I'm pretty sure it is.
I think
Um,
you're right.
Wait. I think he's alive.
It's very close.
Maybe when it's like at half the drive
He did- he
gauge.
did
it's a critical
the
art.
best
It's
route
a
he could
kill.
do, I
But in
believe.
this situation, regular super, maybe not. But so far ahead, Nephew is.
Yeah,
He's for
and no
real
level 2 for
90%,
JB means this is really hard.
or
But we tried
80%.
to light kick to beat the fireball there. He's out of burnout though. This is really
so
hard
he's
for JB
back.
now.
Oh, what a way to go!
He was so close to getting the win button, the whirlwind level 2.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate that the eagle spike just landed into the fireball.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that
shit.
means that
Yeah, that
him
was
and
unlucky.
Nephew both ended day 4-1.
Unlucky.
Did you see the poop eating grin that Nephew had like barely a reaction.
All right,
Like,
guys.
oh,
Well, I think
I'm
that is
sorry.
the end
I'm
for day one. We'll see if they got anything they want to say before they start closing it out.
Perfect parried each hit of the cruel fate.
Shit
Like
was
the
fun.
stabby
Hope you
stabby,
guys
he
enjoyed it.
goes,
What y'all
boom,
think
boom,
about the
boom, and
first
he's just
day?
smiling like,
Obviously,
that
it's
was pretty
round
good,
robin
right?
pool, so
I'm
it's a
like, bro,
bit
why are you running
long-winded.
toxic? Like,
But you
got-
got to see a lot of
I
different
don't
play
know, he
styles
was
and a lot of different
But
players
here's
and
the,
shit, right?
End results for the day in case you guys are
I
curious.
think if I had to
Check 'em
pick,
out
the
here,
only
they're
thing
being
I would
updated,
try to
and,
do
if
that
you
would
do
add to it a
exclamation
little
score, you
more
can find this for
is
yourself.
when he's
Team
watching the
Shine,
matches,
very, very
it would be
clean
cool if, like, you know how on
performance.
Twitch
Ends the
rivals,
day
they
with a
switch and they go
really
to the different streams and see what people are doing on their own
48
stream.
points with Team
And that's the only
Jakenbake
thing that he
not
could do a
too
little bit
far
better.
behind. And
Is
the rest of
for
the
real
team's
add more of
very
that. Like
scrappy
instead
in
of
terms of
watching just the
points.
match,
It's
like
all
sometimes watch one
in
game
those points.
of
You have to
each
remember,
match,
with
like on somebody
everything
else's
being
stream or
5
something
points
like that.
apop for the next
Try to
one,
pick different people each time.
you know, looking a little.
I think Deli Ninja on
dangerous out
Friday,
there
if
for
I do
everybody
it,
else. So I'm curious to see
I would
how
try
it
to
works
switch around more
and
for you
how it
guys.
shakes
I was
down.
more
And
trying to get
individual
the
records
feel
that
of the
are-
event,
and,
understand
you know,
what I was
everything's gonna
doing.
be put in
But I
service
think next
sometime
time when I do it,
tomorrow
I
or
might for
whatever.
you guys for
But
fun switch
individual
around and see
records that are
different
quite
people.
worth calling out, I think, for the first day.
Because that was fun at the beginning
is,
to see some of
5
the
and 0
different
for
streams and
Robbie in
shit.
his division, 4 and 1 for both Huntress and Sham, who are the top 2 in their division last time. Very, very close between them. And then this is also this new
This was
division
great.
here, right?
Good day
Ace
today.
up 5 and 0,
I'm pretty happy.
which is a beastly sight, and Shumimi 5-0 for Team Shine.
Jeez. And even with that close set against Gumiho, I don't know. I don't know if Gumiho is going to be able to like find the answers to like get some kind of victory from that.
Shoe
I gotta say, Team Unk, y'all hit me up. If y'all need some side coaching, let me know. I got your back. I'm right here. I'll have my rocking chair ready.
I think.
Word.
I think
Hopefully
you would
y'all had
vibe
fun,
well with
YouTube guys.
basically all of them.
It's near the
You could
conclusion for those of y'all that
especially,
watched
I
on
think you should do a
YouTube.
session with
I'm
them.
just waiting to
I
see if
think-
they're gonna have anything else to say. But
you're the
hopefully you
right-
guys
you're the
enjoyed the
right
day
man
number
for the
1 of the
job to
Sage
get in
Jam
there and
Slam.
teach
There
him.
was a
I
good
don't know
amount
if
of
you
people
know
watching on
Tekken, he had
YouTube the whole
5
time.
moves of Doom. I think you could help him find that. He literally
I'm already a fan.
he did 5 moves. Like that's all he did the whole time.
Word,
If you could
Shion.
find the 5
But you know
moves of
they
Doom
could
for
do
him, I
that
think
while
you
also
could
seeing
do
the
a
other
lot
streams,
better.
right? That's all I'm saying. They don't have to do
Right
it
there in
every
my
single
Google
match. But
Docs.
let's say you're about to watch 5 matches between 2 teams. You take one match,
And it was fun having
and then you
on
watch
here.
their
I
stream
appreciate you
during
stopping
that
by to do
match, and then you
commentary
commentate
for the whole
over
first
it,
day.
and then maybe
it's-
switch,
I
right?
think
That's
always
probably
a
what I
fun
would
time
do.
to jump on into
And
chat.
then pick a different person each time.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I mean, my commentary experience. If I were to put my resume,
But-
it'd be like,
Mine's.
3 years ago.
Word,
I
thank you,
commentated
Pedro.
Third Strike one time,
Hope
but
you
I
had a good
appreciate you
time.
giving me the
I'll
trust
put the
and
VOD out
actually
on
allowing me
YouTube so that
to,
you guys can rewatch some of
get
it
more
with
experience
with my
the streams.
commentary
Something
on
that
it
you
if
can
you want to check it
commentate
out.
more.
And
I
I'll
really
try to
appreciate
timestamp
that.
it
I
also
appreciate
tonight
that.
when
Thank
the
you
stream
for
is
having
over.
me.
I, as someone who does a little commentary
Day 1 was
myself,
fun.
would
I'm mostly
heavily
waiting to see what
recommend
he's gonna say
I think
about day
you're
2 now.
naturally good on the mic, you know the players, and for something like this, you're the perfect person to have on, right? Because you're familiar with everybody on here, familiar with the format, you know what's going down, so it's a good time to have you on.
Hey,
So I'll let you
talk.
hit the hay here. Is there any final thoughts you have before I sign off with the
Looks
gamer?
like they are tapping out.
Typically not. When people say, "Would you like to plug something?" What's your YouTube? I'm like,
You just go watch the
y'all
YouTube.
have
He
a
already
nice day. I
knows. He
appreciate
has a
y'all having
YouTube.
me, you know, so
He's
you can
uploading
find it.
stuff.
It's right there.
He's-
you know.
he's-
But
Mhm.
once again,
he's-
thank you very much. This is something that I get to review, and I can, review the tapes, and I can get better at it myself. And once again, I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate this event that you're putting on too. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's lovely to have you on. And what's it called? You will also be doing coaching with a bunch of the people I'm sure on here as well, especially because 4 people are going to want to coach, like stuff from their coach tonight and tomorrow. And
Yeah,
that's
true.
only
It's
one
gonna be a
human,
big
right?
deal,
With
yep.
4
Mhm.
bodies, so it's pretty likely.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
why
you'll
the
be
side
coaching
coaches are
people on
useful,
or
right?
off
Because
stream
then
in
you
the
could
next
try
day
to
or
get
two
some
here that
side
are gonna need
coaching
some
while
help
the
in
main
same
coach
thing
is
for Saturday,
busy.
so
Coach is
best of luck
fucking
out there.
everybody.
Thanks for joining
Come
me.
back and
Chat
back. Look, I
goodbye
learned some
to
new shit.
Automatic, and I appreciate you jumping on.
Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a
Thanks,
good one.
everybody. Y'all take care.
Sweet. All right, guys. Well, one more
Alrighty,
time, let
gamers.
me give a
So
shout
that
out to Lord
does it for
Sajam. Looks like
us.
he's tapping
This is
out.
me
Hope you
here.
guys
Thanks,
enjoyed
everybody,
the
for
first
stopping by our
day
first round
of the
robin.
Sage Jam
Again,
Slam.
In case you missed,
If you're here, you already
everything
know
that
what's up.
happened
But
on our first little guy here on our first thing, let me grab it for you all. The exclamation point score will give you an updated look at how everything's going. So it looks like this.
yeah, it was
Exclamation
great,
point
man.
score,
It was a
check
big
it out.
tournament. A lot of big
course.
players, both
This is what
big
this is
actual
looking like
FGC
here.
players
At
in
the
it.
end of this, we're gonna get this all
as
updated
well
for you at the
as
very end of the
big,
day. And look, if
just
there's
random
something wrong
esports,
with the
Twitch
form, if there's
broadcasters, Sisters, all
If
types
you're
of
like,
guys.
actually, this person won this one, and
Smash
that one, and this one, and
Brothers,
whatever, and
Overwatch,
it'll get updated. Okay, just report
League
to
of
RTOs, and we'll get
Legends,
this
a little bit of
all
everything.
updated
VTubers, lots of VTubers.
and together. So this is what everything
Shine's
looks like. Let me
damn near
get
whole
rid of
team
my
is all
thing real quick.
VTubers, pretty much. It's 3
You can see that
VTubers and
things
then
are still
Curious Joy,
updating,
who
but
does
Team
general
Chakotay and Team
gaming
Shine
and fighting game
neck
stuff.
and neck at the top. 3-way tie.
Yeah,
with
see,
JV,
everybody practiced.
Diaphone, and
It's
Nephew at
really
the end
impressive
of the
how
day.
good everybody was.
So
There was
things
nobody
look
I could look at this
pretty
tournament.
close
There was
around there.
nobody
In
I could
fact,
look at in this
tomorrow,
one and be
or
like,
Friday,
man,
rather,
that person
there's
clearly
only
didn't
a
practice.
2
They
or
sucked so
3-way
bad.
matchup
It was like
this
everybody had like a minimum level of they knew how to do their combos and knew how to deal with situations, and like everybody had a game plan. Like the JP player, their whole plan was zone them out, and then when they get close, jump back or press drive impact, right? And that's a concrete game plan at JP. That shit will work probably up to fucking diamond or something. You know what I mean?
I talked about it earlier, but we have a couple of awesome prizes for everybody.
Zone them out and then drive impact or jump back. I'm telling you that probably works all the way up to diamond.
Tokyo, Japan, where they will fight the Japanese influencers who are
you do it
learning
right.
Street Fighter in a Reject Fight Night Cross Sajam Slam battle, which should be, I think, really fun. This will be a good time. I think everybody will have a good vibe. Like, you know, this is gonna be awesome, right?
Yeah,
Like,
should
this
be
is gonna
hype. It's gonna be a good
and
shit.
we also have an awesome Victrix controller to give away. A lot of you were asking about this earlier. If you haven't
Pretty
seen
hype
it
for these
yet,
finals, man. I want to see them.
Victrix has an awesome controller that they're giving out. It looks like this. Wow. I have the controller. It's really nice. I would highly recommend it. It's called the Victrix Pro KO. It's swappable, customizable.
Cool.
Very
All right,
fancy,
YouTube boys and
very
girls,
nice.
Twitch, don't leave. I'm
PlayStation
sticking around to talk to y'all for a bit. But YouTube boys and girls, I'm gonna end the day #1 stream for today because it looks like Sajam is signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back on Friday to give my SpookyVision a look at the tournament, and if they're not doing a lot of switching around, perhaps I'll prepare myself and do a lot more switching around during that. But in the meantime, peace out, YouTube. Enjoy the VOD. I'll put it up soon, and you can recap and check it all out if you missed anything. But that's it. Bye, YouTube. Twitch, I'm sticking around. I'm gonna figure out what to play next. Bye, guys. Hope y'all had fun. Those were good games. All right, goodbye, YouTube.